The Wild Wild West.
God.
Oh,
damn.
hello.
I can't stop looking at Sean's haircut, dude. It's so
Sean
fucking
looks like
nice.
he's fucking. He got a haircut. He looks like he's 10.
It's like it looks like a school photos haircut, dude.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Spirits are high in here.
are.
Noah's with us. Noah joined us. He's being arrogant.
Noah's here.
Lemaire.
Lemaire's in a bad mood too.
Is he grumpy?
Yeah, Lemaire's grumpy.
Every once in a while he gets grumpy.
I got a grumpy Lemise on my hands.
Beezer sent me a video. You puked on yourself this week?
What? Bees MZ got him.
Bees MZ got him.
What, after a show?
At Helium, I saw him. He's like,
Wait.
I got puke on my pants. What happened?
How'd you puke on yourself?
What happened?
Well, at the, you know, sometimes you just do a lot. You gotta get it out.
What were you doing?
I was drinking too much. I
Oh, really?
was too drank.
You drank too much and you puked at Helium?
Yeah, so I wouldn't feel bad the next day.
You force it?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
So you forced puke but got it on your pants?
yeah. I spilled. I had to.
At least you did it there. and
Yeah.
not- yeah.
I puked on the floor too. I had to clean it up in there.
That's
At
nice.
Helium, you threw up on the.
I had to clean it
that
up,
wasn't
dude.
intentional.
In the
That was
bathroom.
obviously
No,
a
that was an
mistake.
accident. That one was a mistake. Yeah.
Because I just kind of had something like that. The night of that,
Ain't more, everybody.
yeah. Oh,
Welcome to the podcast.
the night of the Cellar holiday party, the after holiday
Oh,
party,
yeah.
I blacked out.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Oh,
blacked
yeah.
out.
You don't even drink.
Yeah, I don't drink at all, and I blacked out, and I threw up all over my bathroom floor. That shit was crazy.
So did you wake up to it too?
Yeah, it was to the point where I started throwing up, and I tried to clean it up with paper, like with toilet paper, ended up clogging my toilet. So now it was just everywhere. So
What
I was
were you
like,
drinking? Hennessy?
everything. I think I was.
Yeah, I know.
I definitely was drinking Henny and
Oh, can you
Cokes.
imagine getting sick off of fucking Hennessy?
So you not drink at all, or you like have you ever drank?
I do drink every once in a while.
Gotcha, but not a lot.
But when I do, I get fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a
Took you
little
to the
kid.
H Rock immediately,
Yeah.
dude. Got
Yeah.
slammed. I thought Hennessy was so cool when I was in high school, and I just couldn't drink it. I'm like, this is
What
so
was the other one?
nasty.
What was the other one? It had like a Q.
No,
in
no,
it.
it's
What's
actually-
the
You talking about Hypnotic?
Hypnotic?
Yeah.
Hypnotic. Isn't Hypnotic
Hypnotic
delicious? It's blue, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's shit.
Yeah. No,
Hypnotic's delicious.
Disgusting.
No,
Hypnotic's
Hennessy. As I'm getting older, I realize like Hennessy is terrible, but you drink it to get you at a certain place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They all work that way though, dude.
yeah.
Hennessy. So I was so pumped. I was in high school. I had the bottle. I was like, dude, this is the best. And I was like, yuck.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
And Cavassier. Pass
Yeah.
the Cavassier.
Coolest
Yeah.
bottles, I'll say.
Yeah.
That's how they get them.
True. True.
That's how they get them, dude.
True.
Oh, man. But
Hypnotic's nasty.
Ant, what's going on, dude?
Not much.
You got a
man.
new podcast.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
it called?
It's called We Want More.
We Want More. Oh,
Yeah.
because of your last name. I like
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's this shit is some work.
Podcasting?
Yeah.
Podcast life, dude.
Yeah, it's the pod life.
It is.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
Everyone wants the pod life. I'm like, you don't understand, dude.
Yeah.
this is-
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Podcasting 1 hour a week is like doing 60 hours of a normal job.
Oh, yes.
I'm dead serious.
It's so hard, dude.
Podcast was a Patreon. That's a 100-hour work week.
Easily.
Mentally, mentally,
And it's
100
also tough because what I'm trying to do, I don't want to be like you see these TikTok podcasts where it's like they just pandering, giving relationship advice and
Yeah.
just arguing about like who should pay rent and stuff
Dude,
like that. That's
they're-
what I'm trying to
they
avoid.
kill.
That.
you got to do that.
You got to
They do
get
so
six
good.
six slots in the studio.
No, there's other ones too.
Yeah.
There's TikTok podcasts where it's just like husband, like a wife is like, and it's really hard for me when I have to think of something. He's like, "You're right, babe. I've never thought
Right,
about
yeah.
that,
They do like relationship.
dude."
Yeah.
To those guys, dude, who do
Yeah.
that shit. There's like girl relationship porn. They're like, "Wow, babe, when you put it that way, you do have a way harder life than me. I should be more appreciative."
Yeah.
of it."
Whereas like they say just the most common sense shit.
My wife sends them to me, and I go,
Oh, no.
"Guy's a fucking pussy, dude."
What a dumbass.
Yeah, it's like everybody like it's a lot when like I think about stuff more and like you're relaxing and it's the dude's like, whoa, wow, that's actually a very good point, babe. Thanks for bringing that into my awareness. Million views on TikTok, dude. I hate that shit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to avoid. They actually make podcasts.
What the fucking hell?
What was that, dude? What you
I
had a
need a
timer?
timer.
There
I'm
was a
like,
timer on the computer. I started instead of a stopwatch. I did the opposite. I forgot.
You did this. We terminated him. You brought him back into our fucking world.
to kick him back
Although
in the
the music,
acid pit. Dude.
Lemaire, you're coming. Yeah, you're coming with me this weekend, right?
To where?
He's like,
Oh, you
"I am."
didn't know?
I didn't know. No.
He thought he was doing the last weekend when he wasn't.
You're not doing Cincinnati and Indianapolis this weekend?
Dude, no, I didn't know. I don't know.
Are you going to do it now in front of
Well,
the whole?
no.
Are you going to do it?
I'll find someone else. We'll find someone else. Are you sure?
I have to go to a wedding on Saturday.
Yeah. I don't go to weddings anymore because I'm career oriented.
I know. I know.
But no, have fun.
Are you sure
I
it's
hope
me?
you throw up.
Dude, are you sure it's me?
I asked yesterday and they said you.
Then I'll go. Yeah.
No, I'll find out.
The last time you thought you were on the weekend.
Check your emails, would you? If they emailed you, you're not on the list. You're not coming. If they did email you, you are not invited. Everybody's comfortable these days, dude.
Crazy.
Nowadays, it's like, oh yeah, I guess I will do a 3,000 seat theater. Yeah, I guess I'll just do that. Makes me fucking sick, dude. Did they email you? All right, good.
Whoa.
Now they're fired.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. They had Lemaire fucked up last time. He had a double booked the Fijis.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Hamid Weinberg's coming.
Oh.
I got a Hamid coming.
Nice.
That'll be nice.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
That'd be
So
awesome.
now you're a podcaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Welcome to the fold.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, you like it?
I am. Am I? Well, I don't know. It's cool, but it's like I'm trying to find my schedule with it because I got to deal with my dog. Then sometimes it's like my girl. Yeah.
It is like working a real job. Right? It's tough to figure it out because I have a dog.
So yeah, it's like
hard
just
to do it.
making sure he just chills when I'm recording. But
Oh,
Let
yeah,
him go
yeah.
wild during the recording.
Trank him.
no, he does.
Trank
That'll
him.
be funny.
Dude, they sell like drugs for dogs
Yeah.
now. There's like dog kratom you can just get and put them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time he ends up just laying in between us, like on
Nice.
the couch. Yeah, so that's
Very
been
sweet.
cool.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
a gay dog, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I got a cockapoo.
You got a cockapoo?
Yeah,
They're yappy though.
yeah. And it,
You
I
might
guess
have
it
to put
is
him down
gay,
for the
like,
sake
it
of the
got
pod.
cock in the name.
And you got a fucking smoke alarm? It's probably beeping during your pod.
True or false?
It's a guarantee on every black podcast, dude.
No, it was like that at my old apartment. Yeah, that was,
How'd you end up with a gay dog?
my girl, she wanted it was between the ring and her dog, and she really wants the ring, but I thought he would buy me a little bit of time.
A whole dog's life.
Yeah,
14 years.
But-
for a
Yeah.
small dog like that.
I thought that would like save it, but now it's
that was a girl trap, dude.
That was a girl
Yeah.
trap.
She
Dogs
thought-
are absolutely girl traps.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. You were like, oh yeah, I'll sign up for a 14-year commitment instead.
True.
Yeah, but it is nice though. It is nice
Yeah.
having a dog.
It is nice.
I get to know my neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh, they go
Yeah.
to like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you
I
live?
I live in Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
right.
real suburban. No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you got white neighbors.
Yeah, white and Indian neighbors.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I need the Indian neighbors.
Dude, we've talked about it. My brother-in-law's battle with the Indians.
He's battling the Indians?
Yeah, is it HOA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the president, or he's on the board, and he has to go around because all the whites were afraid to do it. Because all these Indians moved into this suburban neighborhood in Mechanicsburg,
Yep.
and nobody cuts they're from India, so they're not used to like cutting their yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's yards with like in like a brand new suburban
Yeah.
house with like grass, like knee high grass, and he has to go around and be like, cut your fucking yard.
What?
He does battle. They had to hire an Egyptian man to do battle with the
The
Indians.
Indians they have gladiator grass.
They have gladiator. Dude, they hold hands and walk. They walk nonstop. When you go to my sister's house, there's Indians everywhere holding hands. They're all outside
Yeah, they
constantly.
rule, dude.
They have their grandpa lives in
Yeah.
the garage in almost every house.
And they all wear flip flops.
All flip flops.
Like
all that,
I don't.
yeah.
I've never seen an Indian with a closed toe shoe. They, no matter what.
Those
like,
dress shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
When it's time to get pussy, dude, that's button down and dress, wing toe dress.
Yeah,
shoes,
you're
dude.
very familiar with the Indians.
Yeah, I used to chill with them in college all
They're
the time.
your bros.
My bros,
Your
dude.
squad.
Dude, I'm telling you, I want to be Indian so bad. I want to
Indians
be
fucking
Indian
tight.
so bad. They're the best.
They're killing it on Instagram and TikToks.
Yeah, they're so
What's that?
nasty.
He's like, it's my way. What's the fucking thing? There's this one thing the guy screams every time. Then he like throws cars together, and there's like a tiger running. Come on, help me out on this.
Dude, I saw a lady. So I got off a plane yesterday. I saw an old Indian couple get off the plane. It was like a woman. She had like the garb on, and I tried to give her like I was waiting for my stroller, so I gave her like a high smile,
Yeah,
and she fucking mugged me. She's just mean mugged me, and I was like, what
Really?
the fuck? Yeah, they can be tough nuts to crack every now and again.
fucking
Yeah.
right.
I was standing there. I had a baby with me. I'm like, come on, this is a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Dude, just mean mugged me, and I was like, oh, fuck,
We gotta start making Indian reels and
Like-
TikToks.
dude, I'm
A nice little
That
Indian
one where the
filter.
guy like runs. You ever see that one? He runs up to the three other Indian dudes. You can tell he needs help. He's like, something's going on, and they're like, get out of here. And he goes, starts sprinting. They love sprinting. He starts sprinting, and then one of his fucking brothers starts sprinting next to him.
Yeah.
And they make eye contact, and they're like, let's go. We gotta rape this girl. That's not, you know what I mean.
no, it's a serious problem in India.
Yeah, I'm pointing out a serious problem.
Like, dude, when you're like, there was a
We're allowed to make school shooter jokes about white people.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
a big problem for us.
why can't we? Yeah,
I don't get offended,
why can't we joke about?
although I usually do.
Why can't we joke about 4 Indian dudes sliding down a dirt pile? In business casual.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah, dude, there was. I knew someone who was in India with her friend. It was 2 ladies, and there was a pack of like 5 dudes in business cash, and like their guide was like, "Go now, go," and like they had to run away. Like they seemed nice, like no, go. They put on the bit. They hit Ross, and they fucking rolled. Dude.
Yeah, it's over.
Trouble.
It's
dude.
over. They'll get you.
Damn, some Nautica button downs, some Bugle Boy
That's
khakis.
still my whole closet. And I don't throw it out. I don't know why. I have a closet full of shit I never wear.
Well, I just gave away a bunch of shit.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You have like high school getting fly
I have
pussy getting clothes.
full, like an Old Navy wardrobe. Nautica polos that,
Busted.
that I
Same.
stole from Phil. He goes to like TJ Maxx, buys like a $10 polo. Then I come home and steal it out of his closet.
No, that's the shit I gave away.
Yeah.
I gave away like Nautica
My dad
jackets.
probably found it.
like
Like, what, they're just giving this shit away? It's
like I
just-
had a bunch of like a collection of high school field day shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I forgot I wanted to tell you this. This was the Chappelle thing.
Yeah.
So when Chappelle brought me, I was in there. I was sitting there. Chappelle was on stage, and he was like, "I don't know what to talk about." He was at the end of his set. and
Was
he
it
like-
was it drunk Chappelle like rambling?
Not at first.
Oh, okay.
We stayed on for like long enough that we all got But he was up and he was like, "I don't know what to say." He was like, "Is Shane here?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Shane, what's a topic that's funny to talk about?" Dude, I didn't even think about it. I just went, "Trans." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like as soon as I said it, I was like, "Fuck, he's gonna be pissed. He's gonna hate me." He didn't.
He embraced it.
It was good. He just he went with it.
Yeah, that was not bad. That was like his blowback from his specials. He had like a couple trans jokes.
Yeah, and then
Didn't
he
get
did
paid,
like
like,
3
$80 million?
specials about trans people.
Didn't he get like $80 million?
What?
You get $80 million.
Oh, he got so much.
He got like 4 all caps tweets, and they got $80 million.
Yeah.
Like not a bad trade off. A couple nasty tweets. Yo,
And a protest.
the protest
They like rioted outside of there. We are not men.
outside of his show.
Outside of Netflix.
What?
They spazzed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
They hit him with it.
The ones on the inside are probably like, man, I want to go in there so bad. I'm go outside and fucking march.
I could go march. I'm going to march. All right. We got to chill.
Dude, you know what I found out about today? I did not know there was a Jewish ambulance. Did you ever see a Jewish
in
ambulance?
Brooklyn.
Yeah. I used to live
we-
in that neighborhood.
Yeah. They have
Really?
their own
Yeah.
ambulances, own school buses.
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw it
Everything.
today.
Yeah.
I was laughing on the way up here. I said, "How do you get a hold of it? You call Wine 11?" help,
great.
dude. I didn't know what it was. They fucking blazed across the bridge. I'm like,
Yeah.
why is that fucking?
Just the operators.
I've never heard of it
Somebody
before.
being like, I need help. Well, I need help. I also am having a bad day.
Help!
Oh, God, help. Well, no
got
one's
the
helping
tennis-
me. I'm at work.
I got the tennis elbow again.
Oh, God.
Come get me.
I just like to think of all the lawyers following the Jewish ambulance.
There's like Fury. It's probably Fury Road behind that thing.
7 different cars.
I didn't know they had that.
Yeah, they have their own everything.
Noah told me that was the whole thing about Jaime Town.
And it's almost Jesus.
what?
Oh, with what's his name?
Yeah, with the young boy.
That was it's almost time though. It's summertime is when those boys start stinking.
Oh yeah,
Because they're
true.
rocking those fucking uniforms.
Yeah,
They rock like full
Long ass
blazers,
coats.
button down,
Yeah, the
giant
hat.
fur hat.
Yeah.
Then they get on the train and it's like, holy shit.
come
dude.
on, bro. You should try to start doing it's reaching out. Like, have you heard about the Lord Jesus Christ?
Have you heard about
Have you heard about convertible cargo
Dumb.
shorts? Cargo shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jehovah needs
they're-
to come down and give them some Yahweh needs to be like, dude, it's cargo short, Old Navy cargo shorts. From here on out.
I didn't know. I'm sure there's some sort of reason they, went and grabbed their own ambulances like that. I don't know why. Maybe there's like certain medical procedures that can't be
Yeah.
done.
For real, I bet it is something along those lines.
I'd love to know. Could you guys research why the Jews control the ambulances? Literally. I mean, they do control their own ambulances.
The Jews control the ambulance.
That's a true statement.
It is.
They control their own ambulances. It's fine. It's no big deal. Who funds that? What?
Noah, take it easy.
Yeah, man. Come on, dude.
Don't say the Jews with your eyebrows raised. That's not how you do it.
Apparently, it's
Yeah.
it's called Hatzalah, and it's a Jewish volunteer EMS service.
Oh,
What?
sounds really
They
actually
serve
great.
Jewish communities around the world.
That makes sense.
Not sure for what reason yet, though.
Cause they got their own bus system too.
Really?
Like how MTA has a bus system, they have their own. Like it was like a few stops where
I can
it
see
seemed
how
like
they might.
Yeah,
I can see how
only
they might
knew.
be like, all right, let's control public transport
Yeah,
for
I
a
can
little.
see controlling the big. That makes sense.
That one I'll give them for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's good. They got the buses and
Yeah, it actually seems pretty nice.
how do you get the authority to like speed and drive fast? Is it like construction? Like, where do you petition for the legal right? If I'm like, dude, I want to start an ambulance, are they gonna be like, nah?
Well,
What if
first
I'm
you-
like, I'm starting a Jewish? I want to do an ambulance, so I just pick up Jewish dudes. Can I do it?
Yeah.
What?
You can. Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember in like the gangs in New York when the fire started and then like all the different fire companies came? You used to just be able to like have your own things. I think you still can.
No,
They
you
just kind of
can't.
standardized it.
You cannot.
That's like the Jews do.
No, I'm just saying.
Checkmate.
What do you mean
What's your-
checkmate? You picked a movie about the 1860s.
But I mean, it's still relevant now. The Jews have their own ambulances.
I know, but they're yeah. All right.
Well, no, it's really. I think it's like, yeah. I think that's like VIP level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can everyone be a VIP in their own right?
Yeah.
So how come there's not more firefighters doing that?
I don't know. It's easier just to have a job like with like it's definitely like
There are a lot of
unionized and
fake
everything.
firefighters
Jewish,
out there.
Jewish
There's a lot of-
ambulance is not unionized. I'm sure. You just do it. You know.
I don't think you can just pick up an ambulance. I think you gotta. You
They
can.
do
You
it.
can?
They just do it. They do it.
That's fucking amazing.
Volunteer civil
Damn,
service.
I'm ready to
basically.
look up how much an ambulance costs.
Stay there a lot.
You probably get one pretty cheap.
Running late for
Ambulance.
spots.
Called
Just hop in the
ambulance.
ambulance.
The ambulance.
Yeah, but there's a surge in your area. This is actually going to cost $20,000.
Yeah.
I guess you can if you volunteer. You can probably do whatever you want. There's a lot of firefighters that do that. But they're like kind of fake firefighters.
Volunteer boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4,000 private ambulance providers in the country right now.
Nice.
Nice.
All right,
So
there
I
you go.
guess you could just
Solves
hit
that.
them up.
Noah's attitude's off the charts today, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty
He's
wild.
trying to be confrontational. I don't like it.
No, I'm just having fun. I'm glad to be back.
All right.
So,
what else is going
about
on,
your
dude?
podcast
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
What
Welcome
else
to
is going
Pod
on?
Life.
What are some of the challenges?
Have you
faced?
noticed resentment from seller comedians?
Not resentment from seller comedians. My sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sisters Hate podcast,
Yeah,
dude.
my little sister, especially because my little sister, she's 16. So she's that generation where I remember actually when I was home, when I came to do your show.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I came to do your show, I was like, yeah, my friend, he has a really like successful podcast.
You ever see Belly?
And yeah.
Anyway, what? All right, sorry.
God, that was such a high level.
Anyway, anyway.
But I told my sister that I was like, yeah, my friend got a successful podcast, and she was like, we don't need more men with platforms.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's one of them.
That's
Yeah.
she's a kid.
Yeah,
She'll grow up.
but so yeah, really just resentment from her.
That's not
But
bad.
but other than that, it's been cool.
Wait till you dunk on her with your
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. She'll start one.
Yeah,
She'll start one soon.
yeah, one of those TikTok ones.
Yeah.
She'll kill it. Quadruple years.
I'm asking her, can I be a guest?
Yeah.
Dude, the 9 Girls, 1 Guy podcast are so fucking nuts.
Dude,
Tate started it. I think Tate
Yeah.
started those. And are they? Is he just like hiring like escorts or strippers or something?
I don't know, but Gorlock Destroyer of Worlds is one of the funniest things I've ever. They got a big, they got a big dog on there, and they're like, "It's good to be here with Stephanie, Caitlin, Gorlock, the Destroyer of Worlds." It's kind of the meanest thing I've ever heard someone call a big lady.
Yeah.
Gorlock, the Destroyer of Worlds. Is that? Yeah, whatever. I don't want to get into gender politics.
Yeah. True.
That,
Oh, really?
That's a former fella. Yes.
Had me fooled. I couldn't tell. I had no idea. I said, "My."
Gorlock did get. They're big enough that they are androgynous.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. I mean, it's no secret. Girls have been getting jacked. I thought that lady just crossfitted her way into just fucking.
Destroyer of Worlds.
I found it kind of inspirational. I was like, man, that's fucking pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Wish I could Gorlock out.
It would be awesome. Can you? I mean, you could transfer a couple months if you wanted. Like, no one can stop you. If you went, dude, if you went full dress for a year and just came back and you're like, nah, it turns out it wasn't for me.
Damn.
Everyone, it would be a moratorium. No one could talk shit. Because you could just be like, excuse me.
Everyone would know.
But they couldn't do
Every
it.
single
they were-
person would be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, but like, why? You'd be like, hate crime.
I could scream.
Yeah.
Don't put your hands on me.
No one, no, they couldn't say anything to you. 'Cause then
If I
you,
wore a fucking,
you could film, you could
if I
post
wore a
yourself, excuse
sundress to the cellar,
me? Parasol?
people would be mad.
No, they wouldn't, dude.
Yeah,
no,
they would.
no pants.
No.
Just full on dress.
Just
Sundress with jeans. No, sundress with jeans.
Yeah, dungarees underneath.
You go centaur, half man, half woman. Like, my bottom's man,
Ooh.
top is woman. I'm a centaur. I'm pure centaur.
Ooh, I do like that.
That'd be nice. No one could stop you. Literally, people would have to go like, yeah, I could see that.
And you could trans. You're quiet. You're a quiet guy.
Yeah. I have
You could trans and people would be like, "Dude, you hear about fucking Aunt Moore?" If
People
I did
be-
it, if I
people be
walked
like,
in
yeah.
immediately, they'd be like, "You're a fucking dickhead." If you did it, they'd be like,
oh, brave.
they'd have to respect it. Keep your beard.
I think people would respect your trans more than you think so.
I think. I mean, it would. Some would have to.
It has
Some would have to. Their entire identity is based on respecting that.
Yeah.
So some would have to, but for the most part,
People think people will be needling you.
I think I would get needled quite a bit. I can't imagine. You imagine walking in with Keith.
Just film everyone and expose them.
Yeah.
Expose the hate. Just be like, oh, excuse me.
I'll have a Bud Light and chicken wings. Just go on, do my exact set, do my regular stand up. Hey, what's up?
As soon as someone talks, if anyone talks to the audience, like, hey, you think you can do whatever you want?
You treat me this way. How dare you?
Or just go like almost like a playing card where the back of you is a girl. So you can turn, you have painted eyeballs, and if anyone's talking shit, be like, what do you say?
My ass out.
Like an amphibian with
That's
like,
thong.
the whole other design on your back. You can be like, excuse me.
How dare you? It's almost time, dude. What's today? The 31st? 30th.
30th.
2 days away from fucking party time. It's New York party time. June?
What is it? What happens?
Pride month, brother.
Oh.
Have you ever gone through the Pride Parade?
No, dude.
No. I had to
What are
walk
you doing down there?
I had to walk through it last year.
You had to walk through it?
Had to.
What happened?
Well, I didn't have to. I had a spot, and like I just went the scenic route. It was cool to see though. Everybody is ass naked.
Really?
Yeah,
Everybody?
Like, Pride Parade.
Everybody.
You see so many people with like nothing on. I saw it was this one woman. Damn, I might have a video of it. She got on the pole. Right.
This is totally straight, dude.
just invading their safe space.
Yeah.
It was this one woman. She was like ass naked, just climbed the scaffold and was just dancing on it. And I was more amazed that like she was just out there with no shoes on. That's what like grossed me out. Yeah, just no shoes on West 4th Street.
Just jizz all over the floor.
Yeah,
Was there naked dudes too?
Nut.
yeah.
Nice.
It was
How's the
every- yeah.
penises?
As soon
You
as
saw some hogs.
yeah, as soon as I stepped off the train, as soon as I got off the
Saw a
train there
giant
at Christopher Street, it was just dicks everywhere.
Why does so why do they get
You
naked?
saw a
and stuff?
fucking butt-seeking missile, dude. Just a guy's butt-seeking missile. Just
I don't know why they get naked, but it was freeing. It was definitely
you had a fun time.
I probably walk through it again this year. Yeah.
That's how they get you, dude.
2 more years, you're gonna be
They'll lure
marching.
you in.
You're gonna be in
Right.
there.
They lure you in with some tits. They're like, don't mind this. Here's just a penis.
Right,
You're like,
next year I'm a
I have
float.
one of those.
You're afloat. You're fucking cockatoo. Or cocker,
Just
whatever.
Bogey on a float.
Cockatoo. I said what's the dog you have?
Cockapoo.
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 Yeah.
You get that dog down there, it'd be a hit.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
trans.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never been. I've never been to the gay pride parade.
O'Connor went.
Did he? Check it out.
Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah,
O'Connor
man.
had a good time. You went to the women's march too, right?
No, I would definitely pick Pride over a women's march every time.
Yeah, true.
Gay dudes are way better than fucking women's march.
For sure. I mean, we could
That's fair.
easily turn gay dudes against women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been, that's an easy one. Easy CIA operation to go in there and be like, yeah, fucking, they think you're
They started to.
their cool gay best friend.
Yeah. They picked up on that trope.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
The gay, because there was a gay best friend for a while in
Yep.
most shows and movies
Mm-hmm.
as a white lady's prop. They figured it
I
out.
hated seeing that. I was always like, dude,
Pissed me
what
off.
do you think this is? But yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, they're already, dude, gay dudes are pretty nasty to women. I've seen them do it. It's pretty funny each time.
So I've been kind of talking about this lately. So like, it's a gay porn star with my name. So right, yeah. Now make
Have you
this
been
up.
living a double life, dude?
Yeah, I have a gay following on Twitter, and I could not figure this shit out at all. Like I'm like, why the fuck are all these gay men like just following me, and then they and they DM me like my message request is the wild place,
Bro.
And yeah, and what I noticed too is that like Like they're so specific.
You've been in New
their-
York too. You gotta go back to Philly.
yeah.
You gotta go back to
Because
Philly.
the
dude.
messages they sent me, like this one guy DM me, he said, hey, like you so fine and funny, and like a fan in the Washington Heights. So like they drop hints.
Yeah.
They'll drop hints like as far as the location, but I couldn't figure it out until somebody tagged me in this one video, and I'm watching the video. I'm like, is this some sketch I did and don't remember?
Yeah.
And then and then everybody just started undressing. And then I figured it out what was happening. Like, this is a gay porn star with my name. And he doesn't have social media, so they just come to my page.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. You ever invite them to shows?
I've actually a few have came.
I figured.
Yeah.
Do a little meet and greet. A little tug and suck.
Little meet and meet, dude.
Yeah, meet to meet.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You ever greet their meets?
That's awesome. Yeah, I think there's like a UK Matt McCusker who's a UFC guy.
That's awesome.
Kind of tight, yeah. Always pumps me up. Nobody messes.
Yeah.
No one mistakes us. So, how's the? Have you checked out the? What's the guy look like?
He doesn't. I think he's like kind of Spanish. Like I could see how some like
Nice.
same complexion. He has tattoos.
Don't look at me while you're saying
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Don't look at my eyes. It's about his complexion and tattoos.
Is he bricked up or no?
I got out of there.
You didn't peep his hug?
Yeah, I got out of there. I got out of there like as soon. Yeah.
You didn't peep the
Why'd you
man's
get out
hug?
of
You gotta see the hog.
Yeah. You found
Don't
him?
put it up on my fucking computer, dude. Oh, man, that's my fucking computer, dude.
Yeah.
Get that shit off my fucking computer.
Oh, that reminds me. I was home after the Hershey shows.
You're gonna get me in trouble with my wife. What's the hog like?
I was doing this to Phil. I was home and I kept going, Phil, fucking look at this. This is the exact photo. I Googled naked man's ass. I kept going like that. He goes, "God damn it." That's good stuff. That's naked man's ass.
Just a hunk's ass.
Hunk's ass. Because I was just sitting there. We were hanging out with Phil all day, and I was like, Phil, what are you doing? Just sitting there thinking about guys' nuts and asses. He was like, yeah, okay, Shane. I was like, Dad, all you do is think about guys' asses. It's a fun bit. Next time you're with your dad, tell him that.
He'll get so mad.
So you go, Phil, what are you thinking about? Guys' naked asses? Yeah, okay. You're a sicko. You're a weird sicko.
I told you I hit my dad recently with he was talking about one of his friends. I'm like, yeah, that guy's gay, right? And he was like, he's not gay. What the hell are you talking about? I'm like, I always thought he was gay. He's like, no.
What, his buddy?
Yeah, I just made it up just to fuck with him. I'm like, I always
That's a
thought
good one,
that guy's gay, right? He's like, he's not fucking gay. What are you talking about?
Oh. Just, yeah, when you're with your bros, just be like, dude, you fucking see this shit? God damn, dude.
How many times you get it with that?
You can get everybody.
How many times you get filled with butts?
All day. It was after the Hershey show, and I was
Definitely trying that.
hungover. We just sat there. We sat outside watching the Phillies. I got him the entire Phillies game. You can do it. You know how you show each other your phones? You go, dude, look at this fucking reel. Or look at how funny this is.
Guy's ass.
Giant cock. You can airdrop pictures of.
I didn't know
my
that.
God.
What?
It's a tough one, dude.
What you get? We're gonna get fucking age restricted.
What?
We're gonna get age restricted.
Definitely. Guys' butts.
Guy's butts with a downward pointing boner, dude. That's tough.
I
That's
couldn't
tough
even.
stuff.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious to see me do that pose
That'd be awesome.
with a boner pointing down. It'd be like barely sticking out past the nuts.
You have to plop them up,
Just a
yeah.
hairy, destroyed ass.
Like an old dog's ass.
Just a dirty dog Tybalt's butt.
This summer, take your high to a whole new level. Hamilton Devices gives you an incredible vaping experience with huge clouds and full flavor. If you're looking for something to blow your friends' minds, check out the Jetstream. With 3 cartridges, it's self-propelling, so it blows the vapor. No need to inhale. With multiple airflow modes and adjustable voltage, you get total control of your high, dude.
I need to be in complete control
Total
of my
control.
highs.
With easy and rechargeable and super portable gear, Hamilton Devices makes it easy to vape no matter where the day takes you. Yeah, you guys know Hamilton Devices rules.
Hamilton
I've
Devices
used a
is
lot of
up
stuff.
in this hoe.
Yeah, dude, I stay vaping on that all day
Hamilton
long.
Devices in this hoe.
However you like to vape, Hamilton Devices has you covered. Hamilton Devices is hooking our listeners up. Go to hamiltondevices.com and use code DRENCHED15 for 15% off. Buyers must be 21 or older. That's hamiltondevices.com, code DRENCHED15 for 15% off.
Thank you, Matthew. You did such a good job.
Thank you so much.
That's hard stuff. Now let's get back to the fucking podcast. All right, guys. Father's Day's coming up. Your dad already has enough ugly ties and baggy t-shirts. Get your old man looking sharp. Make him fuckable with clothing from True Classic. They sent me some gear. I like it.
Oh, yeah, True Classic's nice,
These
bro. I wear
Good
all,
tees, dude.
that's all the only tees I wear now.
Their chino shorts are a fan favorite for a reason. Soft and stretchy. These shorts can take your dad from the office right to happy hour and back to the office again.
To do what?
To molest the secretary. You can even throw these babies in the washer and dryer. No need to worry about anything shrinking. Pair his new shorts with True Classics Summer Neutrals t-shirts for the perfect. This is the smallest font of all time, dude. Every dad is different, and True Classic makes tees that have just enough room right where you need it. All right? So if your dad's got a different body, we can fix it. True Classic is hooking all our listeners up with an exclusive deal to help you get along on gifting. Fuck, dude. For a limited time, only get 25% off. For a limited time only, get 25% off with the code DRENCHED at trueclassic.com. That's 25% off with code DRENCHED. Plus, free shipping included on purchases over $100. Perfect. Wouldn't you like to send your dad a fucking t-shirt?
I might send him a nice True Classic.
I might send him some True
gonna
Classics. That
look
is
jacked
nice.
as
I'm going
fuck,
to get him a
dude.
Hamilton Devices from the smoke crack. Go check out Ant's podcast.
Yes.
And see him at Helium.
When are you going
Right?
to be Helium?
June 28th.
Woo.
Oh, June 28th at Helium Comedy Club in Philly.
That'll be lit.
We want more podcasts.
Yeah, we want more podcasts.
Guys, if you're going out of the country this summer, you'll want to learn all the languages to pick up the sweet honeys.
Oh, yeah.
Enter Babbel. Yeah, if you're doing, especially if you're doing love tourism,
Yeah.
you're going to find a wife in a different country.
You want to be able to go. Bing, chong.
Yeah. Are you? Yeah, you should figure out how to ask them. Are you child?
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Do you have penis? Don't fucking lie to me. Babbel will teach you how to say, I'll cut your fucking head off. You tell anybody about this.
Enter Babbel, the language learning app that has sold over 10 million subscriptions. In just 10 minutes a day, you can learn a whole new language and be able to ask someone what time it is, or if that girl at the bar came with somebody. Oh man, yikes!
Whoa.
I'm so excited to start taking lessons with Babbel. Can I tell you about it?
Yeah, I'd like it.
I'm gonna learn Hebrew. And do a bar mitzvah. Babbel's lessons are based on real life scenarios, so you'll be learning vocabulary you'll actually use. No matter your learning style, Babbel has something that'll work for you. In addition to lessons, check out their podcasts, games, stories, and live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/drenched. That's babbel.com/drenched for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
That podcast was great. I can't wait to get back into it. All right. So we covered gay stuff. What else we got? Whacking off. What are you whacking off to?
I got the demon seed in me right now.
Semen?
Yeah, I got a screamer in me. I was away all weekend in Chicago.
Oh, how was that?
It was cool. It was nice. We stayed
You
in
got
like
you
a
chill.
Yeah, we kind of chilled. I mean, when you have, I was like fucking chasing kids around, but it was like we were in like a high rise. It was nice in downtown Chicago, like on like the
Nice.
37th floor. It's so nice. I've never understood like wanting to live downtown.
Yeah.
Because at nighttime the lights go out and like everyone puts different colors like lights in their windows, so it looks cool. You look out the windows, like
Yeah.
it's pretty tight. Thought for sure I'd get some ass in the fucking high rise. Not a crumb, dude.
Really?
Not a crumb.
Not a crumb of sniz
Not
you
a
found?
crumb in there, dude. I wanted to boss up, dude. Not a crumb in the high rise.
You gotta fuck in the window of the high rise, dude.
That's
Damn,
yeah, man.
that's a waste of like a good.
I know.
Yeah.
That was
You
the
should have
plan.
taken
Yeah.
the pussy at that point.
That
You
was
should
the
have.
plan.
You should have. My rules, my attitude. Should have chased her around the high rise.
I should have. I should have. No, we were both very tired after the end of every single day, and stuff too, dude. I ate so much I ate so much yummy pizza too, so I was pretty full.
Yeah,
But
that just happened to me.
what?
Like I planned on getting some, but
Yeah.
I had a bunch of pizza and wine, and like the wine just put me to bed.
You went right to sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost nothing worse.
Well, again, too full.
Yeah, getting too full, just being like, damn, I have no desire to have sex.
Yeah, but you're like tomorrow though. It's
tomorrow I'm gonna get you.
on. Tomorrow is
And you
fucking
wake up,
on.
you're still like, ugh,
Yeah, dude. I was
too much
bucked.
pizza. I can't have any pussy pie. Too many pizza pies. You
Yeah, so I got a screamer in me. I got like a
got a bunch of jizz in you.
bunch of jizz in me.
What those guys' butts just do for you?
Reminded me of all the jizz I had in me, dude.
It reminded you.
It's like, God damn, dude. Why are those butts on glazed?
They were glazed.
Some of them were waxed up.
They were glazed guys' butts.
Have you guys covered glazing guys' butts on your podcast yet?
Yeah, what do you guys talk about on the pod?
No, we have talked about getting your ass ate.
Nice.
Ew,
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah,
Ew.
yeah.
What's the verdict? Is you guys? Is it like a consensus on it?
He's against it, but I told him because he's 25.
Who's he?
Yeah, Asante Morris. You know, he from young kid from Philly. So yeah,
He's against having his ass.
yeah. But I'm 30.
And
so,
you've seen the parade.
Yeah,
You've been in the parade.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got your legs behind your head.
Dressed like Riri, dude, on that one album.
But I'm more pro getting your ass ate now at this age than
For
I
sure.
was. I've become a lot more progressive.
I'm staunch.
Yeah.
Staunchly against it.
Stay out. It's Area 51.
That's Area 51, dude. That's no trespassing, dude.
Yeah, I would to be polite. I'd be like, yeah, sure. You know,
Really? You would
I don't
allow
wanna
it?
turn- Yeah, for sure. Well, it depends. I'd have to like really, clean the grounds.
Yeah.
No,
I
yeah,
need little dudes in astronaut suits down there, fucking.
because the
Yeah,
times it
that's-
happened, I wasn't expecting it. So yeah,
Oh, you got caught off guard.
yeah.
Oh, so your ass was not prepared. You probably had a. Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude.
What season was it?
When was this? Summer. It was Pride. It was June. It was last June.
No, it was year round. Year round.
Yeah,
Year
yeah,
round.
see,
So it's
round
like
the
I've been,
clock?
yeah. So I've been.
You get attacked.
Yeah, the few times it has happened, it's just like,
Someone's about to get the fucking ring, dude.
yeah, just kept going, and me not knowing, or matter of fact, me
Look like
just
fucking
me, I guess
Jordan,
me
dude.
just wanting to see. It's like,
What?
You gotta look like Jordan, dude. The ring on each finger.
Yeah. So you just keep getting your ass eaten? You're still doing it?
no, I'm not still doing it.
Ah.
Right.
You lie like
Right,
a
I'm trying to
rug,
convince
dude.
myself. Right,
Ew. Getting eaten out? You're probably.
Yeah, you can't grunt. You have to make a delicate noise.
Yeah.
yeah.
Best case scenario is, and you grab their,
It's got to just tickle.
you grab their little.
It's got to just tickle. I would like if a lady scratched my asshole.
That'd be nice.
That's like one of the best feelings in the world. When you have an itchy ass
With a back screw.
and
With
you
a,
just dig into it, I'd say go from outside the underwear. I like a little underwear on there. too.
yeah. You get some
I
like
don't want some nails.
coarse
I want-
boxer briefs
Yeah.
to fucking.
Dig in there.
Yeah.
That I could see, but a tongue that's horrific, dude.
Cat
I'd
tongue.
just be like, "Hey, can you scratch my ass for me?" And I'd lay down on my stomach. Say, "Get in."
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
It is something about like underwear touching the ass when you getting that good scratching.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but it's tough when
Never
you do
wash my
that.
hands. I do it. I'll do it walking down the sidewalk,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, oh shit, turn around and see a family
Yeah.
2 feet behind me. I'm just-
I get greedy with like dick adjustments where I'm
Yeah.
like, I get a little micro adjustment, then you go, that didn't quite do it. And you're like, yeah. You grab your dick and you're like, I did that at a party recently. It was just like, God, I think someone saw that. So I gave myself a little pants tug, like, not there. And I was fully like,
yeah. Fuck. You ripped at your dick and nuts.
Fuck,
Probably felt good.
Grabbed my penis. It was perfect.
Yeah.
My penis was in a very uncomfortable position. I
Now that we're
freed it
talking
up.
about it, I'd like to get one of these goddamn shorts accidentally.
What the hell?
So wait,
Yeah.
you're getting your ass eaten.
I have.
How many times?
I say
Dozens.
no. I say about 3 or 4.
Ew, Anthony.
But the first time it ever happened, it was about to be a fight, like
There was
between me and the girl, because it was just like, why are you doing this?
Damn, she wiped your memory.
Yeah.
wait. The fight was after the ass eating,
No, the fight was like while
That'd be
her trying to do it.
and you were saying, "Do not."
Yeah.
And she was, "Come on."
Yeah, and it was just
That's actually kind of hot.
Yeah, I was just about to, like, God damn.
Fuck, I'll give you that.
What was your argument? What was her argument? Like,
I guess I was like 20 at the time. I was like 20 at the time, so I was just like
Damn.
completely gross, and I was just like, yo, you too young to be doing this.
How old was she?
She was like, I mean, we were the same age, but I feel like, but eating ass, it comes with experience. I feel like when you eat ass at 20,
You gotta start. You gotta start
Like
somewhere.
so you
that comes
you're
from
saying
trauma.
start her young. You're saying you got to like work your way up to that's grown and sexy only.
yeah, and like because
grown
if you,
and sexy.
yeah,
You gotta be a grown ass woman. You're gonna eat fucking.
So she was like,
asshole.
"Come on, let me
Oh.
do it."
yeah.
Did you have any other like follow up questions to that? Be like, is this standard protocol for you, or like what's?
No, I was just immediately like just ready to fight.
Damn.
Yeah,
So you were like just throwing punches to her chest.
You're
like,
kind of.
Stop!
and she just coming at me with tongue. Yeah, yeah.
Well, to elaborate.
So how did the fight?
How did it feel?
How did the tension finally break?
I think we just had regular old fashioned sex.
Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah,
The best.
Yeah.
And did you? You've been fingered. Obviously, if you've had your ass eaten, you've been fingered.
That is, women are dying. Women are dying to breach the egg. They're dying to breach
I
the
gotta
egg.
be honest. This first appearance on the pod is wild.
It's a fair question. Why can't we have fun, dude?
Why can't we get fingered?
Why can't we
Yeah.
have fun with our butts, dude?
So yes,
Yeah.
you've been fingered. How many times did you say?
No, I haven't.
They definitely do it while they're eating your butt. Just
True, yeah.
you can use two.
But we
I
should
can
be
take
able
it.
to though. We should be allowed to. We
Yeah,
should have that freedom.
have fun.
I know your freak ass has done it.
No, it definitely did.
No, done to me. No.
He talks about it the whole time when we drove up. He's like, God, my ass is thirsting to be fucking. My pussy's.
Lemaire, you're awfully quiet.
No, I'm good. I'm not an ass guy.
Nice.
Same.
Damn, dude, you're the only one.
Yeah.
I
And
would
we-
never let her go down there.
And
I
we
love
also
her.
need like
I've
we,
done
we
it. I'm
should
not
have
gonna
the
lie.
freedom to
You've
use.
had your asshole licked.
Yeah.
You've had your asshole licked.
Yeah.
Awesome. How'd it
For sure.
feel? Elaborate.
Awesome.
Would
It's
somebody
awesome.
elaborate?
It's
Oh,
like, you know
thank
your
you.
balls getting
Curious.
licked?
Yeah.
It's 10 times better.
Thank you.
It's 10
Thank
times
you.
better than balls.
I'm not saying it doesn't feel
It just
good.
gets better and better until you go down to your feet and you go, oh.
Look, there's a lot of stuff that feels great that I don't participate in.
True.
Probably getting butt fucked.
True. No, you know what? There's got to be something to it. If all those guys doing
Obviously,
that,
there's something to it.
fucking floating around
Obviously,
on
there's a
balloons.
lot to it.
Dude, they'll like seriously have guys with like their feet on your neck, like stop butt fucking. You're like, I can't.
I wish I could. You don't think I wish I could stop getting butt fucked?
It's too damn
It's
good.
ruining my entire life.
I could have had children, but instead I chose to get butt fucked.
Should I get butt fucked? But
Yeah, it's
now
fucking-
everybody likes it, so
it's
I'm
hard.
fine.
Yeah, true. That really must have stunk.
It's gotta be tough for the fucking geezers, the gay geezers.
Yeah.
Be like, damn, look at you motherfuckers. Parades. We were fighting cops,
Yeah, dude.
getting
And
hit,
sucking them.
sucking the cops quietly. And then they'd hit us after we sucked them. So they were embarrassed.
That is crazy. That is
Yeah.
crazy. That I mean, when we were younger, there was that Matthew Shepard kid.
Yeah.
Like dudes would like hear about gay stuff and just go
They'd be
ballistic. And be like,
furious.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck this guy up. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's a
Now,
dark
it's,
one.
now it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah. If you, that's a good point though. If you do follow them, you're saying you're like just don't even open the door. Just draw the fucking drawbridge.
I'm pretty self-conscious about things, and
Keep the A.
my
just-
butthole is definitely one. I'm like, I can't. The world's not ready for this. I
Yeah.
can't share this with one person. And also, I have a covenant with God.
About your butthole.
Well, that's something he would be against.
Probably. What about a little like perimeter play though? Non-penetrative perimeter play.
I'm not saying people haven't tried to go down. I'm not saying a couple ladies have danced around. I said, what the fuck are you thinking? No. Ew, no.
You go full 7th grade girl mode, like absolutely not.
I squeeze their hand as hard as I can. Yeah, they try to reach down. I go, put it on my tit. I go, you can go up on me, and that's it. No one's allowed to finger me yet. So you guys have been fingered.
It's not a big deal. It's
It's not a big deal. You
2023.
guys
No,
can
never
admit it.
do.
You're not a slut if you've been fingered. You guys are old.
I'm afraid of my dirty ass.
Yeah, I've
That's
got.
I don't want to. Do you want your lady to have poop on,
That's
on her
nothing.
finger?
A dirty ass is nothing to a woman,
Dude,
dude.
you want her to pull a finger out and you had poop on
Yeah,
it?
but dude, they
That's
deal with
gross. And then
10
she's
times
touching your
worse.
face
Yeah.
with it, with
They
your own
deal
poop?
with 10 times worse. Well, why would they touch your
By the
face?
way, I
with it?
touch my own face with my own poop
Well, that's gross.
every single day, dude.
That's so dirty. That's yucky.
It's not that yucky. You do it too, dude. Before you go to bed, do you ever start scratching your ass?
I would wash my hands.
You would get out of bed and
I'm
wash
just
your
kidding.
hands.
That was a lie.
Yeah, you scratch your ass and then you go.
But I'm not going like so far in.
Well, you don't gotta be an animal about it. You
Well,
gotta
actually,
a little more gingerly.
Yeah, you just rammed it. Just laying in bed at night, you're just like, damn, my ass itches.
Like a battery ram.
Good pod, hot pod,
This
butt
is a hot pod. This is a big butt
You bring
pod.
Aunt more on your podcast. You're talking butt stuff.
Yeah, it is the age old. It's the age old debate of like
Men's butts.
hetero dudes
Yeah.
is butt play acceptable or not. Yeah,
Everybody I've talked to that's done it's been like, it rules.
it's decent. Yeah,
Yeah.
but again, you don't want to become a butt slut.
And you don't want to be the first one in the group to do it.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt
I'm
helped
a
you
bit
out
of a
big time.
pioneer, yeah.
Matt held out. Matt held out. Let you fucking. You're in the deep end. He said, "I've been in there too, brother." I'm also in the deep end.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to become a butt slut because women do. They're going for the butt. It's like
They
a
do go
revenge.
for the
It's
butt.
a revenge thing.
They would like to strap on.
They would love to strap you down.
Man, when you hear about a, don't tell me, bro.
No, no,
Do not tell me, brother.
no.
That's not convincing. Have you been strap attacked?
No. That's too much. That's too much.
That's next, dude. After you get your butt eaten, that is next.
Strap attack.
That's the gateway. Yeah.
Finger and butt eating. The next on the docket
is strap
is
attack.
a strap attack.
Yeah, true. And that's it, dude. They want nothing more. I think they strap
Yeah.
attack you and leave you. They just go, "That's it. I'm leaving. I'm taking
Yeah, I'm
all my
not staying with
stuff.
that sissy.
Taking all my stuff."
Man, you could get drunk. You could get drunk and get strap attacked.
Yeah.
There was if you didn't know, and there was a purchase made. There's a strap could be under your bed right now,
So much she had that thing on her.
and you get hammered. You go just while you're asleep. Just oh my
Wait, you saying she strap attacks you while you're sleeping?
yeah, strap attack, rape. And then you go, wait a second.
Oh, you wake up to it.
Yeah, you go.
Oh my god. Oh.
What the fuck?
Then that's like a force. That's a whole other force you'd have to contain within your life. Just getting butt punished. You're like, dude, it's been like a month. I've been butt punishing forever.
We talked to our friend. Remember that podcast we did with our friend that got
Yeah.
butt punished?
Yeah, he was pretty into it.
He was all about it.
Yeah.
That was an uncomfortable moment.
It's got to skew the relationship.
It does.
If you get
When
butt
I hear
punished.
about it, I go,
Although Tom Hardy went super alpha on it. He's like, yeah, I've butt
Yeah.
fucked guys before. I'm an actor.
Venom?
Tom Hardy.
Venom's butt. Yeah,
Venom,
he's, had
yes,
some,
Venom.
he's had some Venom.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think he's only top though before.
You thought that was drool coming out of Venom's mouth?
I think he's only butt fucked guys.
Probably. Tom Hardy's the man.
I
But
could be
again,
spreading a vicious rumor. Did he?
no, he said he was bisexual.
He did say
he
so.
said he's laid with
Yeah,
men.
He's been a part of the theater for a while.
Yeah.
Who could blame him?
If you're in the theater long enough.
Yeah, you do enough
That's
Shakespeare.
true.
Who knows?
This theater tour might culminate. Who did this? Who did this? Who is responsible for this fart?
That's me, dude. That's me.
What are you with their leaky fingered butts? Who's responsible for this?
That's all me. My bad.
God damn, you have been having dog farts lately. Dude. Just quiet dog farts.
I was like, I know this isn't right, and it was just I was like, it's right there.
It's
Let me-
right,
let me
dude. It's
just
right at the
get-
goal line. Just punch it in, dude.
I had some. That's probably why I didn't get any ass this weekend. I was, dude, punishing farts.
Yeah, you're not used to all that pizza.
A lot of pizza, and I started taking. I got like. I'm back on the lion's mane. I just got a bunch of this like mushroom powder.
Did we talk about it here? That lion's mane. I almost shit my pants.
Oh,
I know the mushroom capsules.
The mushroom. So I've been taking them, but I also
Dude, I
like.
almost shit my pants.
I know.
I had to
You were
run
telling
home.
me. You think it's from the lion's mane?
It's never happened to me in my life.
What's
Oh,
that?
we were.
Just taking mushroom. He gave me a bunch of these like micro doses.
Well, this
and
I've been taking lion's mane. This is like psilocybin, like mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a little capsule.
He gave me a couple caps.
Got your hiney
I
going.
had nothing to do one day. I was like, I'll take a couple of these.
It opened your third eye.
Go for a
dude.
walk. My chakras were wide open, dude. I was out for a walk, and all of a sudden, I had like a back pain. I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, wow, that's crazy. My back hurts. And then all of a sudden, there was a grumble in my stomach, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? I got to turn this walk around. Started walking briskly to the house. And then you know how when you have to shit real bad, it like eventually, if you hold it long enough, it does subside.
Yeah.
This thing kept getting worse. I've never almost shit my pants. almost shit my pants.
You thought
Did I
you,
talk about this last week?
you told me.
All right.
You thought you could good boy it.
I thought I could tough this thing out.
Yeah, sometimes you're
hold
like-
it as hard as I could.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can good boy it, Dom.
did not
Like,
go.
I'm gonna be a
Just
good
bruised up
boy.
a
It,
bigger
it was
shit.
such a serious shit that not a single door got closed on the way in. I didn't have time to close doors. I was running into the house. Dude. You can't run.
You can't.
I
Yeah.
was just walking as hard as I could. I was jingling my keys. I was like, what the fuck?
How was
Yeah.
it when you spied your toilet too? Were you just
It's the closer you get to your house, your butt knows.
Yeah.
it
You
does.
start to have to shit even worse.
It does.
I ran up the steps. Tommy was like, he texted me. He was like, "What the fuck was that?" I was like, "Dude, I almost shit my pants. I was out for a walk. I'm on mushrooms and I almost shit my pants."
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my farts have been from taking the.
I've never had that
Microdoses.
before, so I'm saying it was the mushrooms.
Dude, I started taking turkey tail and lion's mane and just like putting it in coffee, like a bunch of this other like just regular mushroom powder.
Yeah.
Dude, that's where I think I had like the fucking like the worst smelling farts. There's a note on farts that's maxed out as
And you're in Chicago,
It's almost like a chemical smell.
and you had vacation farts. Vacation farts, you get a different scent, dude. If I go to the beach, my farts smell different.
It's like a saltwater taffy.
I don't know what it is, dude.
Dude, my brother Kevin was taking he was taking Lance Armstrong supplement. And all they did was give him the worst smelling farts. And it was the maxed out. It was like I was hitting that level of smell where it's like almost it like smells like a fucking
But
chemical.
people are mad
It's a chemical smell.
when you fart. People
are mad and like concerned for their own well being.
Yeah.
Like,
Is there a gas leak? Something's wrong. Is the stove on?
yeah, I was hitting those level of it, and
Yeah.
it was just Jesus Christ, dude. So bad.
Yeah, that's why you didn't get any high rise, pussy.
I know. I stunk up the high rise. I stunk up the 37th
Fucking
floor.
yeah,
dude.
the top floor. Those farts were probably creeping through the vents upstairs.
They were nasty, dude. They were so loud, dude.
You ever? Nice.
Yeah.
What's better than extremely loud farts?
I can't help but fart as loud as possible. I look my wife in the eye and I go, yo. She
I'm
looks
the
up and I
same
go,
way.
as loud as I can. You're not funny. I'm
Best
like,
is the
"Nah."
morning. Try to wake them up if they're still sleeping.
Yeah.
Stare at them while they're sleeping and fart as loud as you can. You watch them go like this.
Yeah. I just ripped a good one. Me and my girl were eating breakfast,
Oh,
eating some French toast, and I looked her right in the eye and just just let her rumble in the chair. she was so disgusted at me.
there's nothing better to do.
At breakfast, rumble in a chair.
Just impress a lady with a fart.
Especially in the morning. That's risk.
Yeah.
There's a dump. There's usually a dump behind that early one.
True.
Then I'll say like, you hear how loud that one was? Like I'm proud of my farts.
You have to be.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Yes. I was 3 feet away from you.
Yeah, the amount, dude, the sheer volume she takes is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Of just I'll fully have it
You've
contained
been
under the
farting
covers.
like a motherfucker lately.
I know, dude. I
The
know.
last several weeks, you've been occasionally this whole room stinks like
I'm
shit.
sorry, dude.
No, it's
Well, whenever I start
You know
lifting
I-
again,
you know I
whenever I
like
start
it.
lifting, thank you. Whenever
know
I
I
start
like
lifting again, I start eating like an Olympic athlete.
of course.
So if I lift at all, it's like, oh, I need 20,000 calories a day.
I do, dude. I go to that trainer and immediately I'm like, well, I can eat anything for the rest of the week.
Yeah,
I'll eat like a monster for the rest of the week.
yeah. I've been
And I'll
doing
come
that.
back the next week. I'll be like, what the fuck happened?
like,
You're visibly worse than you were last week.
so my muscle cells were breaking down. I had to repair them, dude.
Yeah.
I had to
The only, the
I was
only way to
carb
repair
loaded.
it was wonton dumpling soup every day.
Yeah, I carb loaded there and just munched a fucking pizza. We all went out to Giordano's Chicago style pizza. I just fucking demolished.
Did
the
you
pizza.
talk about the Democrat mayors ruining the city?
the new guy? Nah, Brittany was giving me the deets on the way we were driving. She was like, "Yeah, he not doing a very good job."
In Chicago?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I think
same thing in Philly.
I think it's a
yeah.
tall task.
Fucking is Kenny? Is Kenny? Did he get reelected or?
I don't know, but it's really
No,
the
did
DA.
he quit?
Yeah,
It's the DA. It's
Was
crashing.
he like, this sucks,
Crasher.
I'm out of here?
Yeah.
yeah. Let him go. You're talking. Let him go, Larry.
Yeah.
Talking about let him go, Larry, dude.
Where'd I put my Zins?
Cop
Yeah.
union hates him. What are you looking for?
My delicious Zin.
Oh, nice. Yeah, dude.
My Lucy's.
I was just like, I was checking the news. I was like taking a dump, just checking the news while I was in Chicago, and like it was just shootings were always at the top, and it was. I would check, take a dump, go later, and like 2 hours later, I'd be like, oh goddamn, we're up to.
Yeah.
It was like 10 people died, I think.
Yeah. On the weekend? Yeah.
I think so.
They get a lot every weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Philly's
dude.
been nuts.
Yeah, Philly is. You see they banning the mask?
They're banning the mask? Yeah.
Which is
Matt called that day one.
Hold that day one of the pandemic. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
if you're like given if it's like
Yeah.
people do those laws, and it's like there's like full on criminal organizations out there that
Right.
are sitting back and
Yeah.
going, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right,
can wear
yeah.
a ski mask. I can evade the camera system now. I can be in this guy's house, come out with a mask on. That now no one has any idea who anyone is, dude. It's
Which-
that was
Oh,
day
yeah.
one of it.
I like the ban. I like the ban for a lot of reasons. One, I'm gonna feel safer, and I think it's gonna be a lot more accurate shootings. Like like it'll be
Yeah.
easier to hit the
Yeah.
person I want to get. So it's like, oh, he don't have a mask anymore. I've been looking for you.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people probably got hit just wearing a mask.
Oh yeah,
Like, there's
true.
that motherfucker right there. You shoot him, you're like,
Not the guy. Yeah,
not him.
yeah. That was the scuba masks were crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going away. That was crazy. Over
I still get mad when I see them
the masks.
on airplanes.
Yeah,
Still, there's always just families in masks. And I'm just like,
yeah. What's
fucking
up?
pussy family.
Oh, you're talking about like the
Yeah,
KN95s.
yeah,
That's how I feel. I was early
Yes.
on that. Like I remember I had a college March 3rd, 2020. And I remember going to the show and my girl giving me like Kleenex wipes and sanitizer,
Dude.
telling me to wipe down my seat. And I felt like an idiot. The only one doing
Oh,
this
you
shit.
did it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I put it to use. But I didn't nobody thought
Yeah,
it
no
was
one knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
No one knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah, that was early on. Now it's like, dude, if you're still KN95'd up, dude, it's like I was on a flight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people still
I
rocking.
want to
them.
punch him.
It's crazy. I want to snap him, dude. It's fucking.
That'd be funny. I want to fly Air Canada again. Go yell in that fucking male stewardess's fucking face. I'm gonna spit right in his
I'm
mouth.
showing my
I
ass.
hate him.
Show my
I'm
ass.
showing my ass.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I've been watching a lot of RFK Jr. stuff.
Nice.
He's been crushing
The
that.
bro.
He's been crushing that in terms of all the stuff. Like we kind of got butt fucked a little.
Yeah.
Speaking of butt fucking, it was
We got our asses
they
licked.
started going on like the fucking dude. What was the one trial where it was like they just did it on like 4 dogs or something for the new booster? The data no, it was on like 8 mice.
I remember when they were like fucking beagles up.
Yeah,
What was that? What did they do to them? Were they like?
that was way back when.
That
Yeah,
was
like-
way back. He had the fruit flies or
Yeah,
the
were they
bot
like
flies.
letting bugs eat beagles' faces?
Yeah.
He's
He also
sick.
killed a bunch of gay people too with the AIDS stuff.
Well,
Oh yeah,
that's a tough one.
But the Beagles.
The beagles.
Allegedly.
yeah. The beagles have hard lives, dude. They're #1 laboratory dog. Why beags?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't like it though. Beagles are cute.
I know.
Do it on fucking cockapoos.
Oh, they were. No, weren't they cutting their vocal cords
Yeah,
out? So they
yes.
couldn't,
They
yeah,
couldn't howl.
God,
so they couldn't
damn.
howl or make noises.
Yeah, and then
bother-
they'd let bugs eat their face.
Ugh,
That's good. That's a good experiment.
that is pretty good.
For real. It's like a 3rd grader's like the fucked up kid in class's idea.
It's like the bad kid from Toy Story.
For real. Just take out their vocal cords and put a bag on their head with bugs in it. Why?
Sean, fact check yourself about Dr. Fauci murdering homosexual man. Because that's the kind of stuff that get us deplatformed, dude.
Yeah, that was alleged. I could edit it out if you want. You could read Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s book about it, though. if you
Yeah.
want.
That's gonna be fun. I was talking with the Ocon man last night. We had a couple of drinks, got into some politics.
Nice.
They're just not gonna have any. Biden's just not gonna debate anybody.
Yeah.
They're gonna duck RFK. They're gonna say we're not doing that debate, and then he's gonna say I'm not gonna share a stage with somebody who denied democracy, and he'll be able to duck Trump.
Yeah.
He's never gonna have to debate.
Yeah, true. But yeah, RFK's hitting all the pods though.
RFK's hitting the pods, but
He's
I'm
hitting
saying
the pod. Yeah, Biden will get out
I'd
of
love
the
to
debate.
see them debate.
Especially, dude, the rematch, dude. That's Rocky too. Trump versus Biden.
Trump
Yeah.
Biden, the rematch is gonna be nuts.
I would
He might
love that.
Drago him. It might be Rocky. It might be Creed Drago. Trump might kill him.
True, yeah. Especially if you watch
Yeah.
his tape. It's like, first of all, just shut the fuck up. Don't spaz.
Yeah,
He
and talk.
spazzed on the first one.
Totally
Rocky
fucking-
won. He spazzed.
He totally
The
spazzed.
first debate, he was just Trump would not shut the
it
fuck
was
up.
crazy.
He ruined it.
I think RFK would body them. I mean, easily body them both in a debate.
Definitely, he's the only one with a brain.
True.
The other two, Trump and Biden, are gone.
Well, it's nuts because I've like been watching a lot of his interviews and he just like talks. If he like doesn't want to answer questions, he's like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really want anything to do with that." And it's like he'll answer questions like a regular person. And then I turned on and I don't know if it was like Trump or DeSantis, and it's just like, "Immigrants are killing you," and
Yeah.
it's very funny how like sensationalistic. Like you just get accustomed to like how all that stuff
Yeah.
was. It's
How
like Jesus Christ.
preposterous it is.
It's insane. I hope he does it so bad, dude.
I hope.
He brings a tear to my eye, dude. When I watch him, I get so proud. I'm like, yeah, dude, this
RFK?
country has a chance. Yeah, when I watch him, like, we
Yeah,
have
he's
a
pretty
fucking
sick.
chance.
He'll
have a
get
chance.
8% of the votes.
You think so? He's polling pretty
He
well?
will not get any votes.
I'm telling you, he's polling well.
I agree. I'll vote for him.
I hope he wins.
But
Dude. He's
he's-
got a shot, dude. His wife wouldn't have let him run if he didn't have a shot.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Cheryl Hines wouldn't have let him run. He goes, if I didn't have a shot, he goes, he had to show her some of the polls.
You just got to tough it out. You got to tough out his voice for 1 minute.
You get
then
used,
you get
I'm
used
used
to it right away.
Yeah, exactly. Get used to it really quickly.
And I think I said this last time. I was driving, listening to his one podcast, and I was like, he'll never win because of this voice. And I was like, damn, how dumb is our fucking country?
Yeah.
That it's true. No one will vote for him because of that. People will be like, yeah, but you hear his voice. Meanwhile, Biden can't talk,
Yeah.
and Trump's nuts. And they'll be like, yeah, but the guy sounds funny. The one rational guy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see. He had it out with fucking Crystal Ball.
I watched that. I was
Yeah.
none too pleased.
Yeah, that was tough, man. He's like, show me where I'm wrong. She's like, you've
We're not
studied
going to
this.
get into this right now. It's like, well, you brought it up. We're out of time.
She's like, well, you study this. She's like, you study this your whole life, so I'm not going to debate you on it.
Yeah. It's like, so then what the fuck are you questioning it?
Yeah, I mean, dude, could be the president, dude.
Ant, you voted for Trump, right?
Have you ever voted?
Yeah, I voted. I do want him back on Twitter. I have it. I voted in.
You definitely voted.
I was
you
matter of fact,
definitely voted for Hillary
you know what's
Clinton.
funny? No, I did, and I was mad as hell because
She sent one of her minions to eat
no,
your butt, dude.
for that vote, I waited to the last day, and I was living up here, so I had a mail-in ballot.
Yeah.
So I went out of my way to catch the megabus back to Philly to drop off my ballot. And then when I got back, I came back the next day, like after the results, and just landed off the megabus into like just protest. That was the wildest shit.
Oh fuck!
Because it was like I would, especially at
Man, that
that.
was nice. You went and did your duty as an American citizen, and then how are you rewarded with a loss to the GOAT, dude? Trump, 2016
Right,
Trump
yeah.
might have been the GOAT, dude.
Yeah,
That was pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah, there was
Prime
one-
Trump. Yeah,
Prime Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got-
he's weakened himself, man. Telling
Of course, he's fucking 4 years. You know, he's so old.
you. True. Yeah, 4 years have passed. I guess.
He's old.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of his harder core people have been
6
like,
years have passed.
They left him. A lot of his harder core supporters are like, all right, it's enough.
It'll be interesting.
And DeSantis is kind of 2.0 basically.
How old is Trump?
78,
Is he really?
70. Yeah, I think he'll be 80.
Damn.
I could be wrong. And Biden, he's 76 right now. And then Trump, yeah, true. 1776. That was Noah. What? Biden's 80 right now, so he'll be. So if he wins the next election, he'll be 86.
No,
when
man,
he's
they
done.
can't run him. There's no way.
86, dude.
There's no
I think he's
way.
bad now. Think of him in 6 years.
If he wins again,
6 years from now.
if he wins again, it's definitely fake. There's no way he wins again.
That's
they-
the wildest shit.
There's no way.
They run him
there's
against
no
Trump. He's
way-
got a chance.
Where he's in charge, it's the biggest country in the world, like in terms of like GDP.
Yes.
And there's why would there be a senile guy winning?
This is when like ageism should be allowed.
Yeah, it's not even. There's no such thing as ageism, dude.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
not
Joe
a real
Biden right
thing.
now, after 6 more years, not only 6 years of life, 6 more years of being the president,
Yeah,
how fucking worn down that guy's like he's gonna be
Yeah.
totally gone.
dude. Just
He's
from, like,
already
even if you did nothing, you were just on TV and people were talking about you. That would have your adrenals going 24/7. And it's like the ageism thing's ridiculous because it's like, all right, well then let a 12-year-old be president. It's like, well, we can't do that. It's like, okay, so you can't have a fucking 85-year-old either.
It's a good argument, Matthew.
Thank you, man.
It's like most times you don't even let an 80-year-old decide what they're going to eat.
No, they
Yeah,
can't even
yeah.
fucking wipe their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. If he wins again,
Yeah.
that's
Something's up.
suspect, dude.
Where are you gonna move, dude? I
You know
might
where
have
I'm
to
going.
leave.
You go fucking head down south. I might move to Mexico.
Yeah.
I'll
We're
leave. I'll move
we'll be right there.
True.
All right, we should switch over
Let's-
to
yeah,
the
hit the page.
Patreon. Goodbye.
The Wild Wild West.
We're live, Sagar. Thank you, dude. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I like your
Obviously.
setup.
Thank you,
This is
man.
fun, yeah.
Thank you. It's
Since I'm in politics, I kind of think
That's what I'm saying.
I vibe with the set more. I think.
I think it's a good look for you too, dude. I think you look good on that.
Really?
There's something
See,
about
now I feel really self-conscious. I should have worn my suit. The only reason I didn't is because I'm going out after this. I'm like going to be about the
For
town.
sure, yeah.
You don't want to be walking around Austin, Texas. In a
just
suit.
sweating. in
I
a
did
suit.
it yesterday after Lex Friedman's podcast, and I was getting a lot of looks.
Do you guys both
Uh,
wear suits?
Yes, we both wore suits. That's right.
That's kind of
Yeah,
nice.
but his is the black suit. His is different. He has
Yeah.
like a uniform.
He does.
and I like to change it up.
He's like an alien fighter.
Yeah.
He dresses like
Yeah.
Will Smith from Men in Black.
Yes, exactly.
It's kind of there's something nice about that. I've always wanted to do the Steve Jobs thing where I wear the same thing every day.
You could do it. I think you could do it.
I feel like I could. I know one guy who's been wearing all white for 7 years, and I might jack his swag.
In comedy, do you think it is useful to have a uniform or no? Because I noticed that comedians have been getting very like fashion forward,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'll go to a set and I'll be like, honestly, what he's wearing is kind of distracting me right now.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
understand why. I mean, I have like a loose uniform. It's just jeans, usually these sneakers, and I
Yeah.
just switch a plain colored T-shirt.
That's fine. See that's not
Yeah.
that's like that's comfortable. I could see that working, but sometimes I'll see these guys in like crazy ass Gucci stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm blinded by you right now. I can't even hear what you're saying.
I never understood that too, because it's like, dude, you're supposed to be making people laugh.
You tell me. I don't know. It's your profession.
I don't know what it is. I see people go way fashion forward on the stage, and I'm kind
Yes.
of like, dude, it's just like a distraction.
Totally.
And nobody
Okay, good.
cares.
I'm
Nobody
glad you agree.
cares. I totally agree. It's
Yeah.
like nobody cares. Your job here is to play the fool. Like you're trying to dress like a cool guy. It's like I think it detracts.
I'm with you, man.
I think it detracts. If I ever wear anything that is remotely eye catching, I'll think about it on stage the entire time.
Really?
I can't. Yeah, it took
What?
me forever to. This is my Aura ring. It's just for tracking my biometrics.
Uh-huh.
Took me forever. I would meet every person I met. I'd be like, I'm usually not a 2-ring guy.
You're the only Aura Ring person I know who's a guy.
I know. It's
Yeah.
well, they track their periods.
I know. That's why
And-
every woman I know is like they're obsessed with period tracking. So how,
Well,
does, it, how
dude-
does it feel to be a guy wearing an Aura ring?
Well, me and
what do you
Nick,
even get out of the
me
Aura
and Nick Sex from 311. I'm not the only
Okay,
guy.
oh,
The guy
really?
from 311 wears the Aura ring too. Like,
Real
So
men, real men wear whoop straps.
whoop
okay?
straps
Yeah,
are cool, but
yeah.
here's the thing: sleeping with something on my wrist, I get it to track my sleep.
Yeah,
my
but
sleep
you can
is
sleep
way
with
up.
This. You can sleep with
I
this.
just too clunky
What
on
do
my
you mean
hand.
It's too clunky on your hand.
It's too clunky. I tried doing the Apple Watch sleep, and it's
Yeah.
just I can't get with it.
I'll tell
And-
you, when I got my wedding ring, it took me months to get used to this shit.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, even now, I'm always like this. Like,
Yep,
I
felt
noticed subconsciously. I'm always twisting
I
it
bang it
around.
on shit. I
Yeah.
felt weird for the longest time, and then now if I don't have it on, I feel like a
Right.
like a naked boy.
Do you ever get terrified that you're gonna rip your finger off? I think about that all the time.
How are you gonna rip your finger off?
I don't know, like the trunk or something, like something will catch just exactly the right way. and
Oh,
that's it,
you're
it's
gonna
gone.
come into it like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, and your entire finger is gonna be completely ripped off.
Then it's well. Look, if you rip your ring finger off, then it's on. You can do whatever you want. Just be like, bro, my bad.
Hey, what do you even tell your wife? Put the ring on the nub.
Yeah, it's like I lost my ring. You just cheat on her all the time because you don't have a ring
Yeah,
finger.
like,
I'm not
babe,
married.
I don't have a ring finger. It's gone.
Our vows are over. Yeah, if you lose that finger, you're a batch. You're
That's
a bachelor.
good. I like that. Wait, you remember those rules in the 2000s? I love watching, 2000s movies or actually 1990s, like American Pie, when they're like, it's not cheating if you're not in the same zip code.
Oh yeah.
And rewatching it 25 years later, you're like, that makes no fucking sense. You're like, what are you talking? Like, how
Dude.
is this conventional wisdom in 2001?
The hall pass was
Yeah.
another big one. Like
Yes,
hall pass. Who the
that was there was a whole Friends episode. I'd be like, what's your hall pass? And I was like, but that's not real. It's
Yeah.
just totally fake.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
butt
you're just
fucking a lady in a
cheating.
hotel
Yeah.
room. Like, stop acting
What
like it's a
are you-
cute thing to do. Yeah, I was literally just thinking about hall passes yesterday. I was like,
Yeah.
they try to push that for a little bit. They're like,
it was a huge
hall pass.
2000s trope, as if all relationships functioned on if you're not in separate area codes, you're not married or you're engaged. Hall passes were apparently and allegedly a thing. What else was there? There was
Work wife, work
work
husband.
wife was
Bro,
a huge thing.
That
That's
shit
right.
pisses me off.
Yeah,
I don't like that stuff
The
at
entire
all.
work wife concept is fucking weird. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's-
I understand how it arises, but it's not your work wife. You're cheating on your wife.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're having an emotional relationship
You are having an emotional affair.
that's going to bleed over.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Things were weird in the 90s. Things
They were.
weird.
And there was also in the 90s, it was like very in vogue. We talked about this before, but it was like very in vogue to like jailbait. The concept of like having sex with
You're
underage
absolutely right.
women
Yeah.
was just like, yo, bro, jailbait.
That's another big American Pie thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, man, they don't age well, but they are still hilarious.
Dude, they're
And
so funny.
They should remake it. They should do it again. We need, what was the last one? American Wedding? Is that what it?
I lost track. American Pie,
Yeah.
I saw that. That was like a huge thing to see when I was younger. I
Absolutely.
kind of jumped off that and Hangover. I didn't really follow The Hangover as well.
So good.
Comedies, they stopped making comedy movies for
Yeah,
the
but
most
the
part.
whole reason I'm here is because Shane is filming Titus.
I know.
So he's-
Now it's
it's
the emergence. It's
Yeah.
re-emerging.
Yeah.
And that technically is a show. The comedy, the great American comedy. There was like the Farrelly brothers, all
Yes.
these people. You don't have like a comedy in the theaters.
Well, and the weirdest thing too is that the director Todd Phillips. I mean, he made so many of those movies that I love. Old School. He made what else did he make? He made Road Trip, I think. Which
Yeah.
is an incredible film.
Road
People
Trip's
know
nice.
that. Road Trip is so good. But now and then he did The Hangover.
Mhm.
He became filthy rich. But then he made the Joker movie, and then he made Joker 2, which is adorable. It's like a
Dude,
total disaster.
why did they do that?
I don't know. I mean, the Galaxy Brain case, Tarantino had a really good quote. He's like, Joker is Todd Phillips saying, the way he talks. He's like,
Yeah.
Joker is the Todd Phillips way of saying, fuck you to the audience. And that's why it's brilliant. And I was like, I don't know, Tarantino. I think you're galaxy braining yourself into how that this shitty movie is actually really
Yeah, it
good.
sucks.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's just empirically bad.
I know. Even though to be like, yeah, because for me, I always think of like the movie, like I guess if you have that track record,
Yeah.
it's like people will still invest in you.
Well, that's the thing. He has fuck you money. And also, he's a super weird dude. One of my favorite books I read about Hollywood was Molly's Game. Actually, it also became a movie, which is a good movie. I think it's on Netflix. And it's about that girl who ran the high stakes poker game in Hollywood. But I ended up reading the book, and I found out Tobey Maguire is a complete and total psycho. So Toby,
What?
yeah, I had no idea. So Toby was part of the quote unquote pussy posse with
He was
Leo
the pussy
DiCaprio.
posse.
So I knew that. But then I'm reading about these weird psychological mind games that he would play in the book. And he would, at one point, he had a quote where he's like, poker is not about winning. Poker is about destroying people's souls. And he would string people along and bring them and get them into debt. And he was constantly charging this girl, the girl who ran the games, and he was fucking with her and her livelihood. And he would take the game. He's a multi-hundred millionaire or whatever. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's constantly, he's charging her for using his automatic shuffling. Just weird power game shit. Like true Hollywood.
He's like an evil nerd.
Yeah,
He's like an evil nerd.
Psycho.
What the
Reading
fuck?
that book, I was like, dude, you are an actual psychopath. Like, this Seabiscuit, he's the jockey. That's it's Spider-Man. That's all I know
Yeah.
about this guy. I was like, oh man, this is.
Well, he's
this
probably
is so
upset his
weird.
parents died when he was younger, and he had
Yeah.
to become a superhero. Got bit
Well,
by a spider.
He's got that, and then the more I learned, and then Todd Phillips is in the book too. That's what made me think
He's
of it.
nuts.
Because, he's
So this is all
total
like
weirdo.
a biographer, basically, like digging into these
No,
people.
she wrote the book. She was like my journey
Oh,
running
this
the
is what
high
he was
stakes
doing.
poker
Got
game.
you, got
And
you, got you.
She was like the assistant to some rich Hollywood fuck, and he brought her to run the games. And then she got in with like Tobey Maguire. Apparently Leo came, and Toby got Leo to come. And
Pussy Posse, yeah.
yeah. But Leo is also apparently like didn't talk to anybody and just put his headphones on the entire time while he was playing poker.
Dude, I've heard a headphone
Yeah.
story about Leo.
I was going to say
yeah.
that's so that's what reminded me of the other.
Do you know the
Leo
song? Do you know
story.
the song he listens to?
No, what is it?
Oh, dude, it's fuck. It's Time to Pretend. He listens to Time to Pretend while like
While
like
having
someone
sex
who's
with,
wearing like basically
extremely
this.
young women. I mean, I don't get it. I mean,
Time
the
to
whole
Pretend,
thing.
dude.
What?
She's 27. It's time to
really-
pretend she's 27,
Yeah,
but
right.
she's.
No, younger.
18.
What's the?
I'm saying
cutoff
she's
for
18.
Leo?
He's
25.
pretending.
Oh, that's right. He's trying to pretend that she's 18.
They're trying to pretend she's 27, but she is
The
18.
whole thing is very strange. The Leo thing, I don't get it. I love Leo. He's such an incredible actor.
It's
He's got
fantastic.
great instincts. He's actually a very, very smart guy. But yeah, his personal life, it's weird. I think we
Dude,
need to call a spade a spade.
It is, and it's
Yeah.
also one of those things where I think Bill Maher is like another avowed kind of like, yeah, I fucked 19-year-olds and I'm
Right.
65, and he's like,
No, he's
it's-
older than that. I think he's like 67, bro.
Jesus
he might
Christ.
he might be pushing 70 actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's another one where it's like, yeah, it is weird. It is definitely weird, dude, because just the mental difference is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking like statistical, like think about how many standard deviations away
It's
you
like
are
a
from
vampire.
That
It's like
person.
you're an immortal vampire at that point. You're 70 talking to an
To a
18-year-old.
18-year-old girl. Yeah.
You're kind of babysitting her.
Absolutely, you are. There's
Yeah.
no question. I don't know, man.
And if it's like, dude, like you could be like, oh, I can make a geometric case for their breasts. It's like, all right, dude, well, like, dude, just stop being such a pervert. Go jack off, dude. You don't have to date an 18-year-old. Just go jerk off. You don't have to like try to make it a lifestyle.
See, I love
movement.
this because this is a very just natural way of us, like, bringing ourselves to being like, yeah, there's actually really something about you should just get married, bro. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get married. Be normal. Being normal is good. It's actually a good thing. People who aren't normal are fucking weirdos. And I mean, you and I are in a unique position where you actually probably eventually get to meet some of these famous people that you see, or you just hear little things that are not
For
coming
sure,
out in the
for sure.
public, and you're like, oh yeah, there's a real cost to this, isn't there? You're like, and I'm like, I'm not really sure I'm like, I don't want to fuck with this. This is not the way that I choose to live my life, and I don't really want to be associated with
Well,
that.
dude, there
Yeah.
comes a point where you're either involved in this, like, because yeah, you're absolutely right, because you get to like, they're like the rarefied air of like
Yes.
Hollywood and all this stuff, and it does turn into like a diabolical power game, and it's like we all have those instincts to participate in some level, but there are people who give their entire lives to like, like looking at another guy's car or
Yes.
being like, he got what project? Fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, it's
Where's my
real-
19-year-old girlfriend? I need to fucking eat her pussy right now
It's
to
a
calm
real
down.
like weird consumerist like idolatry of the self.
Yes.
And it's like everything that I've learned, in life is just like all of that is horrible and it's bad.
Yeah.
There's a good political, thing to this too. If you stay in Washington, the thing is, lots of people who are young come to Washington, 22, 23 years old, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, all of that. Most people burn out by 27. So I'm like in my mid-30s now, and so I'm in the cohort, like we made it, like the people who actually got the job, stayed in the lifestyle and all of that. But this is also, there's this cringe show, but How I Met Your Mother. And there's a very important concept that Barney lays out in that show where he's like, relationships, and I think life is like this, have off ramps like an exit, where it's like relationships is like 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 25, something like that. And if you look statistically, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
In terms of like when divorces and breakups and all that stuff happen. But for like professional DC, or honestly any career where it requires you to give fucking everything to it, but then you start to see one of the most important pieces of advice I got was like, look at where you are and then look at the guy who's 10 years in that same path. And I was in the White House briefing room, for example, and I was looking around. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, I don't want to be any of you people.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, if we're on this track, I'm like, this is a bad track. We gotta get out.
What was the White House briefing? What would you, was that like when you sit and ask questions at like
yeah,
the
that's
thing?
where. Well, I didn't even get to sit. I had to stand like a bitch in the corner. But
Oh, excuse me. So you're like just yelling questions.
it's horrible, man. Yeah. So actually, I'm hopeful with the new administration that we can change some of this up. So the way it works is that the White House Correspondents Association is like a cartel, and even though it's unofficial, they run everything. So all the briefing room seats are assigned by the White House Correspondents Association. I was working for the Daily Caller at the time, which is like a conservative media outlet. And if you want a seat, you have to apply. And applying takes years to get a new seat. And so if you don't have a seat, then obviously you have to get there early. So I would get there hours early ahead of time just to be able to stand in the hallway, like on the side. And you're literally crammed in up against like all these different people. There's all this jockeying and there's like foreigners.
It's like the
and
stock market
other
kind
people.
of, in a
It's
way.
literally, it's like a movie, right? And then
Yeah.
you just sit there and you kind of like poke your hand. I was lucky because I'm tall, so I actually get my hand above. There was a short girl behind me, and she was like, "Can I get in front of you?" I'm like, "Sorry, bitch."
Yeah,
like, I got
nah.
here. Yeah,
I was
like,
here at 5 a.m.
Look, it's a
Fuck off.
dog world. Like, get here earlier. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That's what I'm talking about, though. I don't want to be that person. That actually sucks.
Yeah.
Or there was this girl who she's like, "Hi, I'm shooting a documentary. I'm from England and all this, and I was just wondering if I get my shot." I'm like, "Yeah, but if you get your shot, I'm not gonna get my question." So
Yeah,
it's like,
so-
and then my boss is gonna chew my ass out, so it's just not gonna happen.
Oh,
yeah, it's
yeah.
like, and. You don't want to be in that mind space. Is more what I'm saying. So
For
that's
sure.
that's probably
It takes a toll. It does
I
take
think
a toll.
Hollywood, finance, politics, all these other things all function the same way in that if you want to be in the top 0.1% of your field, you have to give everything to it. And that's
Yeah.
it. There's no other choice.
Yeah.
And people should be real with that. So if you're listening and you're like thinking like, "Oh, I really want to do something like that," just understand what it takes. Understand what it actually takes to get there.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. And dude, it's funny because I'm viewing schools now and it's like kind of related. So I'm looking at schools for my daughter. She's going into kindergarten next
Yeah.
year. So we're like looking at, and it's like, dude, schools now are, and I think it's good, but from what I've been seeing, it's like they're educating people to like do something for everybody, to like bring something to the world rather than like, when we were in school, it was more like
Yeah.
build yourself up so that you're a high value individual that you can just take resources for yourself and just, like
Definitely.
fuck off. And it's like, yeah, but the problem is like they sold everyone that dream, but the reality is like most people aren't going to get those.
Well, and it's
Most
not
people
about
are gonna become
get.
doctors and
Most
shit.
people don't want to do that.
True.
You don't want I'm Indian, so I know a lot of doctors. It's like, do you want to know how hellish medical school is?
Dude.
Be real. Whenever you for real. Do you want to spend 8 years in school, 4 years making shit money with $300,000 in debt, working 80, 90 hours a week, getting shit on by the attending physicians, then hoping and praying that you get your placement or whatever for the next job. So by the time you're my age, you can finally get your first paycheck. Oh, but fuck you. Even though you get your first nice paycheck, 90% of that is going to be going to clearing off of your medical debt. And you've lived 10 years. You're probably now addicted to smoking, food, like some vice
Yeah.
of some.
Oh,
There's no
for
way.
sure.
Again, you know this too. When you work really hard, like it takes it all from you. You're going to be addicted to energy drinks, nicotine, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you need something.
Yeah.
It's not possible to do it natural.
It's
So-
true. I've gone back and
Yeah.
forth, and it's like I'm like, no, I don't need anything, and I had like a pretty harsh caffeine phase for myself. I'm
Yeah.
like sensitive to it.
Yeah.
I had to stop that because I wasn't sleeping, but
How do you? Because you travel a lot, right?
Yeah.
That's brutal.
I've
travel is
recently
brutal.
it sucks.
Yeah.
I've recently introduced melatonin.
Okay.
I'm a very like natural type. I don't want to take anything, but
Yeah.
I've succumbed to just like
Interesting.
just
Can I give you a
crushing.
warning about melatonin though?
Yeah.
So Andrew Huberman says not to take melatonin.
I know, man. I know it's not good.
Because he's
I know
saying
it's not right.
It was something about he said like the label on the bottle can be anywhere between like 2% and 1,000% of what's actually in there.
What?
Yeah, and he said something. Don't take my word for it, but it was something along the lines of, "I've seen them give melatonin to rats and it shrivels their balls." So
What?
he's like, "I think that it messes with
All right,
testosterone."
enough said, dude.
So
I'm done.
My opinion,
Enough said, I'm
you should
done.
stay off.
I'm off it. I'm
stay
off
off the melatonin.
I'm
That's
off
my-
it. It is a I soon as I started taking it, I was like, I get why Michael Jackson had a guy with like an IV in his arm. I'm like, dude,
No, that was a whole other level, man. That's like what was it? Propofol?
Propofol. It was Propofol. But you start to like, dude, it's like you're just sitting there reading a book, and all of a sudden the melatonin just starts to like weigh you. You're like a stone statue, and then you're just like.
Did you read about this Matthew Perry thing? Oh, it was so fucked up.
So what
I
actually
love
happened to
Matthew
him?
Perry. So I mean, it's really sad. I read his book actually after he died, and Perry was obviously everybody knows he was a drug addict.
Yeah.
But you know, it's his parents. It turns out his mom was like the press secretary for Justin Trudeau's dad.
What?
Like when he was the prime minister. Yeah, he was actually, and apparently he beat the shit out of Justin Trudeau when they were kids, which is wild.
Matthew Perry beat up Justin Trudeau.
Matthew Perry beat up Justin Trudeau.
That's kind of boss.
Yeah, it is cool. But so Perry, it turns out when he was like a really little baby and he was crying, his parents would give him like benzos, like benzodiazepine.
What?
Like really fuck. And he was like, yeah, when some of my parents' funniest stories is about me as a baby just sitting there like drooling out of my mouth when they were plugging me full of benzos because I was crying. He was like colicky. And so his theory of why he's so fucked up and addicted to drugs was because at a very early age that he had benzos. And he's talked about how the very first time he ever felt like anything was good in this world was when he was drunk at 14 years old. And that was the rat race. And then he becomes a fucking centimillionaire, whatever, from Friends. And that's why you can see his weight wildly fluctuate on the show because he was either drunk or he was on pills or he was on Oxy. But dude, the thing is with Perry is he died of a ketamine overdose, I believe, and they Los Angeles District Attorney filed this case against a so-called like ketamine queen, and they have text messages in there of the doctor and the girl who was selling him all this illegal ketamine being like, how much can we take this rich asshole for? You know, charging him thousands of dollars per hit of ketamine, of which they're buying. It's like
not very chill,
dude,
ketamine community.
Deeply exploitative shit, like really
Dude,
bad.
I
was
have
horrible.
I have a lot of people are really into ketamine. I have a very kind of like weird thing because I knew a lot
you
of
should be
like
skeptical of that.
evil hippies who were like
on ketamine.
they got like addicted to that shit. They used to call it hippie heroin.
What's it called? K-hole, right?
K-hole,
That's what they
yeah.
say,
Well, dude, before it became mainstream, it was known like people were like, oh, it's hippie heroin because they would like nod out.
What does it do? Because I thought that it helps.
Dissociative.
But there's the depression aspect. There's like the therapeutic aspect. And apparently he'd been having ketamine in a therapeutic setting, but then I guess he got addicted to that. And that's why he died in that hot tub, man. Because, dude, and it was like his assistant, his little drug assistant. They were working to procure him drugs and charge him thousands of dollars because they were ripping this guy off.
That's not right. It's called custying someone out. They're custying him. You treat them custody prices.
Really?
Yeah. It's not a good thing to do. But yeah, I've heard people who swear by it. They're like, if you do like, because you can do like, you know, they make like little lozenges and stuff. So you could like lay there. My brother's all about it. He's like, you lay there.
He's a big K guy.
Big
Special
K guy. Big special K guy. He was really selling me on it. And it was like, you know, I'm like, and I get like if you're laying there, it's like a 30-minute ordeal. You come out of it. Right. He's like, it's good. It's like, you know, blah, blah, blah. But then there's doctors who like will prescribe you a little bit. Like you can just kind of have it to kind of like, because you can either like get into a K hole or just kind of take the edge off. And I knew like these dudes that would just snort K constantly. But if you snort too much, then you'll just be sitting there like.
The other K that I see signs for everywhere, and I actually don't know what it is is kratom?
Kratom, yeah.
What is kratom? It's
kratom
like you see signs for this everywhere. CBD,
yeah.
We sell kratom. I don't know a single person who's ever used kratom. I don't know what kratom is.
I know it, dude.
I just know it exists, but it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. It's every gas station in America.
Gas stations sell like full on. Yeah. They sell drugs, or you can sell weed legally at gas stations now. It's they did it. It's the hemp farm bill allowed THCA, which is weed. The active ingredient's THC.
Is that the same as was it Spice or whatever? Those
no, it's dude. So
what's
Spice,
that then?
Spice is a synthetic. So it's like if you take Delta 9 tetrahydride, whatever it's called. There's the exact molecule that's illegal. Spice is like let's remove a couple carbon molecules and like a hydrogen, and now it's like very similar, but it's legal because it's not technically the same stuff. It's like an analog or whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
So what kratom is, well, with the THCA stuff, it's like like weed picked off the plant is THCA because there's a carbon molecule. That's why if you have to make brownies, you have to heat the weed up to decarboxylate it. And that's what like THC is illegal, but THC is legal. So now you can grow hemp, which is just weed, with THCA, which is just THC, and it's legal. And you can sell it at a gas station. It's completely schizophrenic. Right. It makes no sense. Yeah. It makes no sense. But I mean, I think it's sick. You can mail it right to your house. But
really?
Oh yeah, you can just get it mailed right to you.
Are you a big weed guy?
I was for the longest time.
I can smell weed in here,
It wasn't
No,
me.
Okay.
That wasn't me. I know you hate it. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
That was
Like, I
you,
could
bro. You were
smell it.
blazing. Me and Saga
Yeah,
ripped
yeah.
the blunt, dude. I like that.
Don't put misinformation out there, all right? Like, the moment I came down here, my nostrils flared. I didn't want to say anything, but I did suspect you. I'm not gonna lie. I immediately suspected you.
I was a
Yeah.
big weed guy since I was like in high school through
Okay.
college.
But you quit, right? So it's a success story.
I cut it out, but here's the thing. It becomes too much. Like, especially when you have kids, it's like,
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't be high.
Good.
Like, I
Can you tell that to more people? Yeah. Huh?
Some people claim, but like for me personally, it's like having like a weird panic attack at a playground.
Yeah.
Not serving your family.
That sounds
being like,
horrible.
oh fuck, dude, I just got to be brave for my daughter.
But everybody
right now.
says it's chill. No, it's chill, dude. It's totally chill.
Dude,
Yeah.
the thing is, the weed's different. The weed is so
Yes,
strong
I know.
now.
Thank you. Please
It's a
continue.
different stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I've literally, I was selling weed from 2008
Uh-huh.
up until whatever, pretty embarrassingly recently, but the whatever. I don't even
I'm
remember.
gonna call 911. I'm
Maybe
gonna call Philly
2009.
PD.
Maybe 2009.
Is weed legal in Philly?
I knew
now?
a guy who got
Yeah.
it's medical.
Okay.
I knew a guy who got caught with coke in outside of the Delaware County.
Uh-huh.
And apparently the Delaware or like whatever township police called the Philadelphia PD and they're like, we caught this guy with cocaine. We also think he's been buying weed from Philadelphia. And dude, the Philly PD just went hung up on it. He was in the room. He was like in trouble for it.
I mean, to be fair, they have like actual problems.
Yes.
Like murders.
yeah,
shit to
and they were just like, he's like, dude, the Philly PD hung up on the township police.
They're like, dude, we don't care about that.
But it is, dude, with the dabs, it has
Yeah.
become drugified. So
Yes.
I like watched weed develop for years, like very close to it. And it was like, it became a thing that was like, dude, this is like, dude, like, it was like, everyone talks about this. Like in the 70s, it was like 7% THC. Then you get like 14, 15 was
Yeah.
like, wow, dude, it's like 30. Some of them are like 28 to 30%. And it's
Right.
too much.
And they also, the percentage was that are sold to you. It's kind of like what I just said about melatonin. You have no idea
Yeah.
whether that's correctly in there or not. So yeah, let's
Well,
stay
also-
off the weed. Let me that. If
also-
you'll allow me a weed diatribe.
That's fine. I'll give
Yeah,
you one.
yeah.
What my thing is now, it's like, so now they're starting to regrow it and introduce like the grow it so it's like only 7% with CBD.
Okay.
And that's very relaxing and it's not as psychoactive. It really can like make you, it's like the founding father weed. That's like the hemp
Right.
George Washington smoked.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's very chill. You're not like, you might get like,
Well, he was doing opium too. Do you think other people?
Was he
should be
doing opium?
Of course, they all were doing opium back then.
I
That's
didn't
how
know
the
that.
painkillers happen. Yeah.
True, I guess,
You know,
yeah,
that's
milk
a
of poppy.
forbidden part of the 1900s, and nobody ever talks about the shocking number of opium and cocaine addicts that
Yeah.
were up until like the 1920s. Incredible amount of society was addicted to morphine, opium,
Yeah.
cocaine. You could get it readily across the counter. A lot of the doctors were going to prison because they were coke addicts and they were prescribing cocaine to different people. It's actually pretty wild.
Yeah, I think you can get it in prison. You can get like opium in prison in like the 20s. I think you could order it on
Oh.
commissary.
Wow.
I think so. I read a book about like an old like a burglar from
It's
like
probably not a
1890s
bad
on.
way to spend the time. You know,
Yeah.
you're already locked up.
Yeah, you can just gobble it up. You could just take
You just
exactly.
eat opium.
You could just gobble it up. I think it was like either the guards were selling it, but I remember the guy was saying in the book he just ordered some opium
Right.
from the
Well, it
truck.
wasn't illegal for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it took a long time because there was a lot of. It's the same problems we have now. The opium addicts at the time. That it's like for a while they're on opium, they can't afford opium. You start robbing people to pay for your opium, and
Yeah.
it's like they're like, okay, we got to get rid of this.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Yeah, this
Dude,
is-
the kratom now is kratom is a. It's not.
So
tech-
what is it? Is
so
it
it's
a
technically
plant?
an opiate. It's a plant. It's a natural plant, but it has.
No, this is what they say about it. It's natural.
It is natural.
Yeah.
Weed
Yeah,
is
it's
natural.
natural. What did you just talk about? Oh, they're cross plays with this.
Yes,
40% now. It's like, that's not fucking natural.
Exactly.
Okay?
That- you're- I
that's as
think you're
natural as
absolutely-
the red tomato in a grocery store.
I totally
All
agree.
All right.
I think they've ruined weed. Now it's called type 2 cannabis. They're walking
Okay.
it back, and I think that because dude, I would just like freak out. I'm like, this sucks. this isn't fun at all. Or I do think though, and this is like a. I do like saying this to people because people get very like bullyish with weed. They'll be
Very
like,
much.
dude, fucking 5 milligram. I could take a 50 mil. It's like this because you're a dumbass. You don't have anything going on in your brain. So you're
it's
just.
like you've actually cooked so much of your IQ off that you no longer have the IQ to understand.
no, I'm saying
what's
naturally
happening.
they're a dumbass.
Oh, already
They've always
naturally.
been people who
That's
can do
fair.
like 200 milligram edibles. It's like, yeah, because you're a fucking dumbass. You don't have anything going on in your mind. You're just sitting there like, you're like when like a dog gets a brownie. You're just kind of like, or you metabolize it differently. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But dude,
definitely
yeah,
possible.
the kratom, they do snag people with the natural stuff, but it's like it mimics opiates. So people will use it to get off of like, you could be sick
It's like
from
methadone?
heroin if it was a plant. But it also is different. Like if you take a little bit, it's energizing. But if you take a lot, it's like you ate like 4
I don't
Percocets.
get it, man.
dude, and people
Yeah.
get addicted to it, man. And
No,
it's
no,
like,
no. I do know that. That's why I brought it up, because there is a lot of this weird stuff that, like kratom, obviously weed now with the mass legalization,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody ever talks about. If you look at the weed graph, like over 20% of weed users are using it on a multi-daily basis.
Yeah.
So that is like, imagine if 20% of people who drank alcohol drank like straight liquor all day, every day. That's
Yeah.
not even close. I
what
mean,
is the percentage of people who drink alcohol daily?
who are daily drinkers? I think it's like 7 to 8%. Actually, by the way, I'm not putting alcohol off the.
For sure.
Yeah, it's really bad. People
Yeah.
who are alcoholics, it ruins your life. It will kill you early. There's all this stuff. And actually, it's weed and alcohol, almost all vices actually have the same effect, where between like it's like the Pareto principle, where 20% can be responsible for 80%. And so 20% of weed users consume almost all of the weed, and
Yeah.
because they're using it every single day, and it's extremely high THC and it's psychoactive. Anybody who knows anybody who's ever owned a liquor store, it's like the vast majority of your sales are going to the same like alcoholics. Honestly, it's really sad.
Yeah.
And then gambling is the same way. Like a huge percentage of casino returnees, like people go to Vegas and they have fun, but like if you have ever spent time in a casino, like the people that come every single day are just like pissing their life.
It makes you really sad.
That's the saddest part. Like
It's so
that is
sad.
really sad.
It's so when you see, especially the old
Yeah.
people there, and you're like, damn, your kids stop talking to you. You've worked your
you
whole
don't
life.
have. Do you have sports gambling advertisers? Do you?
Oh, big time, yeah.
Oh, do you? Okay.
You
I'll
can talk
say it.
whatever you
Okay,
want.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'll
you-
say it.
It's unfettered free speech.
Well,
You think I'm going to
all right,
restrict speech at the podium?
sorry, DraftKings and FanDuel and all these other people.
It's not
but,
those two, but
okay, good. All right. Well,
We've
there
definitely
you go.
had that before.
Oh, have you?
Say whatever you want.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm
good.
not worried about
Well,
that.
I don't want to get you in trouble, but
Can't get me in trouble. That's
I have become totally convinced. But I don't put cards on the table. I actually like to go to the casino. I
Okay.
think casino gambling is really fun, but I think it's very important that I have to go to the casino,
Yeah.
to a physical location. The stats right now on sports gambling, it's just like weed, all vices. Disaster. If you look at the amount of money that is being sucked out of people's pockets, it's horrible. So in September, in New Jersey alone, New Jersey bettors lost $200 million gambling online, in full online gambling. They lost $400 million. They were gambling on sports, and a total of $900 million in a single month of September, just if you include also the casinos. So you can see that almost half of the money that New Jersey bettors lost. By the way, Jersey's not that fucking big. So we just talked about
For
$1 billion
sure, for
that got sucked out
That's
of the market.
crazy.
People are addicted to sports gambling, man. It's terrible. And the other thing
yeah.
is, if I studied, I went and I read a little bit about how casinos operate, and casino profits, like the amount that they take, is called the hold, like on a game. And the hold for DraftKings, FanDuel, and all these others is way higher, because traditional gamblers in casinos, they'll bet the money line or they'll bet the spread. But these retards on sports gambling are buying and doing all these parlays that get algorithmically pushed. You have no fucking chance of winning your parlay. Okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not going to win your parlay. Don't ask me. Check the stats and look at the profits for where all these people are coming from. So, dude, mass sports gambling has been a fucking disaster. Like, you've seen domestic violence has gone up in the places where it is. Bankruptcies are up. You're seeing a huge amount of credit card debt, 25% increase amongst the people where it is legal. And actually, I just read an article about Brazil yesterday, where basically it's a social transfer program where the government is cutting checks to working class people. Those people are gambling almost 40% of their paychecks away on a consistent basis. So it's like a mass wealth transfer that's happening right now. And sadly, because you can do it online, just imagine if you could take your phone out and there was an app on your phone where you could drink alcohol. Do you know how popular that app would be?
Yeah.
Imagine,
or see naked girls.
Well, that's a big one. We'll get to that next. We're gonna come next. This is gonna be the Killjoy podcast.
No.
But imagine if you could like suck marijuana from an app that was out of your phone. People would be addicted to that. That gambling is honestly worse.
Well, it's
than
a
both of
double
those.
addiction, because the phone's addictive.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
you put addiction on
So
top
you
of
have
an addictive
algorithm, you have
device.
phones, and you have money that is now at stake. Every single state where this has happened has been an absolute nightmare. And if all you have to do, the thing is that the gambling companies legally, they have to disclose all of this. So all you have to do is go and read their profit and loss statements and look how much of this is coming from the parlay bets. It's the vast majority of their profits. And yet you idiots keep signing up for it. And I get that it's fun, but it's not funny whenever your wife is like, hey, baby, can we buy these berries for our child? And you're like, oh, I actually pissed it all away on a parlay last night. And, now you have guys who are, you've seen this explosion and people are like, I'm gambling on women's softball or in Korea. And I'm like, bro, you have a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
You have a problem.
That's always
Yeah.
been people like that's degenerate behavior. Like the Little League World Series, like you're a
he's
degenerate.
little-
You're a degenerate. Yeah.
You are a degen, bro. And this is my case. I think gambling should be legal. But it should only be in casinos, because one of my favorite parts about going to the casino is you meet the characters, right? You go to the craps
Yeah.
table and you see a guy who hasn't showered in 3 days and has got his colostomy bag on. And by the way, he will teach you how to roll the dice. And so shout out to that man for showing me how to do it. But seeing him, I'm like, I don't ever want to be even in the same like universe of
Yeah.
like whatever this dude is. But you can't see that when you're on the couch. You don't understand. You're the sucker. Last thing on this that I found out from Nate Silver's book is that if you are any good at sports gambling, you're banned. And so
That's kind of fucked
so
up.
if you win consistently on DraftKings or on FanDuel, they will cap your bet size to like $2. They're like, oh, you're allowed to bet $2.14.
That's bullshit.
Yes, but you know why? And then people are like, oh, I'm actually really good at sports gambling. I'm like, oh, how you been on the app? They're like 3 years. I'm like, you're not any good at sports gambling. I'm like, it would have banned your ass.
Yeah, they
You're
would cut.
absolutely
That's
good.
everyone.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I'm like
Yeah.
breaking even basically.
Right,
And it's
right.
like, no, you're fucking that.
It's like, well, first of all, you need to win 52% of your bets just to beat the house, because 2% is the vig that goes to the house.
Yeah.
But then over that, it's like look, you're not winning. If you're still gambling consistently on the apps, you have not won, and you're the sucker. That's just
You know
what
what
I
they
want
should
you to
do?
know.
An easy amendment to this that wouldn't be such a money suck is that when you lose your gambling money, it's held from you for 6 months.
like
They get
it.
to make money
I
on
like
the
it.
interest,
Yeah.
and then they send it back to you. So
See,
you're
that
like
would be nice,
you're
but
momentarily penalized.
I just read in New York.
I mean, why would they do that? They would be like, "Fuck you, we're keeping all. How about we keep all of it and make interest
These
off
guys are making the biggest killing in the planet. And like the best part is all the states are doing it too because they want the money. But
Yeah.
the thing is, look, they're going to pay for it because it's one of those where you're getting this fake tax revenue. But yeah, when you have to come and send cops to Johnny's house because he went fucking broke and he beat up his wife or his
Yeah.
girlfriend or whatever, you're paying for that. You know,
Yeah,
in
he's
the
blowing off
community.
some. He's blowing off some steam.
Right.
After the parlay's fall.
Yeah. Parlay goes down. He's going to house one of those plastic bottles of whiskey from Costco.
Yeah.
And we all know what happens next.
It is weird
Right?
that when jobs are scarce, like it just people just end up beating up girls. Like if there's
It's
not
true.
good stuff going on, people are like, well, I guess I have to beat up a girl now. it happens across like every culture.
It's every culture. Actually, a lot of people got mad at me on the show because I was talking about it was during one of our immigration debates. I think you talked about it a little bit actually on your show, and I was just like, look. And by the way, just full disclosure, I married into an Irish family from Philadelphia.
Oh,
So-
there you go.
All right, so I have no discrimination against the Irish, but what I'm saying is, back in the day, I think it was reasonable to be like, well, you know, all these people are coming over here and they drank a lot of whiskey, and
Yeah.
so nobody knows this. The very first thing that women did whenever they voted was ban alcohol. That's why the temperance movement was entirely driven by women.
Whoa.
And the reason why is because they were getting the absolute shit kicked out of them by their drunk ass husbands who were drinking a liter of whiskey per day on average
Yeah.
to deal with, you know, the industrial revolution
For
and
sure, yeah.
all this. But it was also let's be honest, it was part of their culture, right?
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
but that just people don't forget is like that for some reason it's intrinsic. Like alcohol, gambling, and beating the shit out of your wife. It's just a package deal.
It's one big
You
thing.
are signing up for that.
Yep.
You are 100%.
It's
So
just
don't incentivize
impulses.
it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
impulses ruling the roost, and then
Yes,
eventually the
bingo.
curtain closes, and you're like,
Right. Yeah. Well, really, what I think it is just somebody for the first time is showing the reality of what you've done. Where you can rationalize your parlays away, you can rationalize all this, but the very first time, like I just said, we're like, hey, can we pay to go see? I don't know, like I want to go see my mom next week or whatever. Can I get a flight? And they're like, no, we literally don't have any money.
yeah, or
Yeah.
the ultimate being like, I told you the Chiefs weren't going to kick a field
Right.
goal, and you're like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up, you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, it is funny. There is a huge because I'm all like Irish Catholic out, and it's like,
Yeah.
like seeing someone fall at a wedding. I'm like, meh. It's like it's so normal, and like my wife would like cry. She's like, that's not
Really?
right. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so sad. I'm like, dude,
My
people
in-laws
fall
and their
at wed-
family are not like
people
that,
fall
least.
at weddings. It is what it is.
I
Like,
did
stop being
see
a baby.
a really
about
funny
it.
tweet and be like, you know, I left Dublin and I moved. I forget where they moved, like somewhere in South America or something. And they're like, and what I thought was we were all having a good time. It turns out we're just crippling alcoholics.
Yeah. Yeah, like family beach trips were just like adults hammered for 7 days, and I'd just be like, all right. Then
Yeah.
the kids would get hammered. They would
East
pass
Coast
out.
beach culture is weird.
Oh, it's
I'll
crazy,
tell you
dude.
this.
It's crazy.
I had no exposure to because I grew up here. But yeah, I think I went to Rehoboth, which is like the nice beach, right? But even then, I'm like, man, these ladies are hammering Tito's at like 9 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, there's some crazy shit going down. on
East
this
Coast
right
beach
now.
culture is like it's like quiet. That's not like as like cool like Margaritaville. It's just people just quietly
Quietly degen.
My
Just
uncles,
sitting there,
my uncles would be like, they would all joke. They'd be like, "Ah, man, who's gonna crack the first one?" They'd be like, "I don't give a shit, I'll do it." And you just crack a Coors Light. Now they don't let you drink on the beaches like that.
Really?
Yeah, they're
I
ticketing
saw a lot of people doing it.
Well,
Oh.
in the
Well, they're
Jersey
doing it in
Shore.
the solo cups.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, okay.
They used to, and they'll still come around and police you. I grew up going to Sea Isle, and dude, it was just beers, whatever.
Really?
Now it's like you have to have a cup, and they'll come around if you have alcohol in your cup, because they can just write you a fine because everyone's going to drink on the beach.
Of course they are. Yeah. Well, and this is where my like nanny state instincts kind of. I'm like, all right, well, fuck off. All right, people are also on the beach, and that's just a money grab for. We need rules, but really, what it is like we just need a better culture around this stuff because we just got to acknowledge the downsides, right? That's all I'm asking. Everybody's asking like, sports gambling is the greatest thing ever. It's about freedom. You're gonna get, and look at their ads, right? They're like, you're gonna get rich. You're showing free $15.
No, we'll give you $500 for $5.
$5, a $500 deposit. I'm like, once again, bro, like. Have you ever been to a casino? That shit doesn't get built based on winners. Like 99% of the people who walk out of there are fucking losers. The odds that it are you is almost 99%. So,
well, I think the gambling companies would be happier doing this because they do that little disclaimer, like, by the way, guys, if in case you have
but
a
that's
problem.
mostly bullshit, and a lot of it is because they're required by the state to put it in there, and then what the states do is they take part of these losses and they fund these gambling. But it's like you are the rise in sports gambling addiction has created the need for these gambling addiction centers. So it's like just don't have it in the first place.
Well, the weirdest part about gambling addiction is that it's not even about winning or losing. Like I forget, I read
they
some
like
book.
when they lose. That's
That's
the
the
craziest
fucked up
part.
part.
They love it when they lose.
Or it's more like the flow state of
Yes.
just being like, it's not the winning or losing.
Absolutely.
It's just going from thing to thing, and your brain's totally
Dude,
focused on something.
Again, I get it. I like it. I love to play baccarat.
See, I don't like to gamble.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
never.
man.
I'm just filled with anxiety the whole time when I
love
win.
games of chance. Poker is more actually. I think I could justify poker because I wouldn't even really call it gambling, although it is technically like kind of a game of chance. But there's a lot of strategy and obviously like the famous Rounders quote. It's like the same 10 people may end up at the finals for a reason. It's not a game of fucking chance. Whereas if you go to blackjack competitions or baccarat competitions, it's you get lucky. All right,
Yeah.
Like, that's how it works. I see the appeal of both, but. There is something. This is where I'll flip the script, man. The magic of the cards, like when the baccarat thing.
That's
and then
exactly
you're
what
just
it
like,
is.
You're like 9, 9, 9, 9. You're just sitting there. That moment, the
Yeah.
anticipation,
and it's fun.
and when you hit it, oh my god,
it's so
Oh my
fun.
God,
Yeah, it's
so
unbelievable. Well, it's also.
But I play like $15 tables in Charlestown, West Virginia, next to toothless Chinese women who are getting their Chinese ash. on my, I prefer, honestly, I'd rather be around them. I love them. Shout out to the You always want to gamble with Chinese if you're playing baccarat. Chinese and Vietnamese, they know what's up.
That's a good idea. That's a good call.
And the less teeth they have, the more good at the game they are. They've
I
got
could see that.
patience. They have all these superstitions about dragons and colors. And
That's the
stuff.
thing,
Yeah.
though, man. Because I was like sitting there one time backstage at a comedy show, and they were like playing dice, like in the green room, as like they had this little box. And I was like, it is just people interacting with magic. People are
it is
attracted to
magic,
gambling.
yeah.
It's just
It's magic.
It's like a divine thing. You're like,
Yes,
oh,
and everybody. Craps is also definitely the most fun in the game in the casino. Although it is minus EV every single bet on the craps table. So, but when you play, the magic of it is it's a crowd's game because, and I love craps gurus, right? Like I was talking about the diabetic guy, and he's like, yeah, he threw it over here, threw it over here. It's like the first time he throws to the right, he's gonna roll 7, which means we all get fucked. So he's like, he about to roll that, take your bet off, and I was like, all right, got it. He was right. And I was like,
dude,
shit.
my only
They
time
know
playing
something.
craps.
They know something.
My only time
Yeah.
playing craps, a guy was like, just do what I do, and I was up $1,300 very quickly.
Holy shit!
Very quickly.
1,300.
Very quickly.
Whoa!
And I was
You're
just
playing
like,
higher stakes than I am, man.
I think I was just drunk too.
Yeah.
Just like, ugh, it's fine. And then I got cocky. I was like, I know what's going on. As soon as
Right,
I started doing my
boom,
own
gone.
bets,
Yeah.
I was back down to 600. I just picked it up and I was like, thank you, sir, and just walked. I was like, I'm fucking.
I mean, you left up. That's that's. A
I will
victory.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm ruthless at a casino. If I win $100, I'm out.
good,
I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. I just won $100.
But it could be 200.
That's to
And
me.
then
I'm
5.
like,
yeah,
I get so disgusted when I lose.
yeah.
The
I'm the
feeling
same
I
way.
get, I'm like, I think about just them, just like taking like the time I spent into like work and life, especially when I was like just working a job where
Yes.
I was like, I could be like, oh, that was a day of my life.
Yes.
And I would just think of that just getting like sucked into a vault with just a huge
To
chamber
pay
of
for
money.
free drinks for these fat alcoholics who are like
It would kill me.
just sitting in the slot machine like.
No, it would fucking kill me. The worst part is I don't really gamble much anymore. But it was like when I first did it, I was in Vegas for my cousin's bachelor party, and he was like, do this, do that, and I won the first 4 times I gambled. I won every
What
time.
game was it?
Blackjack. And I would just win. I would win
Very
like,
high variance game though. That's the problem.
I'd
You
win,
get
like-
fucked so easily.
dude,
Yeah.
I'd win like $200, and I'd win 200. And I'd just get
Yeah,
right
you
the
just
fuck
get
out,
it.
and I would
Yeah,
spend all my code was every dollar I won gambling, I'd spend it on everyone around me immediately.
Ah,
And
I
it
like that.
worked.
Yeah, you got to spread the love. You got to get the
You have
juju. You need the luck.
Just exactly, and then like I tipped the dealers heavily, and then like I was like, I think I'm good at blackjack, and I instantly lost like $700 so fast, dude.
Oh yeah, the fat
like 15 minutes, I was just
Oh yeah,
out.
because that's what they do. Because it's a high variance game, and they know they can wipe you out way before you're going to wipe them out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what they want to do is just deal all those hands per hour. And already blackjack, I think blackjack is a 51-49 game. I'm pretty sure, even with perfect base. Were you playing basic strategy like perfect?
No idea
All right,
what the
so
fuck
there
I
you
was
go.
doing.
There you
There was a
go.
guy,
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
And there'd be guys like, dude, you got to hit. And I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they get mad at you.
They get
Actually, yeah.
furious.
If you don't play basic strategy correctly, because if you fuck it up, you're gonna fuck the whole shoe up for the entire table, and so
Yeah.
they get very upset.
They were
Yeah.
very displeased with me, but I was like, bro, this is not my problem. We're not on
Yeah.
a team.
This
You're not
is
sharing your money.
Gamblers
with me.
know this. This is Gen Pop shit. You're like, like you got this Gen Pop shit.
I'd be like, dude, we're not on a fucking team. We're not splitting this money. This is my call. And I would,
No, but it is a team because if you fuck the math up, then he's gonna hit it. He's gonna get the wrong card because he's playing math and you're not, and so that's
Exactly.
what screws. But Dana White
That's
has
his
a
problem,
theory.
man.
Yeah, Dana White is like sometimes you got to go to war with the shoe, and you got to. He's like you got to turn basic strategy on the shoe. I was like, I don't really think that's how math works, but I mean, he's super rich, so he doesn't care.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he likes to gamble
Oh, he's
heavily.
me and my friends who like to go to the casino, we will hype ourselves up with Dana White clips. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause it's just like because he has like a love of the game. Like he's like I'm rich as hell. I can get on the jet and I can go anywhere else. If my kids are gone, I'm going to the casino.
Yeah.
He's just like that's what he's like. That's what I do. It's what I do.
It's just
for fun.
scary. Once you're that rich, you have to play with big sums to excite
Oh, yeah,
yourself.
he plays for millions. Like
I
I think
know.
he said his dream is to play $1 million per hand on baccarat. $1 million a hand. He said I think the highest he's gotten is like 300,000. To be fair, one of the reasons they probably won't let him, and that's one of the reasons I like baccarat, is baccarat is an actual 50-50 game.
That's what I thought. I thought
So
it
the
was
house
like
edge is like 0.05%. So you actually have pretty. I mean, you have like good odds, but like you did better than fucking blackjack
For
or
sure, yeah.
Any of these, especially crap. Craps is a shit show. It's the most fun game in the casino, but every single one of the games, like I said, is minus EV. You're almost certainly going to lose money, like whenever you play,
Damn.
especially in the long enough timeline. So if you do win, like you just get out of there.
Get
like,
out,
Just,
yeah.
If you're up, like if you have 100 and you won 200, get the fuck out.
Balls
like
out, yeah, yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Same with roulette. Do not play 000 roulette. That is the biggest scam in the entire casino.
What's
I
000?
So on roulette, if you could just bet black or red, the way that the house has its edge is in the old days they had a green 0. So after a while, the casino execs were like, "What if we had 2 zeros?" We're like, maybe these idiots in Vegas will, and people are drunk and they're like, "Oh, there's only 2 zeros."
I don't
It's like,
even think about the
but
zeros.
bro, the math goes from like 49% or whatever to like the house edge goes from like 1 or 2% to like 7%. And then after a while, they couldn't add 3 zeros, so they added like
double
whatever the
zero.
casino. No, they added a third one. So they go 0, then 00, and then they have like the MGM logo on the wheel. So now the edge is like 11%.
I thought you were saying
Yeah.
they added 1010 and then a third, but it was a double zero. I
No,
was
no.
like,
So there's a 0, then there's a 00, and then there'll be like MGM or Caesars or
Just a
whatever.
blank space?
You're just pissing your money away. Like people,
yeah.
There's the meme. It's like if you win, you're like put it all on black or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
Like, well, check the zeros because if there's 000, you're fucked. All right. Like
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
not good odds.
dude, that's the. You know what I've done though with poker or not poker. The last couple times I've been in a casino environment for like stand up or something.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times they give you chips.
Really?
So something
Promo
I've had
chips.
fun. Yeah, they'll be like they'll give you like a couple. Like
Just let me know the dates. I'll come with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll give you like they'll give you like $100. They'll give you like $100.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, you could break that down.
We
to
could turn
baccarat.
that. Yeah, we could turn it into 150. Yeah. We'll turn it into 150.
Dude, what I
Yeah.
started doing is when they give me chips, I put it on. I go to roulette or blackjack.
Yeah.
I put it all on one hand, and if
Okay.
it wins, I give it to the dealer. I say, "Here you go."
I love that. That's
It's kind of
That's
a fun
very
thing.
nice
And if I
of
lose, I go, "Hey man, whatever."
Yeah.
Feels good.
That does, yeah. I mean, they make, dude. The people they have to deal with. Like, what a shitty job. Like, I'm sure they make a lot of money. At least some of them, but
Yeah. No,
probably
they-
the good ones. But oh god, I can't imagine.
Oh,
You're
God.
dealing with the absolute like dregs of humanity.
especially like at the, at their worst, like fucking up and like
Well,
being like,
I
just
hate that
ruined.
too when people get mad at the dealers and they're like, "It's your fault." Like, you're
I
not
know
you're
that guy
mad."
sucks.
I'm just like, dude, fuck you. But then
Yeah.
you also don't really want to do anything because you're like, this guy's kind of crazy. So I'm not gonna be a whole white knight. Like, you put your hands on maybe, but like up until
Yeah.
that, you're like, I'm just like, can we get security over here? Or something?
Yeah, dude, it's I've never got bit by the gambling bug, man.
That's good. That's a
I
good thing.
tried to be a bookie for a while.
Whoa.
I tried, and it was just like,
Yeah, but where were you getting your lines from?
Yeah. It was like my friend knew another
Okay.
book. It was like a sub bookie thing where I
Yeah.
was like sending them kind of just bets
Oh, I
basically,
see,
but it
I
was
see.
my job to like collect them all.
Really?
It was just my
You're a
friends. It was just
collector?
my friends. And then
Yeah,
like
but what about when they don't pay?
so here's what
You're still
happened.
friends?
They were like,
Yeah.
I don't watch sports like that, so I
Uh-huh.
didn't know what the fuck was going on. So they would just, if they lost, they would call my, and they would just leave me voicemails all weekend, being like, put another one, put it, and they just kept doubling down. And then eventually, like some of my friends owed me money, and I just got to the point where I was like, I'm not taking your money for this,
Yeah.
and I just like told the guy, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I just felt bad. Like if you like sell something to somebody,
Yeah.
that's like, yes, you gave me that, but to be like, yo, the Bears lost, you owe me $250.
Right.
It just, I was like,
And you actually have to collect it too.
yeah, and I was like, I don't
That's the
want to do,
problem.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, man.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, East Coast sports gambling culture has always been there. I don't know. I mean, I grew up here. I don't remember thinking or hearing like other parents. I guess I grew up in a Bible Belt area, so they wouldn't be doing it. But I don't remember a lot of money changing hands on college football. But now these days, college football is actually even more where the action is.
I could see
Because
that,
apparently
yeah.
it's like there's the mismatches or whatever. There's like underdogs and
Mhm.
for somebody who hates gambling, I know way too much about gambling.
I had
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
love-hate
yeah.
relationship. That and weed too. You don't
That's
know
true.
a lot about weed. You
Well,
don't know a lot about weed though.
I don't know a lot about the experience of weed, but
Have you ever smoked weed?
I think I smoked weed when I was very drunk when I was in college once.
Okay.
and that's pretty much it.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
That's fair.
yeah.
What'd you blaze?
I don't know.
don't
I
even
mean, it's
know.
what, dude, you're at a party.
Blue
somebody,
Dream.
like somebody passes you, whatever. It probably was fake. It was probably like not even marijuana. It was like somebody's grass that he'd bought off of somebody else and got ripped
Well,
off.
dude, the K2 is
Yeah.
big in prison. That's like the stuff you're talking about,
I
Spice.
know.
And that fucks people. I have
I
friends
know,
that are
people
like,
lose their minds.
Yes,
Is
dude.
that right?
yes.
Yeah.
I think these guys, they'll do anything, like
Right.
speedballs and shit. And I have friends that are like, bro, the K2 is fucked up.
Really?
You're in jail. You're in like the county jail, and you just blaze K2 and have like an absolutely satanic experience. He's like, dude, it's for real, like terrifying.
I think I saw some videos about that. For some reason, my YouTube feed has been pushing me a lot of prison content.
That's a good.
And
That's a good.
you can go down a serious rabbit hole
It's
of prison tube. Shout out to Johnny Mitchell, by the way, the Connect. You should have him on your show. Actually,
What do you do?
He's a comedian. He's like 6'7", but he does this show called The Connect, where he interviews. When he went to jail as a weed dealer,
Mm-hmm.
and he interviews like other people who were drug dealers, and then also talks about their prison experience.
Oh.
So I actually did a show. He's an interesting. He actually likes politics. That's why we talked a little bit. But some of his content is really good.
Dude, it's the
Because
best.
he interviews like high level drug kingpins,
Yeah.
and he'll be like, "Tell me about the story," but then also like, "What was it like to be in federal prison or whatever?"
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
That's,
Like,
dude,
yeah.
I just finished a book about an LSD dealer who got caught in the early 90s. So he got
Uh-huh.
sentenced for like 20 years.
Whoa.
For it never even got caught with acid.
Huh.
It was just all, he was doing Western
was
Union
conspiracy.
transfer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right.
Got a conspiracy charge, 20 years.
Huh.
And it was he was in jail during the race riot, like the crack laws.
Sure.
And he had a altercation with a lieutenant,
Uh-huh.
like one of the guards. And he was a white guy. And when the crack riots happened, it was just black inmates having riots or doing riots, and the lieutenant was like he incited the riot. Sent
Really?
him to fucking Marion, which is like a super max, and he had to do like I think like 3 years in Marion. Where he ended up only doing 5 years out of the 20 years.
Right.
but-
Well, I think everyone likes prison content because it's like, what would I do?
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It's
I
all-
thought about that too. I'm like, well, I'm not white, not black, not Hispanic, and everything's
you're
racial
another.
in
You'd be
prison.
another. You're
An other?
Another. That's what it's called.
But how many others are there?
Not a lot,
The other
bro.
Indians in prison are going to be like doctors for Medicare fraud. You know, they're like, hello, doc. You know, you're like,
I think it's called others. I think it's just like Inuit,
yeah,
Indian,
Inuit.
Yeah, it's like
Actually, they're probably pretty good, right? They can fight.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
jacked.
They're
but
good. They're good
your
with
numbers.
blades.
Your numbers are not great.
No, it's not good.
So yeah, I think it's like I got so deep into prison shit,
Right.
but it's like yeah.
So
it's-
then what would your strategy be? My strategy would be getting my parents to put money on my books,
Yes.
right? And then we pay the others for protection.
that's the big thing
Or-
you can do.
okay.
My plan was always to pay the Muslim Brotherhood.
Oh,
So it's
I
like you
like
can
it.
pay the
All
Muslim
right.
Brotherhood to
Okay.
protect. But then it's like, yeah, it is like racial. In
But I
prison.
could fake it and I could just grow my beard and say that I was Muslim, right?
Yeah, and you can
I
get a
could go with
good.
that.
You can get the Muslim diet too.
Oh,
You'd have to
is
answer
the
a few
halal
questions.
food. The
Yes,
halal food
yes.
is better.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
do the kosher diet. That's a big thing.
Really?
If you can prove like you're Jewish, and you're allowed to switch your religion every like 6 months or so to get a different diet. I swear to God.
I read that Ramzi Youssef, who was the World Trade Center bomber, the '93 bomber. He apparently stayed in his cell for like 10 years straight. Whenever, because he refused to do a strip search because he said it violated his religion. But then apparently he was like, okay, I'm now converted to Christianity.
What?
But apparently the warden and all of them don't believe him. So it's set up for, I don't really know what's going on, but I think he has started to, like, he's finally left his cell after 13 years.
He's a Christian now.
Well, he claims he's Christian.
Are
Nobody
they
knows, yeah.
gonna scope out his butthole, or like he's like, all right, I'm ready.
Well, I think you have to do that thing where with the squat and cough or whatever.
Yeah.
He refused to do it. He's like, I won't do it. So he literally, man, he did not leave his cell in Supermax in ADX Florence or whatever
What?
for like 13 years. Like, it was totally crazy.
And
Yeah.
after 13 years, he's like,
I think, bro.
Kind of
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. It's like you spent 13 years, you literally you have never left. And you're like, okay, I'm
that's
done
so
with this.
impressive.
Yeah.
I would make 13 minutes, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna show this guy my asshole and get it over with.
You know, they say they sleep a lot. That was the interesting thing.
Yep, that's a big
But you
one.
can train yourself to sleep 12 hours a day. But it's
Yeah.
like, what do you do all day? You know, even when you're awake, like that just sounds.
You work
terrible.
out, sleep a
Yeah.
lot, and
In your
try to-
cell?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
right. Yeah, and it's the guy in the book I read about the LSD dealer, Joel Blazer. He was saying like he got schooled on like masturbation techniques.
Whoa,
Yeah, like just nothing
Yeah.
hands on. He said he never
Right.
was a punk. That was his term.
a punk.
But
Yeah.
he was like going into it how like you like use a sock and you flip it inside out, so you're
Uh-huh.
hitting like more of the soft area. And then at the very end, he said you'd apply force to the under part of your head. And he's like, and it's so funny him writing. It's like my orgasms were intense and powerful, and it's like, damn.
Yes. Yeah.
But-
I mean, that's all he's got. Did you watch the show Escape at Dannemora? It's on Netflix. It's really good. It was created by Ben Stiller, and it's Benicio. It's Benicio, and then the guy from There Will Be Blood, the guy who's the twins. Anyway,
Yeah.
Paul Dano. That's his name. Paul Dano.
Okay.
And so those two are inmates who like basically sweet talk this woman, this like obese prison worker, and then they both start a relationship with her, and they get her to smuggle in tools, and then they literally tunnel out of the prison. It's a real life story. It happened in
What?
2015. So I watched the show. It was a fantastic, really good acting. And then I went and read the real story. Dude, it was wild. Like it's a high. They're both in there for murder. Like one guy literally murdered a police officer. The other guy like butchered and kidnapped an
Jesus.
old man for money. These are like no shit killers.
Yeah.
Locked up in this high security prison in I think it was in North New York, like upstate
Like
New
the
York.
Adirondack, up there.
Yeah, it was in the Adirondacks.
Yeah.
And so they were up there and they were able to get her to smuggle in like hacksaw blades. They cut their way out of their cells, were able to make their way like through the pipes and everything, use a sledgehammer, hammer through multiple walls, and then cut a hole in a drain pipe or whatever, crawl through the pipe, come up out on the other side, crawl through a manhole. And they were on the run for like 23 days. One guy almost made it to Canada. They shot him like 10 miles from the Canadian border. Yeah, one guy was killed. The other guy, sorry, spoiler alert.
What year was this?
2015. It wasn't that
What?
long. Yeah, dude, it was like
They
less than-
shot him at the. Well, I guess if
Yeah.
he's that high profile.
Well, they were. A trooper was like, "Hey, who are you?" And he just like took off running. And the other guy apparently was like a drunk. And they would find like hunting cabins, and he would just be like, "All right," and just grabbing whiskey. He was just
was like a bear. He was like a bear.
He literally was like a bear. That's a good way of putting it.
he's like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
He was just walking around.
Yeah,
just-
so that the other guy left him. He was like, "Fuck this dude." He's like turned into a drunk.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
never gonna make it. And then
He's not gonna make anything of himself.
And so then he got killed, and then the other guy actually almost made it to Canada.
damn.
Yeah, I know. He almost. The weird part of the show is it's structured really well. The first like 6 episodes, you're really rooting for the prisoners, and then before you get to the last episode, they do a flashback that shows what they did, and you're like, "Wait, fuck these guys! Like, this is terrible." Because you don't know what they're in there for. You know they're
Yeah.
in prison, but then they're like, "Oh, he literally murdered a cop," and then the other guy like kidnapped this man and tried to extort money from him, and fucking like butchered him and cut him up into little pieces. You're like,
Yeah,
"Dude, you're
his parlays didn't work.
yeah,
did he?
yeah, you're right." I'm like, "We gotta get this guy out of here." I'm like, "This is not good."
Yo, guys, welcome to the advertisement portion of the podcast. I'm on my motherfucking Assassin's Creed shit right now. You guys can't even see me. I was doing this earlier to ensure audio quality because I'd fucked up the audio of the ads because I was recording through my laptop like a dumbass. Now I kind of like the look now that I got my phone out. All right, guys, here, big thing, and I try to add some tranquil music to the ads because it's kind of jarring. You're just listening to a podcast. You give your brain over to the podcast, and out of nowhere, it's like, hey, listen up, we got enough. And it's like, fuck, man. Fuck, how about a heads up? So what we're doing, we're going to add a little gentle music. You can kind of get in the zone. You can chill. You can kind of use this time to kind of drift off, whatever you want to do. But we are going to do the advertisements. And I got to say, here's my number one advertisement right now. I fucked up and I'm doing shows. Well, hear me out here. I failed to promote my shows in the Irvine Improv, SoCal. I'm so fucking SoCal. I forgot to do the ads or make a flyer for the Irvine show. Oops, my bad. It's next weekend. Thanksgiving weekend, Friday, November 29th, Saturday, November 30th. 2 days, 4 shows. Come out to motherfucking Irvine Improv. And I'll be honest, I'm not just saying this because I'm doing a show. I love Irvine. Irvine was the first place I went to in California. And I was telling someone recently, I'm like, I fucking love Irvine. And they lived in LA. And like, are you kidding? Are you trying to be funny? I'm like, no, why? And apparently everyone from LA just snubs Irvine. Like, I would never. Fuck you guys, dude. Irvine rules. LA's fucking bullshit. Irvine, we're talking Laguna Beach, we're talking motherfucking Newport Beach, conservative ass stronghold down there in SoCal, dude. Shit. Come out. I love Irvine. It's literally the first place I went to in California. I'm very excited to go there. I'm gonna bring my whole motherfucking family. We're all gonna do Thanksgiving out there. It's gonna be sick. So Irvine Improv, Friday, November 29th, Saturday, November 30th. Let's go. Let's show these LA fucking pussies, dude, who's really fucking SoCal. They're not fucking SoCal. They're north of Irvine, bruh. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Take a moment to say thank you to someone in your life, including your therapist if that's someone you'd like to shout out. If you have multiple reads this month, perhaps highlight someone different each time. Well, let's see. Last week I highlighted my mommy. I'm thankful for my mommy. I was going to do my daddy this week. I'm very thankful for my daddy, but you know what? Know who I'm going to thank this week? Our almighty creator, guys. How awesome is God? Come on now. How awesome is the fact that you can call it the Big Bang, whatever you want to call it. The universe was created out of an infinitesimal, however you say that, a teeny tiny, incomprehensibly small void, nothingness. And the universe has exploded out of nothingness, and that nothingness is the substratum of all that exists today, and it still exists in the universe. And that's basically God. How awesome is that? Thank you so much for that. I'm so grateful. Guys, this month is all about gratitude, and along with the person, the cosmic deity I just shouted out, there's another person we don't get to thank enough, ourselves. It's sometimes hard to remind ourselves that we are trying our best to make sense of everything, and in this crazy world, that isn't easy. Here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people in your life, including yourself. And that this is the time for a personal endorsement. That's what they're asking for. Yeah, I think, therapy is good. You gotta do something, man. You gotta get outside of your ego. That's the thing that's keeping you in, your egoic struggles of just, I want more, I'm not enough. Blah, blah, fucking blah. And therapy is one conduit to escape yourself and to try to forge a better life. Or you can just become one with your creator. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapist at any time for no additional charge. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/MSSP today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MSSP. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. That's right. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 or more players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Guys, Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy, so your lineup stays in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half for whatever reason and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Sign up today to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. What? It's guaranteed. Think Justin Jefferson will get more than 83.5 yards next week? It's a pretty good guess. Lamar Jackson will pass more than 1.5 TDs. Oh man, cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on PrizePicks. What's better than you and your crew do just cooking up hot takes and running your game on PrizePicks? Download the PrizePicks app today and use code DRENCHED to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DRENCHED on the PrizePicks app to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. Lucy is made for your nicotine routine and delivered straight to your door. They don't deliver it to your window or just kick it onto your lawn. Guess where they bring it? To your door. It's amazing. Guys, it's 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco free. Lucy isn't like every other nicotine pouch company that's owned by Big Tobacco. They're like the mom and pop shop of pouches. Have you ever heard about Breakers? They are the nicotine pouches with an extra surprise. Each pouch holds a capsule that can be broken open to release extra flavor and hydration. In case you're thirsty, break a pouch. If you know your pouches, you know that the nicotine doesn't hit in immediately, and neither does the flavor. The geniuses at Lucy came up with a brilliant way to fix both those problems. They put a mini liquid capsule inside each Breakers pouch. And I haven't tried the Breakers pouch, but I'll be honest, Josh Cabazza, one of our producers, Josh is one of my favorite people. He is the absolute fucking man, by the way. He tried a breaker pouch on this very episode, like while he was recording it. And Sagar gave him one. He had one as well. And Josh was like raving about it. I forgot all about it. He's like, dude, that shit was fucking awesome, by the way. He liked it. So I can't give you a personal endorsement. I haven't tried it, but Josh has tried it and I trust his word. And he loved the liquid surprise. Let me tell you guys, he said it perked him right up. Guys, let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/drenched and use promo code DRENCHED to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code DRENCHED to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. The Lucy products are only for adults of legal age. And every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. You know what we all need to get more of? Off our ass. With bold flavors and a refreshing citrus kick, Mountain Dew will get you off your ass and have you feeling like you're on an actual mountain. A mountain where the weather is always perfect, your friends are ready to hang, and a day of epic proportion awaits. They gotta fire the guy who wrote that fucking piece of shit paragraph. Guys, but guess what doesn't suck? Look how fucking blue that is. What is this? Voltage? Look at this. Look at that shit, dude. You can put this in a Windex bottle and go, it's like, no, I'm just drinking Voltage, everybody. Don't you squirt it right in your mouth. Look at this motherfucker's crazy. And you go, maybe I fucking am. Let's get off our ass together, brother, and hang on the perfect mountain. A day where epic proportion awaits. That's what I like. That's the kind of fun times I like to have with my friends, guys. When we all drink our Voltage and our Baja Blast, you know what game we play? You know what fun and competitive social activity we engage in that I'd like to talk to you guys about? Let me tell you guys, man. Look, when we drink regular Mountain Dew, I told you already, we wrestle. When we drink the fucking blue ass, look how fucking blue this shit is. When we drink this, oh my God, dude, we play a secret game. Me and my friends, we play a secret game in which, how do I say, we all take our turn doing something fun. And the last person to, dare I say, arrive at the party has to chug the Voltage full of, you know what the fuck I'm saying. You guys don't even know what's going on there. Voltage Mountain Dew. What the hell is sorry guys, I blacked out. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. Guys, the mountain is calling. You should answer. Grab your friends. Grab an ice cold Mountain Dew wherever refreshing beverages are sold and do the do.
Yeah, the prison culture shit is like fascinating, man.
Absolutely.
I'm glad I've
You
never
wanna
went,
go.
but I kind of was like, damn,
Yeah.
I kind of wish like
How much weight were you moving then when you were selling marijuana?
decent amount, like
Pounds?
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
So
Like,
you could have gone. You actually could have gone.
I could have went to
arrested.
jail. In Philly, it was
Yeah.
like you could have 5 pounds and you would like get locked up, but you wouldn't do like a sentence at
Okay.
a certain point. But
Uh.
that's what I've heard. But like before though, like in the 2000s, it started getting more lax.
Right.
By the end of it, nobody was going to jail for weed. Even like the cops would find a half pound of weed on you and
They
just be
just
like,
don't care.
Jesus Christ, and just take it and make the fuck out of here.
How does it all work though? Like in terms, not the cost. So were you selling to other dealers because you had enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
eventually it was like I would
Right.
do both. You would get like the way it would work is you'd have to like. I remember I like saved all my money so hard, and I eventually saved up $1,600, and I bought a half pound, and then I
Okay.
got to like actually make money off of it.
Yeah.
And then eventually I started. You just get it fronted to you. You like find somebody that it would front me like 30 pounds of weed.
Yeah, that is the interesting thing I read from Johnny's podcast. Is like there's a lot of consignment,
A lot of
in
consignment.
the drug business,
And then double consignment. I would get something from it and double consign it to other people, and then you have to kind
But
of
what
like
if he doesn't pay you, and then you got to pay the guy?
you tell them, hey man, I'm falling on tough times.
Did you,
That's the thing. It's like
yeah.
you're never supposed to meet that person, like the top level person, because they want to keep like an air of like, because they're gonna tell the guy like, yo,
Right.
tell him I'm fucking murderer. But I met the guy.
Really?
It was it wasn't.
Were you ever physically threatened? Did you ever see weapons?
I got robbed at gunpoint. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What was that like? What happened?
It was surreal. It was
Yeah.
like I got threatened with a club one time. That was embarrassing. I gave in to the club just outside. This guy was like, I want to fucking hit you with this, and I was like, all
Like
right,
what
dude.
kind of club? Like a handmade
Like
club?
a
or
wooden, just a fucking like a 1920s police officer baton, dude. He was like, but I was in West Philly, like trying to
Yeah,
buy
you did the right-
Percocets.
you did the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
7 guys around me, and I was like, seriously, guys, where are my Percocets? And they were like, dude, we'll fucking bash your brains in. And I was like, all right, you guys can keep the $200. You win this round. But yeah, it was that, and then I had a guy one time. He got robbed and blamed it on me. I think he just took my money, but he came out like we were in an apartment. He was like, something's got to. He like cocked a gun and walked towards me, and I was like, oh shit. That time it was just like everything just goes super slow. I remember it being like very slow, terrified too. People were like, dude, if someone pulled a gun on me, I'd fight. It's like
No.
I was frozen, totally frozen.
Yeah,
like,
it's
what
fight
the
or
fuck?
flight. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
totally crazy.
Second time
You got robbed twice.
that time I got like I like paid this guy money to go get something and bring it to me, and he's like, I got robbed after you gave me the money, and I was
Yeah.
like, bro, it's fine. I like
Yeah.
was like, it's all good, man. He's like, nah, man, this is fucked up, and he just fucking like cocked a gun and like walked. Cause he was like, did you do it? And I was like, how the fuck did I? What are you talking about?
Oh, like you
Did I
would
set him
have
up?
set him up.
But I was like,
right.
why would I do that?
Oh man.
Whatever.
Wow.
But that was the whole thing. And then the second time I was in an apartment, and it was like someone had owed me a bunch of money, and I was bringing them more stuff. So I had like the money they owed me and like about 4 pounds of weed, and he was like, going to give it to some other guy.
Huh.
And then this just dude comes up in a ski mask with the kid who was like supposedly his customer, and the kid set it all up. But that one I was like, I remember everything slowed down again, but I was able to read their faces, and the kid I knew was very much afraid, and the other kid I was like, he's pretending to be afraid.
Ah.
And then once the guy with the ski mask left with all the money and stuff, I was like, you did that.
Did you beat him up?
I started choking him
Good.
pretty badly,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the kid I knew was like, stop, because I was in like a blind rage. I was,
Yeah.
you're almost just, you have like a gun in your face, you're terrified.
That's horrifying.
And I was
Yeah.
just fucking just holding this kid's neck, like I know you fucking did that, and the kid's like, stop, and like thank God I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you know. But I don't think I wasn't like violent like that though. I was never. That was the only time. It was like almost all my money.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was pretty.
How did
fucked
you
up.
get out of this? What got you out of it? 'Cause
This
you were on
podcast,
Percocets? Really?
This
Is that
podcast.
really?
I wasn't on
Yeah.
Percocets. I was selling them.
Okay.
I never.
Oh,
I
you were
was,
selling Percocets.
I'm not a vice. I was never really
Okay.
like a vice-ridden man.
Got it.
Porn, obviously,
So you
has
were
been
a
my
true
downfall.
direct. You were a true leech on society.
I was absolutely. Yeah, I had no.
You honestly should have gone to prison. I'm not gonna lie.
I-
I think you owe 3 years of your life to the state.
I think
Yeah.
I should
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
But now I do service through high-paid
That's true.
podcasts.
No, you do. Yeah, that's right. You're doing a service.
But I do. I honestly. Yeah, it's not like a sexy tale because usually you have the redemptive arc of like, and then I got caught. But
Right.
I was pretty principled. Like I remember like I was like, pills are evil. I didn't know anything about them. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, oh, these are very addictive. Coke, I was like, this stuff's no good either. But weed, there was a thing where it was like, this is good for people. Because I was smoking so much of it. I was like,
Uh-huh.
weed is good for people. I was like, people need weed. It's good for you. I thought it was good for me. You know,
Okay.
I was obviously killing it in life.
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
like,
you were.
fighting,
That's
fighting
right.
people
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Percocets. in
People
West
need to be
Philly.
more like you. You know, like if you smoke weed, you can also end up in West Philadelphia with a club in your face. That's
That
what
was for
marijuana
pills.
will
That
get
was
you.
for pills.
Okay,
That was
okay.
for pills.
But you were
Weed
high at the
was
time.
chill.
But you were high.
I
at
was
the
high
time.
forever.
There you go.
I remember I tried to start a policy with every customer I would smoke a blunt with them, and I ended up smoking like 9 blunts, and it was just
How do you even
completely-
function?
I didn't. I wasn't functioning.
Oh, so do you still smoke a lot? You said no.
no.
Right? Okay,
now
so-
it's like very. I honestly try to. There was a big impulsive element of it, but now I've been trying to do it where I've tried to do this for years, where like I almost like incorporate it into a meditation practice. But then you
Interesting.
get into it, you're like, well, why do I even need that if I'm
Right.
meditating? You know. So that was kind of like, well, so now it's like special occasions.
how much better did your sleep get?
So much better. That's the thing with weed.
Yes.
You can even say like, well, I'm sleeping better, but your REM sleep is trashed.
Yes, thank you.
It's
That's what I was
true.
about to bring up. I was
It's
like,
totally true.
There's a lot of people. There's a big psyop by the weed guys who are like, "Oh, if you just smoke a bowl right before bed," and it's like actually you're
It's-
nuking your REM sleep. It's like people, you know, when you get on an airplane and people are like, "Just gonna have a glass of wine just to go to bed." And I'm like, actually, you're
not
getting
sleeping.
way shittier sleep. Yeah,
Yep.
it's like you're actually not sleeping at all.
Dude,
You're
nobody wants to hear this.
semi-conscious, but it's like-
Nobody wants to hear this. I tell people all the
Oh,
time. It's
absolutely
like, and the weed does fuck up your REM sleep. It's
Yeah,
like, 'cause
no,
you
it's
don't
empirical.
dream. You
It's
don't
true.
dream. You
Yeah.
don't dream. And everyone knows when I stop smoking weed, I have crazy dreams. Like that's because your REM rebounding.
Interesting.
Same as alcohol. Oh, dude, it's like I was completely like when I was younger. Also, I was making a living off it. I'm like, weed is awesome. This stuff rules. Everybody needs this stuff. Everyone needs to be selling this stuff under me. That's what happens with heroin, though. Heroin, if you're using heroin, you try to convince people to do heroin because
Right.
you want to start selling it to them, so then you don't have to pay. Really, it's very. That's kind of yes, it's very very evil, and you're like want to inject them too. Yeah, I remember someone explained that to me, and I was like, someone offered me to sell heroin. I said no. I said no, thank you,
That
sir.
is evil. I mean,
Heroin's evil. The pills are evil, but no one knew what the fuck they were.
Yeah,
I came out of it. I got a
Is Percocet the same as Oxycontin? No, it's-
oxycodone. Yes, Percocet
okay.
is oxycodone mixed with acetaminophen, Tylenol, basically.
Okay.
So oxycodone and oxycontin and Percocet are the same thing.
Is it the same strength? Is that
No,
what was the whole like pill thing in the 2000s then?
So
That
it-
was OxyContin, right? Or OxyContin?
It was all of them. It
Okay,
was
all right.
Percocets. There's a bunch of them. It's Vicodin was
Vicodin,
big.
that's right,
Vicodin
yeah,
was hydro something. Hydrocodone.
Hydrocodone. That's right.
That's
right,
Vicodin.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Vicodins were less desirable. If you had Vicodins, people were like, fine.
Right.
But Percocets, people wanted them. And then the Oxys came out, which was
Yes.
just like a 5 milligram Percocet, 10 mil, whatever it was. Oxy would have been like 40.
Yeah, it
but
was like 80, right?
it went up
I
to
read
80.
I read a book about it, and I remember I watched some documentary about the Sackler family. That shit is evil, man.
Dude,
in
it
terms
was.
of the cash programs and those pill mills, and they had total knowledge.
Dude.
That's really what led to the heroin spike, all the black tar heroin
Big time,
and everything.
dude. And
'cause
it
these
wasn't-
people had no idea
Dude,
what they were
it wasn't.
taking.
It wasn't just the Sacklers. It was
Yeah.
every doctor in the country,
Absolutely.
dude. I got
Yeah.
like I would give a sore throat like, from my college campus, and they do on Percocets, and I'd be
Mhm.
like, no.
Yeah.
But when I was like 19 or 18, and I got my wisdom teeth out, and my friend was like, bro, I will pay you. He's like, you'll get if you get pills, I'll buy them off you. And I'm like, whoa, I'll give you $200. I'm like, what? I was like, for sure.
Yes,
I hate medicine. You can
Yeah.
have my medicine. And dude, and it was like I remember coming out in like of my wisdom teeth in a haze, but remembering like I asked them, I was like, what can I like what am I gonna get? And they were like, oh, we're just gonna give you like ibuprofen. I was like, I'm a real baby with pain. Is there anything else I can have? And they're like, yeah, we'll give you like I think it was like Percocets or
That's
hydrocodone.
insane.
And they just gave me a full vial, and
That's horrible.
that was the whole thing that set the whole thing off because I made $200 off of it. And then
Right.
once I went to college, I was like, I got to find more of those things. And my friend was like, yo, these things are awesome. So I didn't do them.
Interesting.
And then I
You know-
watched firsthand there was like this apartment complex. 'Cause at a certain time I ended up finding like, I would get like 2,500 Vicodin at a time.
Whoa.
And I remember my friend would bring them into this like apartment complex and they all get distributed throughout there. And I watched this whole like little ecosystem of people like degenerate.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, and I'm like 19, 20 at the
Right.
time. And I was like, this is fucking bad.
No, it's bad.
So
Yeah, the pills, man. That
I
is
should go to
really
jail,
scary.
dude. I'm such a piece of shit.
You just got to give back to society.
I
man.
do
All right.
though. I do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's my. I'm
Okay,
all
good.
service now. I'm all
All
service.
right. All right. As long as-
I'm wildly overpaid, but I'm a wildly overpaid servant. That's all, dude. For real though, the thing is like, this is why I like. I've been researching the world religions a lot. There's a really good book called The World's Religions by Houston Smith, and he goes into like the connective tissue between like Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, everything else,
Mhm.
Islam, and I do like growing up in a Christian like environment. It was they don't sell it very well to young people. It's like this sucks. It's like it's just a bunch of shit you got to take on face value. I started researching Hinduism when I was like. I mean, it's a classic stoner move. Just be like
Yes,
so
it
high
is,
and be
yeah.
like, "Oh, dude."
There's nothing more annoying than white guys who are into Hinduism.
I know.
Then George Harrison wannabes. Just like, fuck off. Bro. In India, they literally laugh at you. They're like, yeah, we'll take your money, but
I know.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
But it is a beautiful religion.
Yes, it's
It's
a
a
good one.
very, and it was like for me, it gave me a concept of God from researching it from that angle. And I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense.
Good. Yeah, that's great.
But I like their relationship with pleasure from what I've read is like, it's not as and correct me if I'm, it's not as like forbidden. It's like, yeah, if you want pleasure, go get it till you're tired of it. Or is it?
Kind of. Well, it's hard to say, man, because even calling Hinduism a religion, obviously it is a religion, but it is intrinsic to the land of India, and I'm really convinced of that. As in, like the practice of Hinduism, like you don't go on Sunday. You just have temples everywhere. People stop on their way and off from work, like at the end of the day for special occasions, for little stuff. Like you'll go and you'll ask a blessing. It's not in the Abrahamic faiths require like rigid practice, and this is much more like a part of daily life. So the religion itself doesn't like say yes or no or whatever about, I don't know, pleasure, hard work, etc. It doesn't like prescribe rules, but the Indian culture definitely also plays like a huge part of it. So I'm not really convinced. That's why I think Buddhism is a religion. I think that actually is a religion, and that's one that can transpose into Western society or whatever. But Hinduism, like you really got to be in India if you want to be
that makes
a
sense.
real Hindu, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least practice it in the way that it's meant to be practiced. You can try, obviously, and everybody can do their own thing. But there's a huge amount of people who are Hindus who are atheists. They don't even believe like in God.
It's more. You're saying it's more of a cultural.
It's
kind of
it's part of
practice.
the Indian culture. Like like when you're there, it just makes sense. Like that's how people practice their lives. Like each village has its own deity. The way that there's a certain type of blessing, or they call it a puja, which is a ceremony, which is the type of puja that you would do for this milestone in your life or whatever. Whereas like Abrahamic faiths is like on Sunday or on Friday we pray. We pray 5 times a day, and we do it at this time. And the the whatever the chant of the prayer, and with the meat that we eat is like this. Where even amongst Hindus, like 40% of Hindus are vegetarian, but 60% are not. So there's no yes and no on life or on how to live. Like it's just very much part of the culture over 8,000, 9,000 years.
Yeah, that is it is such a funny stoner move though to be like, dude, I think I'm
so
used to mushrooms
and
You're
yoga.
Like, dude,
it's like girls who are into yoga. It's like shut the fuck. They're like my shavasana. We're like
yeah,
God.
that is tough when they start you start like 4 Sanskrit words and you're like. Like Sukha.
Yes. Or the Om tattoos. You're just like, spare me, man.
I will say though, if from like just like a
isn't that a Hindu? Isn't that the Hindu deity? It kind of looks like it. What do you got going on over there?
This might be Shiva.
That's Sanskrit. That's Sanskrit down there. I can't read it. Yeah.
Oh, this? No, this is English.
Oh,
dude, this was a shirt
it's
I designed to
in
try to sell as merch, and it's a very low seller.
Shocker.
Yeah, I do think though there's something religiously. Let's just say in the United States, it's like Christianity it's cool. It's getting a resurgence.
No, I don't think so. Statistically, no.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's just the internet memes. I'm thinking
I think you're thinking of Tradwife.
I'm thinking of Tradwife.
If you take a look at the stats, Christianity is never. I mean, not Christianity, religion. We have never lived in a more secular country.
Yeah.
Honestly, even coming back here is shocking. Like to Texas in the modern. I mean, I literally grew up here. This was a deep Bible Belt state. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And to watch it become like cosmopolitan is weird, honestly.
Yeah.
Even when I go back to College Station, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just don't feel the same. I don't live there anymore. It's just kind of different. But it doesn't just feel the way that it did back then. And in general, stats-wise, the evangelism, Catholicism, all practicing religions, and the rise of people who just call themselves spiritual or whatever, it's never been higher.
Right.
And that's really, I mean, the right-wing trad people are the ones who blame that for where we are. But honestly, kind of to make it political, I think that's why Trump is the first, like, real secular president. Like everybody knows, like,
he
Trump
loves the
is
Bible.
not
What are you talking about, dude? He loves the Bible.
But it's like, he loves it so much that he sells a copy. But 30% of the people who voted for Trump are literally pro-choice, like over 30%. That's crazy, right? If you think about it in terms of the abortion election and all of that. So the mass secularization of America has made being conservative, like just so, though the Texas I grew up in, George W. Bush was literally my governor.
Yeah.
That type of conservatism, it's fucking gone. Man.
Oh
It's
yeah,
totally
for sure. I think they're to bring back to my main point. I do think like there's a lot of people who have left organized religion who are going towards kind of spiritualism, but no, everyone has I think now it's like everyone has a very strained relationship. If people are trying to like practice some form of like God in their life. I do feel like researching other religions helps people kind of like conceptualize it because you're like,
sure.
I'm not going to do this, but you can read that and like, that kind of makes sense if you
Of
look
course
at it like
does.
a giant conscious.
And then
universe.
even then, I mean, I could defend.
What are your stances on that?
What, religion?
Yeah, religion, God, God, like
I'm
believing
not,
in God.
I'm not religious at all. I mean, I grew up around here, so I still have a very like side eye view of a lot of the Bible Belt stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's good for people now that I've been removed from it for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Look, there's it's like the South Park episode about Mormonism, where like, look, this is some batshit crazy stuff, but the truth is like they're living a better life than you.
Yeah.
You're like I mean, so it's like maybe we're the crazy ones, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're the ones who believe in Planet Kolob or whatever, but they have 9 children. They're really happy. They help each other. The Mormon Church has no debt. They make sure that you get very cheap education at BYU's. If you stay in the faith, they take care of you. They take care of each other. I grew up around a lot of Mormons. They're some of the happiest people I know. They have like multiple children. They settled well. They seem like they're doing like really well in life, and they get to they have a big community aspect where you always have just dozens of people who share your values, who are around, who if you're out of town, somebody can come watch your pets, or if you need help with your kids or whatever. So like they're the winners in life, man. Like that's what people need to take away.
That's
like,
my my question is like that's what I've been trying to like read about and like think about a lot is like what is the grounding force for like people's lives, and if it if it dissipates into like if there is no, that's like what religion has been forever, and now people are like the antidepressants, like all that, people are just now like you have to like back up the molecules in your brain because you're sad because your worldview is inherently kind of bleak.
Very, very well said. And also, I mean, like wokeism, quote unquote, is a religion. Any sort, or being anti-woke is also a religion.
It is, yeah.
Politics is a religion.
For
so
sure.
Religion will find a way in its life, whether you find religion or not. The thing is about it is what I, would advocate for is that I think especially in big cities and like in elite circles, there's a real sneering at religion, but they don't look at it in the way that I just said, where it's doing quite a lot of good for people who are in the faith and the community. So for me, I'm just like, look, do whatever you want to do. And actually having lived all my entire adult life in mass secular America, we have a lot of problems, right? Like the gathering place of the secular American is the bar. It shouldn't be. That's weird, actually. Like waiting until you're in your mid 30s to even try to start having children. And then by that time, like, I don't know. I just think
they
there's
should
a
be
lot
turning
of
it into
choices
Christ's blood. They should be turning it into Christ's blood.
There's just choices that you make that make it all about you. And one of the things that are really important about religion is like, actually, no, it's not about you. It's about other people. And so by doing that and by choosing the secular elite path, you are literally pursuing something that is just all about you. It's about the pursuit of your own pleasure, about your own money, about all of this. But it will strip away any of the great things in life that will genuinely make you happy. So if you're not religious, then you have to actually consciously seek that out. And I'm telling you about this. You have children now, right? Like it's probably harder to connect and find like groups of other parents. Whereas if you grew up in Texas in the 90s and you went to church, that's dusted, bro.
You're done. You're done.
It's day one. It's sold.
Yeah.
Like someone will be at your house when your wife gives birth. They will have food waiting in your house.
Yeah.
And all that. But if you don't have that type of community, that's really hard.
You're
And
stuck.
The number of people. Actually, there's a really interesting like American Family Studies study that shows that the number of friends, particularly among men, the number of like male friends that people have has an all-time low. I think the record number is actually in the 0 to 1 category of people who consider themselves like close friends. And so if you think about it, like in that community aspect, people are lonelier than ever. They're having difficulty really finding a mate. They're really having problems in terms of fostering close friendships. So they're doing what? Betting parlays on gambling in order to, they just want to feel something. So
Stimulate the brain.
They're stimulating the brain.
Yeah, that is
Exactly.
sad. That's my problem is like there needs to be some sort of cohesive organizing force, and most of them are negative. Where it's like again, it's like fucking Proud Boys, all that. You get like the things are, and it's not even like a lot of it I think does come down to the media because it's like it's like you don't have to take your worldview or your life prescriptive path of the media, but it's like they are experts, they are this, and it is looked upon as like this is an authoritative source of information.
Yeah,
and it's just mean. Like everything you see is just like. This guy is such a loser. Let me tell you about this guy. And it's on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's bad for people mentally. Like,
well,
a
definitely.
lot.
But I will give that's a bit cope also because people blame the media. And it's like, look, that's what people want. Like at a certain point, like
Sure.
it's true. I could be so much more successful, wealthy, and famous if I just did that. I actually am actively giving up.
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
that.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's
no,
like,
I know, but that's a choice that I'm making. But the truth is that is what most people want. Most people want to fulfill their base instincts. They want to have that, that dopamine rush of saying, yeah. I mean, honestly, Shane's bit about the Fox News dad. I mean, I actually, the first time I met him, I was like, that really is like probably one of the most important bits you've ever done because It's deeply true.
It's in the vernacular now. People will say, "I have a fox."
I have a fox.
Yeah.
It is a deeply true, like, it's a bit, it's a comedy bit, but that is like an archetype and something that really does exist, like in American society.
No, it is. It's
Yeah.
true.
And it's I would flip it and say there are also MSNBC moms out there,
Big
right,
time.
who are just as bad on wine moms and all that. But it is a cancer on American society. But honestly, that's what they want. Like I was talking with Lex yesterday, and I brought up one of my favorite media quotes, and it's from a book called The Loudest Voice in the Room, and it's a biography of Roger Ailes, who was the chairman of Fox News and the creator. And he said, people want to be informed, or so people don't want to be informed. They want to feel informed. And I think that is like the most deeply true thing about media that I've ever read.
Yeah, no, that's true. I guess what I'm saying is like, it's just bad. It's bad because it's like you were saying. There's a financial incentive to be like a major dickhead.
Yes.
Which when I first saw reality TV, I was like, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is creating a pathway
Right, but it's
to being
good.
just a
But it's
absolute.
good.
It's so
yeah,
bad.
it's so good.
It's
though.
so
yeah,
bad.
no, it's bad for America.
If
but
you
it's
were
fun to
smoking weed
watch.
back then, you would have been like, "What the fuck, dude? This is so fucked up." I remember I was just high watching reality TV. Like this is modeling a type of behavior that also pays off genuinely,
Narcissism,
which
yeah.
taps into people's own like biological drives. And I was like, this is not good because that's what's being modeled. That's what's you're pushed unconsciously to do. And like you were saying, like, dude, if you wanted to like really double down, any of us can do it.
Oh, it's
Hang a
so
couple American
simple.
flags back here and be like, let me tell you something,
Yes.
motherfucking.
I get so annoyed and be like, "You're a grifter" or whatever. I'm like, "Bitch," I could make way more money.
I could
otherwise.
grift, yeah,
it's
if I
like,
wanted to
if I
grift,
wanted to grift, I would grift you bitch.
Oh.
yeah. Be like, if I just sat there and be like, "Look at these liberal tears that are flowing from their
Yep.
faces."
I'm telling you, all the channels,
this-
you put an American flag
Oh,
behind
it's
you,
so
you
simple.
sell your merch hat, and it's just
especially
like,
for me, brown guy, be like, "Brown guy loves Trump," and all this other-
I know, dude.
so bored. The problem is that I get bored, man. I find those people so utterly boring
Yeah.
that I have no interest in even talking to them.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it
But
is humiliating.
But
It's
you could
humiliating.
make a lot of money.
a shit ton of money.
If you're,
Absolutely.
especially if you're a black guy, is the top of the market value.
that's
If you're a
like-
black
that's
guy
number
with a
one.
red hat, being, let me tell you something. It's
Right.
like,
You'll be famous overnight. MAGA memas will be sending you $5 a month and being like, "Have you seen this nice young man?" yeah.
but yeah, I do hope we can like somehow move to something that animates people other than like. Do you think people will ever be animated other than their base instincts by the masses, or do you think there will be like an actual like
Gen Pop? No. Gen Pop will always be the same.
always be?
Yeah, look, America, society, these rise of mass media has always looked exactly the same. Like people think it's worse now than it ever was. Total bullshit. If you go back and you look at the yellow journalism era, like it was insane.
That's
People
true.
were,
That's
people
true.
were slamming each other, and I mean, imagine this: America's news in the 1800s was literally political. Like when you would read the news, you would read the Kentucky Democrat, or you would read like the Kansas City Republican. Like your literal newspaper was the party that you supported. And one of the ways that people would get interested and instigate politics is socialists and others would be like, "We're starting a socialist newspaper," because the news itself was a political vector.
That's crazy. I didn't
So-
know that.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
news.
because I was totally bought into like,
Oh.
dude, it's never been this bad.
No, absolutely not. It's bullshit. So like the thing is that in the old days, the rise of yellow journalism, of the penny papers, people like William Randolph Hearst and others, and before him like Joseph Gordon Bennett, it was all sensationalism, tabloid. That's where it all comes from, and that was overwhelmingly popular. What happened is that the old days that we romanticize is actually a very unique time in American history, where the vast majority of Americans were getting their news from the network TV. So in the 60s and the 70s, everybody romanticizes Walter Cronkite,
Yeah.
all this stuff. Let me tell you something. The news was just as fake back then as it is today. It's just that, thank God, we have the internet to be like, no. It's fake and it's bullshit. Because
Yeah.
so I have a book. It's a slog, but people should read it. It's called Personal History by Katharine Graham. She ran the Washington Post. She was the owner of it. And her father bought the paper, and then her son is the one who sold it to Jeff Bezos. But so she ran the paper for basically her entire life. Her husband ran it, then he committed suicide, and she took over and ran it for decades. And if you read that paper, actually, if you've ever watched the movie The Post, it's directed by Steven Spielberg with Tom Hanks, and it's about the Pentagon Papers. Meryl Streep plays her in the movie. And it's really like, when reading that book, you're like, she's getting politicking with Kennedy is at dinner, and he's like giving them advice on how to write in the paper. And her husband, who was the owner of the Post, is friends with JFK, and he's skewing the coverage in a certain way. So everyone has this romantic nature about the 60s and Cronkite. It's like, no, they were just as partisan as people are as today, as Rachel Maddow and these people. But America didn't know. They had much more higher like institutional trust, and cable news exploded that obviously after the network era, and then the rise of blogs and everything. But people were really romanticized this. Oh, the news was fair and balanced. It's like, no, it's not. That the news is what got us into Vietnam. The news,
true.
like, no, it wasn't fair and balanced. These people were writing columns and justifying all this bullshit. They knew what was happening. They didn't report any of it. It was only in 1968 we finally tell everybody the truth. By that time, 500,000 Americans are sitting in Vietnam. JFK, we used to go and hang out, and all of his secretaries, McNamara and all these guys were hanging out in Georgetown, which is a very rich neighborhood, at their fancy ass mansions, secretly telling them what they should write in their papers. Like, dude, it's always been like as corrupt. People just didn't know it. Yeah,
I feel like Trump did kind of crack the he parted the veil to be like,
Absolutely.
yo, this is actually a lot of this is bullshit.
The roots of Trump are there's a famous clip, 2012, Newt Gingrich was the Republican debate, South Carolina debate. And the opening question, even I will admit it's a crazy question. They were like, Mr. Gingrich, I don't know the circumstances. He's on his third wife and he divorced his wife. I think she was going through cancer or something like that. Oh, it was terrible. It was
cancer
it was bad.
is
It was
rough,
it was bad. And it was the second time that he'd done something like that. Anyway, so that was the opening question. And Gingrich is like, let me tell you something. That was one of the most disgusting acts, and the mainstream media is a direct participant, something like that, in the Democratic Party. And the pop, as you would say, from the audience, roars. Like you can hear it on the microphone of
whoa,
and all of that. And I watched that clip because all the ingredients for Trump were there the whole time. It's just like you have to go and look for it. Like Michelle
he was the first one that
Bachmann.
tapped into that.
Well, he was the first one who attacked this media on the stage and flipped the debate and made it about them. And it was a referendum. It was like, no, fuck you, actually.
Whoa.
And you could see John King is kind of taken aback because he's never experienced this before. And now it's the norm in Republican politics. People expect it. At that time, it was crazy. It was shocking. But yeah, I mean, I watched that clip a lot because I'm like, that's it. That's where Donald Trump, 2015, the famous debate, and Megyn Kelly's like, Mr. Trump, you've called women pigs, he's like, only Rosie O'Donnell. And it was it's
everyone,
the
crushed.
crowd just roars, man. And it's like, that was it. Like, that's the moment that he won, in my opinion, in the 2015 primary. Broke politics forever. But the ingredients were there. They were all there.
It's funny that he was like that was like one of the first dominoes that toppled the mainstream media, and he was just trying to get a fourth wife. He was just trying to get some new. He was like, bro, nothing's going to stop me.
Yeah.
Not the entire mainstream media.
No, I think what it is in all of this is that the base has always hated the media. It's just that the politicians, they need the media. I mean, this is another fakery out of all of this, is that the idea that the Republicans hate the media, nobody craves media attention more than Republicans.
For sure.
Specifically mainstream media. There are some good ones out there who actually understand that the news is bad and don't want to give them access. But in reality, as much as they say they hate it, they want to be on CNN, bro. They like it. They want to go on Fox. They don't, I don't know.
So speaking of the politician stuff, so Matt Gaetz? That's something I can't wrap my head around. He got appointed. That's his name.
Attorney General. That's
Attorney
right.
General.
Yeah, he's nominated to be the Attorney General.
And what the big thing about him is that he might have trafficked kids.
So man,
that's a weird one.
The details are very strange. So and to be fair, the DOJ did drop their case against him. So they investigated it and they leaked a lot of the details. So he was never convicted or even prosecuted. Of any of this. And there genuinely was some weird. I'd have to go back and look at the details, but somebody was trying to blackmail him for $25 million, and that's how some of this stuff came out. But empirically, he was definitely hooking up with very young girls and hanging out with sketchy people and getting blackout drunk, all while he was a congressman. So the detail, as I understand it, 2021 to now, there's been a 3-year investigation in the House Ethics Committee about Gaetz and his behavior that was instigated by an attorney who filed a complaint claiming to represent an underage girl who says that she slept with Matt Gaetz whenever she was underage. Now, obviously, though, she may claim that, but as I understand it, the feds did investigate at least some of these claims, and of course they haven't brought charges.
Sure.
So the report itself was due to be released, I think tomorrow, actually, from the day that we are taping. And that report now will not be released because what happened is that Gates got nominated to be the Attorney General, and he resigned as a House of Representatives. So the House Ethics Committee, 2 days later of his nomination, was supposed to release that, but they will no longer release the report because he's no longer a sitting member of Congress, considering his resignation. So there's some background.
That's kind of sketchy, yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, his behavior has also made it a little weird in terms of, first of all, just what he admitted to is wild.
Also,
right? Yeah.
why would he be appointed, though? It almost seems like he'd have perhaps dirt on DJT.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? To be
No,
like-
I don't think it's a dirt thing. Dude, Gates is just he's one of his biggest.
He's one of his bros.
Not bros. He's just one of his biggest defenders on television. He's
Yeah,
one of those
yeah.
people who, like, anything goes, like, he's all in. I mean, look,
It seems
I get
tactical, I'm saying. They like to
be
abandon
right.
Congress,
I don't
have a
know.
higher job
Right.
2 days before potentially the shoe
Look,
drops.
you could read that into that if you want.
That's what I'm
but
thinking.
I mean, but at the same time, like, why would Trump go along with that scheme then, right? Like, because for this, Trump would have to be like, okay, Matt, I'll bail you out. But
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's hence the dirt. I don't know. I'm just wildly speculating.
I don't
I'm
think
trying to
so.
figure out why appoint somebody with such a sketchy record.
Oh, I mean, I think that the case
'Cause
is
he was
simple.
your
Gates is a
outspoken-
true believer.
he was
That's
a
what it
true
is.
believer,
He's been
right.
all in for Trump for 8 years. He was his biggest defender on television.
Mm-hmm.
Trump loves him. He always goes on Fox, and Matt Gates is always like, I'm all in for Trump. To be fair, Gates is an interesting guy. Like, from my perspective, he has generally been anti-war. Like, he's been sponsored a lot of stuff with progressive Democrats about trying to end forever wars.
Okay.
He's somebody who wanted to pardon Edward Snowden. He
Mm-hmm.
opposed the Julian Assange stuff. You'll like this. He's very pro-weed. He's one of the most pro-marijuana members of Congress.
I don't care
one
about
of
weed
my,
anymore. I like mushrooms. Right,
Okay,
by the way.
but we're coming for that next. He had he's actually quite libertarian is the way.
Okay.
He's pro Bitcoin, you know.
I
And he's
see,
been a
I see.
heterodox guy for a while. So I'm not that worried about. People hate Matt Gates because I mean, look, he's kind of an asshole, like media wise.
For sure.
He's got a reputation about town, and he likes to come in and he likes to mouth off. Can we put it that
Yeah,
way?
yeah, for sure,
Right? He's got
yeah.
a bad, like, the Republicans hate him because he's the one who mounted that coup against Kevin McCarthy and got Kevin McCarthy kicked out. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
a lot of the establishment types hate him, but Trump loves him because he's loyal, and he wants him to, like, root out a lot of the people who are in the Department of Justice who he would see as, like, deep state or enemies or whatever.
sure.
And I honestly think Gates would do that, but I mean, it is crazy because AG is like a real dude. You're the chief legal officer of the United States. Like, you have to
Damn.
determine the legality of president's actions. You direct the Department of Justice and the FBI, like, what type of cases we're going to prosecute or not. Like, you make the call on some, like, really big decisions. Like, you have to write the legal justification sometimes for what the president is doing, work with the White House counsel's office. I mean, it is a real no shit job. Like, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
real job. I'm
glad you said that because that was my next
I
question.
had to
What
go
the
look
fuck's
it
the
up.
Attorney General
I had to
do?
go look it up because I was like, "Yo, does he even have a law degree?" But he does. Yeah. But I was like, I don't know if he's a lawyer.
That's fucking wild. So
Yeah.
it is about. We're about to enter what's the Senate and the House are Republican now.
Yes, the
They'll
Senate
get
and the House are
two
Republican.
Supreme Court picks most
Yes.
likely.
Yeah, Alito and Clarence Thomas. That's
Yeah.
right. They'll probably resign. Although Sonia Sotomayor, one of the Democrats, she's 70, but she does have type 1 diabetes. And Democrats have tried to get her to resign because they're like, hey, you need to go so that Biden can
switch
appoint
you out.
somebody. But she pulled an RBG and she's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn, because they
Crazy.
wanted one.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Can
we're going to
you
enter
believe
into
that?
like a. What's up?
Can you believe that she did that? These people are such narcissists.
I
She's
can totally
so
believe that she did that.
believes in power and like not even being part. I mean, I don't really care, but it's more from a liberal perspective. It's like, if you think this is fascism and the end of democracy, I'm like, bitch, then resign. Like,
Yeah,
what
exactly.
are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
You're literally type 1 diabetic, 7 years old, and you're obese. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Look at a fucking actuarial table. Like,
Dude, it is sad though if you think about even like what happened to Biden. It's like
Yeah.
being that old and being driven by kind of like the
Sad.
power drive until like your brain just
Yeah.
falls apart. It's pretty fucking terrible.
I mean, I say it's sad, but it's also like pathetic and deeply egomaniacal and narcissistic. And that, at the end of the day, that's what it takes to be a politician. Like, that's the truth. He, by the way, has been the same his entire life. So I talked about this book yesterday with Friedman called "What It Takes." It was written in 1988. It's about the 1988 presidential campaign. That's where Biden had that plagiarism scandal. He's been an egomaniacal narcissist, chip
Yeah.
on his shoulder guy for his entire life. So, you know, what they say about when you get old is it just makes you more of what you already are.
Oh,
like you're
God.
if you're already an arrogant fuck, like you're just going to be more of an arrogant fuck when you're old. Like
That's
if
so
you're-
sad, man.
It's true. Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
That was my overarching point with religion. It's like I feel like as a society, we need a vehicle for self-transcendence so that you don't become a just 80-year-old walking around demented, like trying to lead the country.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's like genuinely like self-idolatry. He's like, I am the one. I will stop Donald Trump. I'm the most important figure. Nothing is bigger than me. It's pure narcissism, and he's chiefly responsible for being a terrible president, but also for the loss of the Democratic Party. It really, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
if I were them, I would be freaking out. I would be so furious. I mean, nobody has fucked their party more than Biden since George W. Bush and his handling of the Iraq War.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think the future of the Democratic Party is going to look? Because I thought the same thing. Like, dude, if they don't I think they're going to need an outsider. They're going to need a Democrat.
Yeah,
Trump.
that was my prediction. Not necessarily Democratic Trump, but if we're in an era, so for example, like Obama, like rose from the ashes, right? Because he was a no-name senator. He gave it a great speech in 2004, big fucking deal. Okay.
Yeah.
But then he came out of nowhere. He had anti-war credentials, and Harry Reid is actually the one who was like, "You should run for president." He's like, "You're not a good senator." He's like, "You don't like it here." He's like, "Get out of here. Go run for president." He's the first person who put that in Obama's mind. But with the rest of them, like if we look in the past, Bill Clinton also came out of nowhere in 92.
Right.
We had 12 years of Republican rule,
Yeah.
1980
Was
to
it Reagan,
1992. It was Reagan and it was Bush. And Clinton, I mean, he was a no-name governor from Arkansas, but he created this thing, the Democratic Leadership Committee, which like basically moved the Democratic Party much more to the right and made it more of like a neoliberal thing. And that's how he was able to win like a major victory in 92. So somebody will come. I think that person needs to come from the ashes, though. I think anybody tainted by the stain of like wokeism from the 2010s and the Great Awakening onward, on top of like the Biden and all the trans shit and all this, plus this whole last decade has been a nightmare, right?
It collapsed in on itself.
And it collapsed in and of itself. So anybody really tainted by that at the national political level, they're gonna have a tough time, in my opinion. That's why, even though I think Gavin Newsom's very talented, and I think that Josh Shapiro, Gretchen Whitmer, Pete Buttigieg, and all these other people, I think that they like to believe that they could overcome it. And maybe, right? Like Trump could fuck everything up and he could be a nightmare, right? In terms of his popularity, and it'd be easy to beat him. Anybody could. But if he doesn't, and if he governs even reasonably well, 40-50% approval rating, you're going to need somebody with like real political entrepreneurship and skills to be able to rise out of that.
Yeah, and the Republican side has a kind of like I feel like a deeper roster. They could tap that are also like RFK. He can like talk. He's not like a total robot.
Well, he's not
of
a
a
Republican, right? So he's whatever
independent.
he is. He's an independent. He's endorsed Trump. Yes, although I don't think RFK will ever run again.
I don't think he will.
This is it for
I don't
him.
think he will.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they seem to have like a Tulsi Gabbard. Like they have like a deeper roster of people. Maybe that's just me because I'm biased. But it's like
maybe
I don't know if anyone like you were saying like these like Newsom, Buttigieg is like. I really think they need a new person.
Absolutely,
entirely.
you need somebody who is totally untainted by the system, and that's real. That's what Obama was. That's what Bill Clinton was.
Yeah.
I mean, the appetite for. Although I will say the appetite. The thing is about the Democratic base is now it's rich white people, and the thing is about rich white people is they don't really give a shit about a lot of stuff. They just want to win. Like I'm serious. Like they are just like we want to win. They're like, oh, you need to say what? Okay, whatever. Like say it. Just win. So it is a little different this time because this time around, as whatever narrative they're sold about what will beat Trump, that's who they're going to nominate.
Yeah.
That's why they nominated Biden. They didn't care what he stood for.
I know.
They were like, we need Trump out of here.
Yeah,
it was that's
like,
what it's going to be like.
Bring out the dancing black ladies.
They'll do anything.
They threw
Yeah.
everything. They were like
my God.
Beyonce, Cardi.
So were you as shocked as I was that they get paid? I had no idea. That
I
these
knew they got
celebrities
paid.
I had no idea.
I didn't know.
I was so naive. I thought celebrities just did it because they supported them.
If they didn't get paid, it's because they're at the Diddy parties. So like you better show my W2.
Yeah,
it's just so weird to be like we're gonna have
$1 million to Oprah. $1 million.
$1 million, dude.
She's a billionaire. What the fuck do you need $1 million for? What are we doing?
I mean, it's a nice little treat, though.
Yeah, sure, but
we'll give you a
but
mill.
it's
She's like,
don't
all right.
you already support Kamala? Like, just do it, And that's the thing is, I don't think they're getting paid to say something that they don't already believe. But if you already believe it, just do it for free. Like, why would you? Like,
I don't
what?
think they believe it. You can't.
Maybe you're right,
You
bro. I
can't
don't
guarantee.
know.
Like, there's no way. There's no like. Again, it's like Republicans. I'm not like a big Republican guy, but I really like zoom in on like the liberal Democrat, like the modern liberal Democrat type, it's like I don't really see a coherent vision at all. It's too bought in on the postmodernism, which is in itself is self-contradictory and goes nowhere.
Definitely.
So that's kind of what happened to them. They like it was their like Trump was the right's energizer battery pack. Theirs was like the postmodern racial power versus worldview.
Yeah, it's very odd.
And it just literally collapses in on itself and it contradicts itself. Like, there's no hierarchies. It's like, well, who do you prefer, Trump or Biden? Well, there are hierarchies, all that bullshit. But it's like they're gonna have. If I were a Democrat like leading the campaign, an outsider candidate, and I would come by and be like, if you're a Trump supporter, I still love you, man. That's all they have to. That's all they have to do. That's all they have to do.
they,
Like, bro,
they
I
made
love
the
you.
whole dictator fascist playbook that they ran this time. That was very stupid,
Yeah.
that they did. So I don't know how they're going to do it, man. I really don't. I have confidence that they will figure it out just because people are too triumphalist, as in, I know I always talk about the 2008 Obama wins, right? They're like, we will never lose an election again. James Carville literally wrote a book called 40 More Years about how the Democrats will be in power forever. Demographics are destiny. It's over. It's a white party. And now Donald Trump has won 2 out of the last 3 presidential elections. The last one, he won the popular vote and he won Latino men. He basically completed a racial realignment of U.S. politics.
It's insane.
Imagine going back, to 2008 and telling me that. That was only 16 years ago, man.
Yeah,
it wasn't
dude.
that long ago.
And Obama lost
Like-
his juice when they trotted him
he
out to be
was
like, go yell
cooked.
at young black guys. And
Right.
dude, it just is like,
It's
man.
like you sneering, just like that's the I have Obama derangement syndrome. Like I hate Obama, and like not for the reasons that like white boomers hate him. We're like he's destroying this country.
I was working construction when he got elected, and
Yeah.
it was a somber day for like
For the
just
boomers,
white, like boomer age white
Yeah.
guys. They'd come into work and be like, they were just mad he was a black guy.
Yeah.
That was it. They were just they came in and they were going. They were so. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree. I think there's something very sinister about wrapping yourself in that like cultural
Yeah.
identity and
I
like
call him the Instagram president. He's this fucking, he's just this cultural elite. He's everything that he supposedly stood against. And
I know.
the way that he governed, he came and he was supposed to end the Iraq war and the financial crisis he was supposed to solve. He fucked both of those up. We had a horrible economic depression for that, the entire period. I mean, look at it. If you want to look at the wealth inequality, the explosion, the lack of wage growth, that all happened under Obama. He got lucky that Mitt Romney ran against him. All the ingredients to be able to beat him were there. Romney just ran a terrible campaign. And then immigration in 2014, he overinterprets his mandate and he's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to do whatever I want on immigration. And he goes all in and he does DACA. And honestly, that is responsible for Donald Trump because what he did is he both polarized the liberal base on the issue of immigration, which was amnesty first, maybe border security sometime in the future. But he also energized the Republicans who were like, oh my God, when they have power, they're going to mass legalize literally millions of illegal immigrants. And that it leads to the 2014 executive order leads directly 1 year later, Trump comes down the escalator and says, no, we're going to build a wall and Mexico is going to pay for it. So there are direct consequences for these actions. And immigration is the number one reason, in my opinion, why Donald Trump was elected. Like
For
there's
sure.
no question. Even in my
What do you
mind.
think about the population collapse that's going to come when all like the boomers go and
I
they
think
have
that's
less kids?
fake.
You
That's
don't think
cope.
you
Yeah, I
don't think
think
we're going
it's
to have
cope.
to be just importing people?
No. And I think that's a very convenient explanation. I mean, look, at a certain point too,
If the numbers dip, how's it not real?
No, what I'm saying is that the idea that first of all that we're gonna have population collapse and we're like Japan is just like not true. But there's first of all, but the second is there's this presumption that the only way to do it is to import like basically like second class citizens from South America.
Did you ever read The Next 100 Years by George Friedman?
I have not read that book. I think I'm familiar with the thesis.
That's his big thing. Yeah,
right. So I mean, this is a very popular way that people justify like mass migration. First of all, like there's another way, which is you could try both economic and social incentives to change the picture. But the other thing is there's something like really sick about this idea that the only way to like that the birth rate itself is the only thing that matters and not like what the actual makeup of the United States is and all the secondary and the secondary tertiary effects of what mass illegal immigration like does to the U.S. economy, to U.S. society. It makes a mockery of like U.S. law. And like the entire way our immigration system works is just totally fucked up. Like people don't understand. Like our immigration system is totally unique in the Western world. The entire rest of the Western world has basically merit-based immigration. We are the only country still left on family-based chain migration. So what that means is that, so I'm a U.S. citizen, right? And so, because I was born here in Bryan, Texas. But the way it would have worked is my parents who emigrated here, their family members have a preference in the U.S. immigration system if they were able to sponsor someone to come to America. It doesn't matter whether those family members are they college educated? Like, who are these people, right? Like, do you have a degree? Like, what's your job? Like, are you able to support yourself? That makes sense. If you migrate to Australia, they're like, they have a points-based immigration system. So they're like, a college degree, cool. Oh, you speak English? Much higher up at the list. For sure. Right? That's how it should work. It should be merit-based. It should be based upon, are you going to benefit the America? Now, people get very squirrely about this because it is contrary to the way that what I talked about earlier, the 1800s mass immigration.
Yeah, that was my mom's dad. Came over.
But
it was the 1900s. Sorry.
Right. But here's a good quote that I heard. We don't make immigration policy for our grandparents. We do it for our grandchildren. Just because in the 1800s, we had what? Industrial Revolution. We needed a shit ton of basically just like bodies to sit there. And, shovel. You can swing a shovel? Cool. You're fucking Slovenian? Who cares? Whatever. But that's not how the U.S. economy works.
Yeah.
Like, the U.S. economy is a service-based economy. Our manufacturing jobs are high-tech manufacturing. Like, you need to be able to speak English to function in America. 12 million people illegally entered this country in the last 4 years. The 27% of them don't have a high school diploma in Spanish, by the way, so they're barely literate in Spanish. 20-something% of them have barely completed a high school education by Latin American standards or wherever they came from, and then only a small portion are actually college educated. So look, be real. Look at the stats. What is that going to cost the United States? Are they bad people? Absolutely not. For sure. But it makes a mockery of this idea of, first of all, of just order, like in terms of being able to just come here, no matter who you are, you just raise your hand and fake say, I fear for my life. Yeah. You're an economic migrant. Let's all be honest. And if you interview these people, they'll tell you the same. They're like, I came here for a job. I don't begrudge you. That's fine. But the point is that you can't allow that system to be in place where basically the cost of the bill of all of this is going to come down to us. So we need to dramatically shift to an actual merit-based immigration system. That's number one. But two, what we really need to do is also consider, after that period of massive immigration, of European migration, we had social chaos in this country. We actually were becoming like ethnic. There was a whole war over this. Teddy Roosevelt gave a famous speech. There is no we're done with hyphenated America. And hyphenated me like I'm a Slovenian American. He was like, no, we're all Americans. We need to be done with hyphenation. And that led to a complete shutdown, basically, of U.S. immigration from the 1920s up until the Immigration Naturalization Act of 1965. That immigration moratorium actually allowed for assimilation, where the term white became popular because it's like, as you know, if you read a book, ask white Protestants, were Irish people white in 1920? Absolutely not. Okay. Yeah. They're like Lithuanian. They're like, you're Lithuanian. You're not white. Okay. That was bad. Just so we're all aware. That was bad. Yeah. And so the change in that, we need to go through that again. Like, we need to completely change the way that our foreign-born population has never been as high than previous from the late 1900s, right around when we had the same immigration moratorium. We're signing up for the same levels of problems where our heterogeneous population is just way too removed from each other. We don't have a common civic understanding or any of this. And the truth is that if you just keep importing 1 million people per year, and then the vast majority of them are illegal, no disorderly process, like, dude, this just breaks the civic foundation of the country. Like, it's just not going to work. And I say this as somebody whose parents came from India. But that's my point, is I'm here now. I'm a citizen. Like, I have to care about my children, my grandchildren. What country are they going to grow up in?
Yeah, and it's also it's like, so it is kind of a bullshit thing to be like, well, since your parents came, you have to decide. It's like,
so
I can change my fucking mind.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, they left the third world so I could live in the first world and I can make up my own mind.
It's amazing.
The best part of coming to America and to the West, anybody who is from like a Western or a non-Western country will know this. In non-Western countries, you're kind of like told what to do. There's a path, and there's a rigid class system, and there's like, this is how we live our life. And that's the best part about coming here, man. You can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. The social mobility here is better than anywhere else in the entire world,
dude. And that was the problem. I went to school for social work. Like, when I got my graduate degree in social work, and you were like, if you brought up social mobility, the teachers would be like, that's a myth.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Yeah,
not. I
it's
was literally
absolutely
like, "That's no, it's not." They're like, "That's a myth."
Does
That
wealth
doesn't
give you
exist.
privilege? Absolutely. But actually, I think I read that people who are born in the upper quintile, if you look at the across generations, after like 3 generations, their kids are usually back down. to,
Shirt
like,
sleeves
number
to shirt
3.
sleeves.
Yeah,
That's what
shirt
they
sleeves to
say.
shirt
3
sleeves. Yeah,
generations, yeah.
exactly.
It does have
Yeah.
money. Extreme money has a degenerative effect.
Oh,
It like it's obviously it's incredible, bounty to be born with a ton of money. But dude, it like kind of warps people big time.
One of my favorite books is The Fall of the House of Vanderbilt, and it's exactly about this. And it's
Really?
basically, I think, 100 years after Cornelius Vanderbilt died, his generations, not a single one of them was a millionaire, not one. And the first Vanderbilt after Cornelius Vanderbilt to make anything of himself was one of the only Vanderbilts not to be born with money. His name is Anderson Cooper. He is
What?
the first Vanderbilt, member of the Vanderbilt family, to not be born with money. The first one who was broke, who made anything out of himself.
What the fuck?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Anderson Cooper is the first successful Vanderbilt in like 200 years.
Since Cornelius.
Since Cornelius, the Commodore. Commodore.
I've
Cornelius
heard he's a Vanderbilt, but it's
Yeah.
always like he's a CIA.
Yeah, his
blah, blah,
mother
blah.
was Gloria Vanderbilt. Yeah. And
Whoa.
yeah, I mean, and you read their stories, the money just destroyed them. It destroyed their family.
Yeah.
All of them just became like degenerate dilettantes who became, they were addicted to alcohol and drugs, and they would blow it on these gigantic houses. And, they got caught up in the British rat race, and they all became dollar princess. I love the term dollar
What's a dollar princess?
A dollar princess is in the 1800s, American industrialists were filthy rich. And the way to have social mobility is they were like, we need to get our daughters married to English lords. But the English lords were broke. And so they were like, oh, we'll marry your kids. So Winston Churchill's mother, she was a dollar princess, Jenny Churchill. They hit the Duke of Marlborough. I forget exactly what his name. It was another Churchill. I think it was Randolph Churchill. He married one of Cornelius Vanderbilt's. I think it was a granddaughter or great granddaughter. Same thing. He bailed him out, so he literally he could rebuild his house. And after they got married, he was like, "By the way, I don't give a shit about you at all." He's like, "I
Oh my
literally
God.
don't care."
Yeah, do whatever
He's
you
like,
want.
"I married you for your money." He's like, "I'm just gonna go do whatever I want to do. Like I'm just gonna
Damn.
go live my life." Yeah,
That's kind of that's
no, it's
crazy.
horrible. It's horrible. Her life ended up. It was a nightmare, unfortunately for her.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's also very rigid. I know if you have generational wealth, it's like you can get cut out of the will, then you're fucked. 'cause
Yes,
you're
there's stuff
accustomed
like
to
there's
it.
all of that, and then you have that house, the Biltmore, down in North Carolina, the largest house literally ever built in the United States. It was built by a Vanderbilt. It's just you read about them like this guy would have like 7 marriages in the course of his life.
Dude,
and,
I did work in Arlen Specter's estate. He was
Yeah.
dead, and it was I think
the
one of
senator
the
from Pennsylvania.
yes,
Yeah.
I painted his house. I
Really?
me and my friend helped paint his
Did you ever
house.
ask him about JFK?
Huh?
About JFK?
They were
Did you ever
dead. He
ask
was
him?
dead. I should have
Oh,
asked him, but that's why
yeah.
I think he got a nice little estate.
Yeah.
But the dude, it was just like his surviving family members, and it was for real like sad, man. Like we
Yeah.
were in there, like using oil primer, and like the lady came in and was just like, "This smells." We're like, "Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
it's fucking
Right.
oil paint." And, like,
Uh-huh.
she's like, "Well, I have a party coming in." We're like,
You should have told us
Okay.
that. Yeah.
and dude, she started spraying, just walking around as if you were like an inanimate. She would just spray perfume in the room, and if you were standing there, she would just go like right in your face.
Jeez.
My mom was a maid for the DuPonts, and it was,
Yeah.
she said it was the same thing. She was a maid at the house of the guy who was it became like a psycho killer wrestler
Really?
guy.
Wow.
She was down there, and she said it
Yeah.
was like, she was like, I remember it being like, it was a very sad, it was just like a sad vibe in the house.
I mean, after 100 years, yeah, basically destroyed them all.
Yeah.
And it is very sad because most of them, the burden of, and it's not just them. I read another book about the Astor family. I mean, John Jacob Astor was like one of the first like real millionaires in the United States. He was a slumlord in Manhattan. He was like this Dutch slumlord. He was like, hey,
Yeah.
He's like, how many of you immigrants can I charge $20 today? And his family, like they become these titans of society and all of that. And one of his great grandson, I think, died on Titanic. He was the richest man on the Titanic, and he died on
What?
Titanic. His 19-year-old wife, who had just impregnated, she got off. She had a baby. He became the Titanic baby. Because he was literally in his mother's womb whenever she was saved off of the Titanic. But basically after him, and he was, by the way, ended up being like some degenerate playboy. It's just like didn't really live up to it. So-
That is the funny thing.
Yeah.
You can achieve, it is very funny though, to be like, you can achieve at the highest level just so your grandson can just like crash a boat while he's like
Yes.
coked up.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
One day.
it happens
Just
to all of
blow
them.
up on a river.
The Rockefellers,
Yeah.
John D. Rock. He was kind of a psycho, actually.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
his son actually was relatively successful. He seemed like a good guy. His son's Nelson Rockefeller. He was the vice presidential nominee for the Republicans, governor of New York. But after that, things start to drift off, and now we're in the fifth and the sixth generation. You're like, who? It happened to
Yeah.
the Kennedy family, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the longer you go down the Kennedy family, you're like, is there anybody impressive in the?
Yeah.
I saw JFK's grandson going around the DNC when I was there, like filming TikToks and stuff, and I was like, bro,
That's the
like
kiss of
fucking
death.
John F. Kennedy's grandson.
I know.
I want to shake him. I'm like, live up to your
Fucking
goddamn father, your grandfather.
That's got to be a crazy family to
Yeah.
be a part of.
Oh yeah, I just want to be like, if your great grandfather, the patriarch, could see you, he'd be sick. If he's like
Oh,
looking around,
just fucking-
dancing. Yeah, he's like taking selfies and be like, hey guys, like it's like you suck, dude.
Just
Yeah,
Lady
like-
Gaga, like
yeah, I was like, dude, this guy blows. He's a dandy.
it is
Yeah.
it is absolute dandy behavior.
Yeah.
It just does suck because it's like you want to do well, but it's like if you kind of like if you just try to go for the absolute top,
Yeah.
it does like without a vision of some sort, you just end up just kind of like
I think that anybody who comes into even like a modest amount of money, like you probably need to do some serious thinking.
You
and
do.
you really need to be like, okay, like what is my life going to look like?
look.
Children, like
This is why
how does
people
this
need to
work?
sell a lot of weed when they're 20.
Oh, really?
I did this. I had the hero's journey. I came
Yeah.
into like I would make like $4,000 a week and just be like,
Holy shit.
dude, I was killing it. Well,
4,000
not-
times.
I
Yeah,
lost
you were
all of it. I lost all of it.
4,000 times 52 is how much? That's 200 something thousand dollars.
As like a
That's lot of money.
25-year-old dude, and I got to like I got
And
to
that's
like
all
the,
cat. You're not even paying taxes. Yeah.
I
It's
pay
like-
taxes. No,
Oh, yeah.
you get the ego inflation, and then like I got the rug swept out from under me. So that was one of the best experiences of my life to
Good.
lose all to
Right.
get like the ego pump, and then to have it just ripped away from you. Because otherwise, yeah, dude, if you catch that like it gives you the thing like when things are going well, I have an understanding like
Yeah, you
they,
think you're a boss.
they can definitely not go well very quickly.
Oh, absolutely.
So-
Also, I would just say I've met a lot of people who are like super wealthy, and all of them are pretty weird. Like
Yes.
every person I know, every person I've ever met with 100 million more net worth, I'm like, dude, you're a weirdo.
Well, you
Like,
can't
yeah, it's
connect
like
with
every
anybody.
time-
You can't
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
like if you even broach certain subjects,
Right.
80% of people are going to be like, "Pfft,
You want to know funny? I was
Must be
talking to
fucking
a guy,
nice.
and I was like, yeah, when you're in an airport, and he's like, oh, I haven't been in an airport in 20 years, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, man.
I was like, oh, because you fly private. I was like, I've never even been on a private plane. And I was like, that's a crazy. It was just so casual. He's like, I
Yes.
haven't been in an airport in 20 years.
I know."
I was like, whoa. Yeah,
Like,
it's just like,
okay.
what a life. Yeah. Like, what does that even look like?
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
was talking to somebody one time excited about like flying first class, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Dude, my kids have never not flown private." And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"I didn't
that's-
even think about that." I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, but that probably really fucks them up. I mean, what are they going to do then whenever they have to fly economy?
Either they'll
Yeah.
be stoked. Oh, here's the thing. I remember
Yeah.
I grew up in like a upper middle class suburb, so
Mm.
like I moved to West Philly, and I was in the hood, and I was like, "This is so cool." And then
Really?
like, so maybe they'll just be on an airplane and be like, "Wow."
Maybe. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you're, what is it, like C on Southwest, and you're like trying to go for the middle seat or whatever, and you're like, my life sucks.
Yeah, true.
this-
That's
And
that
I'm
would
talking
be-
about plane. And now I'm talking about, you know this, you're Northeast guy. Megabus, like when you're taking like a midnight megabus to New York City to
Yeah.
take the cheapest one. And you're like, well, I'll take a bag. And when I get there, like change in a
Dude,
bathroom and put a
Megabus
new
was
shirt
nice.
on.
Megabus.
Yeah.
We did the China. There was a Chinatown.
Oh, the
bus.
Chinatown. I know the
to
Chinatown bus. Yeah, I
was
know what
just
that
a
one.
pregnant lady driving it. You're like, what the fuck? But dude, yeah, it's
Stomachs up against the steering
Yeah.
wheel.
yeah, for real, dude. There was for real a pregnant lady driving it before.
People,
But
drug addicts are like freaking out in the back. And someone's like, hey, can y'all keep it down back there? I'd be like, shut your goddamn mouth. Yeah.
that is true. It is. It does kind of set the bar too high, and then
Oh,
it's like you
absolutely.
all you can ever do is be disappointed in life, or. Like again, I did eventually become very disillusioned with life in the hood. I was like, this is
Of course.
sad. I
Yeah,
was
it's
like, this
probably
is so.
deeply sad, bro.
It's so, dude. It's
Yeah.
for real, so sad.
Yeah, because the systems are like designed to just keep everybody down. And
Dude.
I mean, look, they have individual responsibility for sure, but like also the way the entire thing is designed,
sure.
it's like they keep it contained. Nobody cares. Everyone just wants to pretend like it's over there. And
It's
it
dude,
is
it's
what
for real.
is.
Like it's
Yeah.
like I remember I bought a house in West Philly with my brother when I was like 21. It was like
Wow.
the house was $27,000. I lived in there.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
fucking
that's
awesome.
actually
But
cool.
the
Did you hang on to it? Did you sell it?
we sold it and then
Oh,
it got
yeah.
knocked down to me. It was structurally it had a tree growing through the basement.
Yeah,
It was bad. But but I remember like going into like my neighbor's house and they were like it's funny because when you live there, like there are a lot of like you know when you grow up, like I grew up, my parents watching Fox News. It's just the news being like black guys are up to no good again, and it's like so you get this like skewed picture. And then you meet the individuals, and you're like, damn, these are like some of the nicest people. Then there's people like just doing monstrous behavior.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember like the first time I walked into somebody's like my neighbor's house, it's like visually jarring because it's like everything's just fucked up. Like there's no symmetry. Everything's built fucked up, and it's like I remember like being you know there's just like bugs, and just being like, fuck, dude, that's like, it was like just crazy.
I know.
But then it's like that's why you have to do good. It's like the brutal reality behind all of like the. You know, let's save everyone political messaging. It's like, dude, you have to bail yourself out at the end of the day. You just have to. It's sad. It's not fair.
Yeah, I look at
but
it
you have to do
two
it.
ways. As in, we have to, of course, like design and move systems to create like a quality of opportunity. But you also have to have a responsibility given the circumstances. For example, like, I don't know, anything that you're working with, I'll often be like, what a bullshit. For example, and you guys probably have this too. Crystal and I co-own our shows. We're small business owners too. And we have to deal with all the small and all of the paperwork and all the fucking accounting and all the shit behind it is mind-numbing. It's stupid. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's genuinely not fair because these major corporations and all these other people get all of these crazy tax breaks, and we're sitting here trying to figure this stuff out, and it sucks all of our time, and it's super stressful. And I could just be like, oh, it's not fair. And it's actually not fair. The people who are small business owners, you get fucked. Like, that's the reality.
Yeah.
But you just have to do it, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to spend 10 hours of my goddamn time learning the ins and outs of all of this to make sure I'm not getting ripped off when my accountant
Why don't you
says
just
this
pay an
and this.
account? Oh, you double check the
Dude,
account.
you got to double check,
You do,
man.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
look,
true, that's true.
I'm like you know, Patreon and all this. I want to be a good steward of other people's money. Like, I don't
True.
need pissing people's
Pissing
money
it away.
away.
That makes
it's
sense.
not
That makes
nice.
sense,
You can't
yeah.
do that to people.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, it's a serious responsibility when you're like, hey, pay me $10 a month. Like, it's not a fucking joke. Dude.
Yeah.
You're like, actually, you have to become a steward of that money for real.
Oh, hold on,
Like,
man. If you want to
like-
give their money, man, that's But no, I agree. You got to give them something. You got to do something. You can't just piss it away.
You're working for them, and you can't just, you know. And it's also money. It's like, look, I grew up Indian, so you know we're fun. We money. It means something. You know, you're taught from a very young age.
Dude,
it's like,
there's-
and I don't care how much money you have. Like $100 will always be $100 to me. I know
sure.
exactly what that
100
buys,
bucks.
and I know what it means
Yeah,
and
yeah.
what it does, and like
It's still, it's
yeah.
funny because it's in
Yeah.
where I'm from in Garnet Valley, Pennsylvania. There's been like a massive influx of the Indian population. Everyone I know, like people have like landscaping companies. They're like, bro, they're like just haggling on the fucking lawn. He's like, their lawns are this fucking high.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, I'm not paying it. It's like my cousin's like, bro, they haggle me to fucking death. It's really
Good.
funny.
Yeah, fuck him.
But yeah.
All right? yeah.
That's what he gets.
Yeah.
But dude, it is like it's one of those things. I feel like Indian. It's like they were out of the race conversation for a long time.
Of course we are. Yeah, we're the inconvenient minority. Because
Yeah.
Asians in general are completely invisibilized by U.S. racial discourse.
Big time.
I mean, look,
But you guys are killing it, dude.
yeah, we're the
Just
richest
sick.
people in America.
It's
but,
awesome.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I'll say this: it's not really fair because Indians in America are like so-called like the twice selected elite, and so
Why do they say that?
because India's 1 billion people, okay?
Okay.
But the caste system where Brahmins, which is the top caste,
Oh, I know.
those people, oh yeah, so you do know. Brahmins, 40%, I think it's only like 1 or 2% of India. My math could be wrong, so
Yeah.
Indians. But, 40%, so 1 or 2% of India, but 40% of Indian Americans are Brahmins. So that means 40% of the people here are part of the top 1 to 2% already of the Indian caste system.
Really?
Yeah, because they're doctors, engineers, lawyers, people who are highly educated. So part of Brahmin culture, that's where I come from too, by the way.
Okay,
cards on
come
the
from
table.
Brahmin.
But I'm saying our family has generations.
That makes sense. You wouldn't be able
of-
to get the
of revering like education, family. We don't drink alcohol. We're like, this is how we live our life. Like our life is about family. It's about furthering the next generation. Individualism really as a concept is like not part of that. And that's actually why I think it meshes really well with America is America will drag you to individualism. America will drag you to a little bit of consumerism, a little bit of like you can be whoever you want to be. But the backstop that you have is like, no. This is not what we do. Like money, we don't spend it on stupid shit. When we have money, we spend it on books, on education. So my upbringing was like the budget is limitless for anything educational. The budget is like zero for anything stupid.
For fucking around, yeah.
And no offense, white people, but but I have noticed you have proclivities for new cars and for nice sneakers.
Check my ride, bro. Check.
And nice kitchens, and so I'll be like, so your kid's got
kitchen's pretty nice.
$25,000 in debt, and you got a new fucking kitchen. Interesting. In our culture, that shit does not fly.
Yeah.
But that's why I would say Indians are very successful in America because it's like we're both obviously highly educated. That's number one. But two, I really think the culture is a huge aspect of it. The way that you revere money, you think about family. There are no Indian parents out there who have the money who are not paying for their child's college education. It's just it would never happen. And in white families, there's this weird hyper into like they got this like boomer mentality of like they've got to figure it out. Because back in my day, I'm like, well, have you looked at inflation? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know.
And they're like, well, they'll get it when I die. And I'm like, yeah, but it's actually way more useful to help your child out when you're 18, 19 to 25. Those are the foundational years of your life. So it's a mindset difference.
That
That's
was the one.
thing.
No, dude, I appreciate you saying that. That was the one thing my parents were actually really good about is like, don't go into debt if you ever avoid it at all costs, and also keep a low profile. Like don't try to. My dad does spaz. He has like phases where he has like 57 bicycles in his basement. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But they were very. And now my parents weren't like educated really. They they went to high school and they got out. And that was it. But they were very like that was the one thing I think that's the thing I'm going to copy off of them. They like sent us to like an all boys Catholic high school, paid for our college, and it's like. That's the one thing with my kids. It's like I'm looking for schools for my daughter right now, and it's like I was telling my wife, I'm like, her mom's big on. A lot of people I know are like the public school is just as good, and it's like, I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. It's like
I'm assuming you live in a nice area. It probably
it's pretty nice.
Yeah, well,
a lot of Indians,
I think you're probably fine then, man.
But that
I went to public school. Yeah.
The public schools around me it's like it's newly nice, so the public schools are. But it's like you compare it to a private school. And it's like, I mean, you've done well for public
I'll give
school.
you two cases. I'll give you the case for
it's
and
just not, my point is, sorry, before I cut you off, my point is if you can't afford it, you should spend money on your kids' education.
Oh, definitely.
That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And so in that case, it's interesting, but more what I meant in terms of that is sometimes people will be like, I don't know, like I knew a girl who wanted to take a graduate test, like study for the GRE, and she was like, oh, my parents won't pay for my GRE test, thing, but they have the money to pay for it.
That's
but they're
crazy,
like, you have to work to go for your GRE test prep. I'm like, what? Like, I was like, who are your parents? Like what?
That's so ruthless.
Yeah. In my head, I'm like, that doesn't even fly. Like, it's just, but if I was like, hey, Dad, so if I was like, Dad, I need $5,000 for a GRE prep course, and I was like 23 or whatever, he'd be like, absolutely. But if I was like, I need $5,000 to go hang out in Saint-Tropez, or what, it's like, he's like, what?
Get
like,
the fuck
no,
out of here.
No way.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that does make sense.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, in a lot of the suburbs like that I'm from, I've learned that many of the families are just debt. It's just like the whole thing runs on a giant balloon of debt, and it's like kind of
Americans
terrifying.
are obsessed with debt. Americans are obsessed with consumerism, and I can't. My dad, when he was making good money, was rolling around in a 1988 Mazda with no air conditioning in 150 degrees.
It's such a beast move, though, dude.
With his windows rolled down, and he refused to get it. He eventually sold it for $1,000 after he put 200,000 miles on it. So it's like that's where I come from. It's like, do you need a new Raptor truck, Texas? Probably not. It's like these guys, no offense, but if you look at the average car payment, Texas is the highest average car payment in the nation because all of these idiots are rolling around in trucks. You don't need a brand new truck.
Trucks
you
are
don't
like
need $80,000 Raptor. It's ridiculous. Like, sorry, you need a Toyota Camry, or a Hyundai, or like any of these other cars. They're great cars. They'll get you. So I am actually a big proponent of Dave Ramsey for the vast majority of people. I think Ramsey, what you were just saying, I think his like common sense approach, if 95% of people followed their life that way, they would be better off. He preaches like avoid debt, don't use credit cards and all of this. I personally am a big credit card point fiend, but I pay it by balance and all this stuff. But here's the thing. I think what he gets at is what we were talking about with impulse control and all that. It's look at the stats. People can't control themselves. They're only paying the minimums. They're taking out 35, 40, 50% debt or whatever on their APR, HELOC loans and all this. He's taught me about financial products I didn't even know existed. I'm like, wait, so people out there are taking 2 mortgages and then another mortgage on top of that one? How do you sleep at night, bro?
Dude, it's insane.
Oh my God. I actually cannot imagine. So if for anybody out there who's listening, if you listen to Dave and you actually take at the very least, like take some of the advice to heart. You know, the number one thing is budget too. No matter how much money you make, you still need a budget. And the reason why is you just need to know where your money is going. And you need to be conscientious about every dollar that you spend. So like you were just saying, like you and your wife need to sit down and make a choice and be like, we're sending our kid to private school. That means this is our nut. We need X, Y, and Z amount per month. This is how it looks like. And we're saving, and this is what it looks like.
I have an open mind right now. I'm like, I've looked at like 4 schools, and it's like I've noticed a huge difference between public. But it's like if I see a public school that works, I would go. I'm not like one or the other. But
so I went to both, so I can make the case.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky. So I grew up in College Station. I went to public school for the first 16 years of my life. My last years of high school, my parents, we moved to Qatar, and I got to go to a very fancy private school. They didn't. It was part of the deal.
Like an international.
The American School of Doha, right?
Okay.
So I went from a school where probably the median income of the parent was like, let's say, like $40,000 to a school where the median income of the parent was probably like $300,000.
Like an elite school.
It was an outrageously nice school, and we were flying for school trips. Like everybody there, their parents work for Exxon, and
dude, that was one of the
this.
schools we looked at. Like we're gonna send your 4th grader to France for a week. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no.
That's what my last years of high school were like.
That's
and I will
crazy,
tell you,
dude.
I definitely loved it. I loved it, but I would worry that if I had grown up in that environment, and anybody out there, if you've ever interacted with people who are in that bubble, there's a lot of downside to that, man. Like that's when you were talking about the first class thing. We went on a school trip once, and one of the kids had never flown economy before, and we were all flying economy together. He was like 17 years old.
Like, what the fuck
He
is
had
this?
never been in economy class. He'd only ever flown first. And frankly, he was a pampered little bitch, you know? It's like, and the people like that, like there is something important. And I think about it too, where, you know, about the people that I grew up with. I didn't even love them that much, I'll be honest with you. But it was important. I got to interact with people from all across different walks of life. I think public education is very important. And I actually think at a young age too, you know, I think in high school, I could make a really good case if you have the money to go to private school. If you look at the stats, private schools send the vast majority of their kids to Ivy League and to other schools, especially if that's what you want for your child. But K through middle school, it's not really about education.
Really
it's
matter.
about socialization.
Yeah.
And so for socialization purposes, I don't really want my children, just me personally, like to be growing up in a bubble. And in that bubble, like I've spent enough time now in elite circles that I can see how dangerous that it really can be to the mind, and to how that person can eventually use that privilege in others. And first of all, they're over-interpreting their own success. Like this idea of like, they'll be like, oh, we're doing pretty good. I'm like, you are not doing shit. Yeah, I'd be like, I'm doing good. You're not doing good. Like, you have not done anything. And
yeah, dude, it is
like,
it is weird, man. That's the kind of the thing I've been struggling with. It's like, you know, because I don't want to be like, get them older and be like, what the fuck? You could have sent me to a nicer school. And I'm like, I didn't want you to be a dickhead.
Yeah, but you can also just track each of your children, and like, what if one of them is real? Like, there are different types of schools. There's magnet schools, there's math schools, there's sports, there's drama, there's like all these other ones. Like, you gotta. What I would do is I would be like, okay, well, first of all, again, K through 8 is about, it's not about education. Actually, a lot of that education, my man, is on you. All right?
Exactly.
So if anything, you're trying to pay somebody else to teach your kids how to read better. That's about you.
You got to do
You
it.
need to step up in the house.
I'm fucking, what are you talking about, dude? We spelled her name the other
day. But that's
day.
what I'm saying. You got to be keeping that shit up every day.
Tutors and shit.
After school. Not even tutors. You need to be engaged. You need to be making sure that you're sitting there and making this stuff done, because that's where the parent really is the most important.
Sure.
Of course, you know, middle school, high school, when we start talking about SATs, and that's when I think education and the quality of teacher can really make an impact on them. But that's by the time they're starting to become like formed as a human being and may have an idea of what they want to do. But those initial years, I think it's really just about learning how to like be a person in the world, about how to interact with others, following rule, like what does it mean to like live in a society and be in like this ordered weird thing that we call. So that's the purpose of school, man. Like, at the end of the day. That's why homeschool people are fucking weirdos. Can we all be honest? Have you ever met a normal one? They're freaks. All right, it's true, man. Like, it's true.
I know a couple of people. I know people who are homeschooling right now. They're gonna be pissed at you, dude.
I don't care. I mean,
we met one homeschooled kid.
Sometimes they do it in pods and they're okay.
We
but
met
the
a
rest of them are
homeschool
weird.
kid in my baseball team, and like we drove him to tears.
Yeah, you should.
It was,
and he deserved it. Yeah, I mean,
it was
like,
so
to be
mean.
honest, he deserved it, dude.
Well, there is a huge aspect of the socialization for sure.
Yeah, it's important
for sure. But then
very
it's like with the public schools, like, well, what are they getting socialized into? Then you look at all the other shit they had going on with, like, you know, Like when like don't tell your parents if you want to trans, come to us and we'll send you to a
That's
doctor.
fair.
That was the shit that was free.
You're living here in Texas, dude. What are you worried about? You're actually
Dude, you ever
worried?
these schools, dude, now all the I'm in Austin.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
schools
sure,
are like,
sure.
dude, they're pretty fucking they go pretty hard with that shit. And
Interesting.
that's the stuff that I'm like, but I don't know.
What about the rest of the burbs around it? Round Rock, Fredericksburg, all those other. They can't be there. I mean, I grew up around here, man. Like that's
Yeah,
those people. Those are some Bible belters.
You've been
last
going for a
I
long
checked.
time, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, right. You're
This
that's
place
not
changed.
wrong.
You left, bro.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you're true.
But that's kind of I don't know. I went to a wall. I won't, we can get out of here soon. How long have we been doing, Josh? Damn, dude, we almost did a
Wow.
Rogan.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'll let you out of here in a second. But
Sweet.
I was laughing. We today we toured a because again it's like I'm going to public schools. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find that's the one thing I will try to give my kids the best in education.
Well, you should. I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with doing private school.
but
or any
I
of
will
that.
say today. So
Yeah.
I was thinking that I went to a Waldorf school today. I
Uh-huh.
don't know if you're ever familiar.
I know.
with
I know.
Waldorf.
I'm familiar with what it is.
Dude, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And it was
Yeah.
like almost theoretically, I'm like, it's all the stuff I like, and I saw the reality of it, and I was like, no, it was just like almost creepy.
I agree.
There at one point there's one dude in the tour. No matter what the person said, he would go, "Oh, that's so important." And like dude, at one point, they were like, "We have climbing trees. And we have trees we don't climb. Those are the climbing trees." And he goes, "Oh, so yes." And they were in another room, and they were like, "For math, we have a tactile sensory aspect where we have these marbles, and they're actually counting the And the guy literally over marbles goes, "Oh yes." I was like, "Dude, would you shut the fuck up?"
That's so weird.
There becomes a
Yeah.
point of it where it is like
There are some millennial.
it's like a fake
trends.
savior. Like
Yeah.
we did the entire Odyssey school
Right.
play in 4th grade. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, dude. Like
There's
who's
some
this
millennial
for?
trends, like the Waldorf. I need to look more into. I'm not 100%.
I think they do well. I think it
Yeah.
has like. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say gentle parenting is the one that I've become familiar with. For
Yes.
This millennial trend of being like they don't say the word no, right?
Yes.
Everything is about redirection. And the Indian in me is like, how can you possibly turn out like a well-formed adult? Like actually a huge. Well, I would say a majority of adulthood is learning how to deal with the consequences of the word no.
That's
It's
what
like, oh, you
adulthood
want
is.
a job? Fuck you. No.
There's a
Oh, you
giant
want more
no.
money?
Yeah.
Fuck you. No.
There's a giant no hovering
Yeah.
over your entire life.
Yeah, it's literally like you're like, or you want to go on a date. It's like, what are 99% of these women going to tell you? No, absolutely.
I know.
You're a loser.
I know.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, I go back. So it's like I grew up in like the rigorous old school. Like if you get in trouble, you get hit, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I do think that's not a good idea to do.
Probably.
I think
that's
it's genuinely. It's like I don't think it's the end of the world, especially if you're not like getting drunk and like coming in for no reason. If there's like a rhyme and reason to it, it's not the worst thing. But I do think the punishing physically makes you as a kid like I'm not going to tell my parents anything.
That's
'cause
right,
I don't want to
yeah.
get smacked. In
No,
the
but they
head.
need consequences.
They do
of
need
a
consequence.
kind, right? Like you
Yes.
need to take away the things that they like,
Yes.
or be like you're in the silent treatment or stuff like. I think consequences are really important because man, when you get shielded from it, and honestly,
Yeah.
you know, even I remember like that first time when you're 22 years old and you graduate from college and you're actually out on your own and you really are. You're like, oh my god, like this sucks. Like so now you make a bad decision and you're sitting there, you know, and you're like, holy
Dude,
and this is on me, and I'm by myself right now. Nobody's gonna bail you out right now.
And I'm telling you, the
Yeah.
worst possible is when you're making bad decisions and it's paying off
Yes.
because eventually it all hits you and you go, oh, and it comes for everybody, dude.
Absolutely.
And you go, oh man. And the older you get, you go, there's no way. I got to live my way through this now.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
like,
right, bro. Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
very
Well,
important.
dude, thank you so much for coming. I can talk to
thank
you
you for
forever.
having
I
me.
can talk to you
Yeah,
forever, dude.
I really enjoyed it. This is actually pretty fun.
Dude, thank
Yeah,
you, man.
yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.